สวัสดีชาวแชทเฮ้ยตื่นมาตั้งแต่10 โมงครึ่งตื่นมาทำไปเดี๋ยวมากินน้ำว้าว มาแล้วครับมาเรามาตามติดชีวิตทีมเกาหลีกับทีมจีนกันเมื่อวานไม่ได้ดูนะเมื่อวานมีงานก็เลยไม่ได้ดูครับดูวันนี้แทนดูวันที่2ไม่เป็นไรมั้งเจนจีกับทีอีไปเมื่อวานโดนไป2-0ทีวันตบไปอีก2-0จัดห้องเสร็จยังไม่ได้จัดเลยครับเมื่อวานกลับบ้านมาก็สตรีมนั่นแหะสตรีมต่อก็ไม่ได้มีเวลาแต่รอของมาครับจะทำห้องใหม่อาจจะเพิ่มชั้นนิดนึงแล้วก็ย้ายโซนไฟ LED จริงๆผมแค่อยากทำบัวผนังเพิ่มให้มันซ่อนไฟหน่อยครับก็เลยไปดูไทยวัสดุเดี๋ยวมาขึ้นบัวเองขี้เกียจเสียตังค์ไปจ้างเขาทำมาครับวันนี้ทีมที่1ในกล่องดวงใจจะเป็นยังไงมาดูเดี๋ยวเขาจัดเลเยอร์ของ Valorant กันตรงนี้ยังไม่มีกล้องเหมือนเดิมครับกล้องรอ4 สัปดาห์เลยพี่คนนี้กับคุณ129 บาทเมื่อวานผมดูนะเมื่อวานอ่ะผมนั่งดูอยู่ไอเต้2 คนดูไอเวิลด์เนี่ยโหผมแบบจริงๆผมดูแอลค่อนข้างเป็นไปในนิดนึงนะผมดูเป็นนะจริงๆแต่ผมไม่รู้สกิลเฉยๆแต่ผมรู้ว่าแบบจังหวะเมื่อวานอ่ะคือผมเคยดูโมบ้ามาก่อนนะมันก็เลยแบบรู้ว่ามันทำอะไรกันอะแต่ไม่รู้ว่าสกิลอะไรทำอะไรได้ใช่วันนั้นเฟกเกอร์เขาเอาจัดเมื่อวานทีวันเกือบ13ส่วนEDGมาตลกเฉยๆดิแชมป์โลกที่เอาสมอกกี้กับคังไปพักโอ้โหเรื่องใหญ่เลย2 ตัวตึงจริงๆวันก่อนบอกก็เครียดเรื่องนี้เลย ตอนนี้หายเครียดเลยไหมปลดล็อกแล้วสวัสดีครับคุณดักอีดูขออนุญาตดูด้วยกินข้าวด้วยสวัสดีครับสวัสดีทุกคนนะครับคังบอกตังน้อยพักเถอะโอ้โหเกินไปคังพักเถอะมันไม่มีเหตุผลอะไรที่ต้องมาแข่งถ้าอยากพักก็พักเลยมันได้แชมป์มาแล้วอ่ะก็เตรียมตัวดีกว่าปีหน้าอีกแค่2 เดือนเองแล้วเขาไม่เจอกันเองด้วยเหรอทัวร์เนี้ยโอ้ยเห็นแม่ลองเมาแล้วอิจฉาอยากได้พี่ผมทำอะไรกินระหว่างกะเพรากับกะเพราดิ เดี๋ยวทีวันวาโลจะตามไปครับแต่อาจจะยากหน่อยนะทีอื่นแม่งคือวาโลมันเก่งกันทั้งโลกอ่ะมันก็เลยแบบเล่นยากหน่อยการแข่งอย่างเงี้ยมีประโยชน์ ต่อทีมจีนพอสมควรเลยนะเพราะว่าหนึ่งเลยมันจะได้รู้เราจะได้ฝึกก่อนเข้าซีซั่นอะมันจะแบบ เฮ้ยได้เพลดูเพลเฉยไอตึงเอาเรื่องคนที่จะเป็นเฟกเกอร์ของ Valorant ได้โหยากอะผมว่าโคตรยากโคตรยากเกมมันเกมมันแบบฟอร์มต้องสม่ำเสมอต้องโดดเด่นในโหมันแบบองค์ประกอบมันเยอะครับมันก็เหมือนลีกอะเฟกเกอร์คือบางทีก็มีฟอร์มดรอปบ้างแต่ก็เล่นมานานอะเล่นมานานแล้วแบบเขาได้แชมป์ไปเยอะอะมันก็เลยแบบเป็นได้ไง อ๋อทำโดยการนั้นหนวดแล้วเป็นการเสียงดีธรรมดาครับนักร้องเก่าเรามาดูว่าเข้าซีซั่นแล้วมันจะโดนเนื้อคนเดียวนี่ไงเจอฟินิกไปดิรอดฟินิกบัฟทำไมภาพมันแตกๆวะเป็นที่ผมแน่เลยเน็ตกากแผนเก็บโจ๊กหรือเปล่ามาดูที่วันเคยเล่นนีออนวะบัสอะบัสมันก็มีบัสอยู่นี่วะเราถามทำไมวะอิสูมันเล่นโยรุเลยมันแน่นอนอยู่แล้วมันคือคนที่เขาย้ายทีมมาใหม่ไม่ต้องทำงานหนักเลยให้แบบว่าให้ดูคุ้มค่าตัวขอบคุณไวนะครับสำหรับ179 บาทนะขอดูด้วยมาเลยอุ้ยดุ้งเลยมิเทียวเรียบร้อยตามตัวเองไปหนึ่งทีโอ้เสียงลืมเปิดเสียงได้ดีแล้วเมื่อกี้ไม่ได้ฟังเสียงแม่งหูไม่มันช็อตเขาเรียกว่าเซฟหูเซฟ for the people
He wants to clear, but there's just too much to clear with the box. Finds him right away. Meteor with the timing, just peeking back and forth, works out perfectly. Drone gets the tag, and that should be a flawless.
อย่างนี้ก็อดเห็นเจนจีเจอกับทีวันเลย
Looks like there might be some trickery afoot for Trace Esports, hiding a player behind the box in art, but didn't really matter. That's just good protocols there for T1. Buzz's job is to take down whoever's hanging out over by the link there, and Meteor's right on point as usual. Just following right behind, clearing out the back of that box like he needs to. Really nice stuff there from T1 to start this one. And
ตอนนี้ทีวันยิ้มแล้ว
I mean, this is, you know, really, you would think like has the potential to be a high tempo match here for both sides, but for T1, you know, especially, you can really dial up the tempo with that Yoru, with that Neon. See how they want to pilot it.
Yeah, in some ways, you could even support better up to tempo with the Euro just because you can throw your flashes from afar, right? The Phoenix kind of has to be right up close with the Neon, so you always have to take things step by step, you would imagine. It's just going to be a deep recon into B main, and we'll see if Burrow continues here in 2024. We're going to see some variation right now with the better weaponry as well. Should note that
แอตตาเชนสโมกนี่แม่งหูโคตรนาน
looking to go all the way deep into B halls. Try to clear that out nice and early with a slide in, but they don't like what they're seeing. They already see a couple extra members, you know, more than one. That's enough to tell you, okay, they're on an eco. This looks like it might be a stack. We don't want to give away the better weapons by chance. T1 will take their time.
Yeah, smart here, especially going down this B site. There's a lot of places you can hide around that corner, so This is a great call here.
เมทิโอไหลไปอย่างลึก
Try to change directions. See if you can get some value out of that judge that Buzz has bought, and just leave Marshall behind with Izu. Of course, he's got the TP as well. That's already back over in the spawn, so he can. Meteor.
Yeah, he's so deep. I mean, there's no way you expect him to already be past sewers. Like, you think, okay, maybe he's in mid, but he already peeks out because he doesn't hear any noise before that, so he wants to get ahead of it. It's a good choice, and he peeks out again. A nice wide swing right as he gets up. Good movement from the Sentinel of T1.
He's looking sharp today. Had that one whiffy moment yesterday, but ooh, Hebe actually going to take Izu down.
พี่สุเขาโดนจนได้เว้ย
Still over in the cubby at B. That's a big pickup. Another one here for Zhao and Feng as well. Bum getting involved.
ไม่แตกแล้ว
Now he tries to heal up, didn't have much health, so we're going to
แปลก
see a good timing from Stacks to catch him off guard, but it's still a 2v2
โดนคลาสสิกกันไป2คน
by Hebe. We'll see if that can do any damage. There is armor on the side of T1, so it's not going to be easy. If you can maybe even take away that
สแต็กเล่นโซวาเหรอวะ
extra
ไม่ชินเลย
for
วะ
Trace Esports.
ก็ได้อยู่
Bait him out, but T1, they decide they know it's a big, but Xiao peeks against the pig, and it's just Sylvan left all alone with the Guardian.
Yeah, I mean, a good call to rotate there, and some good picks found by Meteor, but then T1 decides to spread the map a bit. They get picked apart because of it. Not exactly sure what happened with Izu over on the other side of the map, if he got snuck up on or what happened there, but T1, not the best. Not the best.
ใช่ไมค์ทั้งไมค์ผมไมค์นักพากย์เลย
Looked like it was going to be just fine. Oh, that's clean as heck, Feng.
ไมค์งานไม่ใช่ไมค์ผมไม่ได้พูดเลย
As well. Sylvan, I mean, kind of saving that round. We should
หรือว่า
really
ผม
put
พู
it
ดวะ
that way, because otherwise he might have lost his weapon as well and the round itself. Now it's just going to be a speedy round on the bonus. Bucky in hand for Buzz. Of course, had that judge in the previous round. And Feng's ready. It's a 3-man stack on A, and they just peek out with the flash. The curveball comes out, and Zhao's not stopping. He wants to create extra space, but the Bucky right in his face. That's a stone wall you can't push through. Feng will still fight through it. He knows they don't really have an option. So much invested already. He gets 2, but that's exactly where the buck stops.
That was a great flash from Izu as well on that push attempt by Trace
ปรับน้อยให้แล้วกัน
Two of them made Zhao extremely blind to the point where he had no idea.
มันเป็นเพราะว่าขาผมไปโดนสายไฟชัวร์เลย
Buzz is weak. He's just a scratch away, but he slides
พัดลม
right
เปิดพัดลมอัด
under
ใหม่
the gunfire. What a move from the Neon, and T1 will secure the bonus
เอ
for
อ
themselves.
จริงเหรอ
That's what
เป็น
you
เพราะ
want to
เปิด
see
พัดลม
out
อั
of
ดใหม่
Buzz. I mean, just tremendous stuff there. The movement so good. Obviously, it's a Neon. Obviously, that's part of the deal when you're going to bring Neon out, but the players still have to execute on it, and he was very low health there, so baited the shots. Meteor there stood up to the task, and then Buzz is able to swing out, get that combined fire.
ต้องถามจีนว่าเลิกแอนตี้
Really
จีน
nice
เอ้ย
stuff
แต่
there
ว่า
overall.
ทัวร์ของจีน
Looking good
ทัว
on
ร์
the
โปรโมท
pistol
เมือง
and
เขา
on the
เชิญ
bonus
จี
round
ไป
here
นะ
for T1.
Yeah,
I've
it's
been lit
still
by.
very solid. I mean, Feng, I think, made the right choice once you already committed, especially as a Phoenix, just to stick through the fight with a second curveball. You know, think you can take them out with a better weaponry at range. But alas, it's just too many members peeking on both sides of that box over on A main. Now, Trace Esports, they push forward once again on A, and that was their choice here on the Sheriffs with the eco round, but they're not going to get the value they wanted. So with that early information, Trace trying to go for an early rotate, trying to stack B ahead of time, but it looks like T1's already going to make their way through. Buzz is going to go all the way deep into halls. Misses that slide just a bit. Still finds the kill with the judge.
Unbelievable stuff.
นีออนไม่ใช่เพลเยอร์
So explosive.
จะเป็นเอเจนต์
Okay.
โอ้ย
I thought there was a chance
Hai
to
mét
catch
điều
him
rồi.
right off
Bắt.
guard, but Buzz goes in very deep. Meteor not getting that long-range kill on the lurk. I mean, this is what Meteor is known for. So Trace Esports definitely, coming prepared against the squad that they're up against. And now weapon upgraded. Feng with the Vandal.
ตัวเป็นด่าน
Zhao
บุก
does
งั้น
have
อ่ะ
the ultimate, and there it is. Just pushes them away, creates that angle here for Feng. He's going to be pushing up with the run it back, trying to create extra space. Buys time with the sideline, but there's the ping, and Izu with the headshot right through the wall. Zhao trying to play some mind games in between, but it's not going to work out. Recon out to check close. They're going to be able to check right past that flame wall, and there's not a chance for this defuse to come through. Stacks gets the pick at long range, and Stacks will get a double at that maximum range with the Vandal.
That was a really nice round there for Stacks. Really set up that post plant nicely to get those pings, really be that backline support, and then to step in to get those 2
ไม่
kills.
โคตรดี
And again, just turning up the
ด่านนี้
turning
เขา
up
ปรับ
the
ตรง
tempo.
ไหน
I
มา
mean,
ไม่ได้ปรับ
to Trace's credit,
เหมือน
they've
เดิม
been
เลย
somewhat ready for it. They've
ดู
had
บน
some
จัง
moments
พี
where
ก็อยู่
they're able to respond here. Buzz
นะครับ
gets
เขาเรียกว่า
taken
ทัวร์
down
เขา
in
เรียก
the
ความ
long
มั่น
run
ใจ
when he tries to push through, and then this is a great outplay from Zhao on the Meteor. So they're anticipating these lurks.
คือนีออนอย่างน้อยก็
It's just on the point of
สำหรับ
attack.
ผมโอเคกับการที่มันสไลด์อย่างนี้มันก็คือการเอาเพลง
Yeah,
มัน
it just
ก็เล่
seems
นยาก
like
อะ
T1 comes in
ไอ้
with a
เชี่ย
more
ตีแล้ววิ่ง
structured
ไวแต่
plan
ไม่
right away. Trace is
คิดแล้วมึน
adapting as best as they can. but there's only so much you can do. Obviously, you can win those 1v1 duels. You see Izu clearing all this space in mid. I love that. Going through a dimensional drift and then the gate crash clears out both, the side on me and over on Art. And Buzz already through on the back line as well. With the judge, he's just running rampant now with the ultimate. Clears out the site entirely. The Euro for the distraction. Neon dashing around. He just swiped the floor clean.
I love this. I love this from T1. These players are really just happy to W key their way through here. The ult's still good for Buzz. He has 3.
Yeah, I mean the dash and the run.
แต่ว่าต้องเล่น
is just too
จนกว่า
much
จะเป็น
speed.
หนึ่งเดียว
These
กันนี
wide
ออน
swings are going to be insane.
นี่
That
ไง
one, okay, missed out on the angle. Checking the wrong side, and Lukin will find one. But right now, he has to run for his life. Meteor on the hunt.
อย่าไปแย่ตัวนี้เลยที่โหลคิงนี่ก็ตึงไง
Whether you sit and wait, whether you try to run away further.
ไม่โดนยิงหลัง
Damned if you do, damned if you don't. And Meteor will find that kill. T1 looking clean today for the first match at a 5-0 lead.
Yeah, and I mean,
เนี่ยวันนีออนผมเล่นแล้ว
obviously for
ต้อง
T1,
ขยับ
the
แขนเยอะ
execution looked
เหนื่อย
good. The lurks have been shut down by Trace Esports, and they're going to take a time out to think about it. But they're still being active on the map. I mean, if you take a look at the mini map, they're all kind of all over the place. Meteor is constantly lurking. It looks a bit like Lotus with him, where he's just all over the place all the time. Just kind of you never know exactly where he's going to show up. So credit where credit's due. Yeah, Trace has had a few okay moments, but right now this explosive attack from T1 has left them befuddled, and they are going to take some time to think about that.
Yeah, I mean, Trace will have to kind of recoup here, just because there's so many layers to consider. I love the way you put it, that they're kind of
1 นาทีครับสำหรับทำเอาแต่เจ็ตก็ยังเก่งอยู่นะแบบเนี้ยบินขึ้นข้างบนได้จุดเข้ามันก็ดีแต่นีออนมันตัวมันเก่งเกินเนี่ย
He fits right in. The next year on the board, and what going back to what you were talking about again with that being able to be all over the map all the time, it makes it that much harder.
And we'll see what the choices are. Obviously, this round.
อุ้ยแล้วเนียนนะ
Just a guardian on Izu finds the clean shot with the outlaw, but they are holding close.
เรียบร้อยแป๊ะเดียว
Peek from all angles at the same time with the curveball. Zhao gets 2, but
ถ้า
that's
ปืนดีบ่อยหน่อยนะหมดดงเอาไว้แก
a longer fight here for Trace Esports, so a nice try, but that's all it'll be as T1 will clean it up nice and quick for a 6-0 lead.
You're able to get a little bit of extra there with the spike plant for Izu. So this is just all T1 all the time. But this, again, it is 2 teams that are running double duelist. So guess what? It's going to be fairly attacker-sided, you would think, throughout this entire affair on this map. Good flash there, but enough players kind of dancing around playing anti-flash. There's just too many targets there for TE. They don't have the weaponry to really shut that many players out of that. They've got Sheriffs and a Guardian, and that's just not enough in that situation. So T1 mitigate that attempted trap play. It's another aggressive push from Bud. Out of there.
Yeah, the Neon will allow himself to get out of there across C. Gravity well, as Zhao gets a nice pick at long range with the operator. He's fine to timing. He will dash out. It's just a clone approaching. And now the Cosmic Divide completely shuts down the operator. Lil King trying to save the site by jumping in, but there's just too many targets. Feng is there to trade off of him, but that gives a timing for the operator to peek back out. Zhao finds a nice shot. Make sure that he covers his back here in B halls. His teammates trying to come in. Izu still able to get the 1v1s, waiting for the operator to peek out, and Zhao will try to continue to escape. Make sure he pairs up, make sure they're ready for the double, and he's also say, fine, I'm going to reset all the way to the A site.
Yeah, just going to use the ult. Make sure you can get the plant down potentially, but he could have taken his time. He's actually TP'd all the way
ไปหลอก
back
1
here.
ทีแต่เขาไม่เชื่อ
He sends that shot
พี่
as
บอก
well
กู
from Art
ไม่
to try
เชื่
to
อ
buy time, and this time he gets out as well, so he's got the long range. But it is a 2v1 Trace Esports. They first of all have to clear so many corners. You might even have to check B link as well, because it's the Yoru. Don't know where that gate crash went.
Yeah, exactly. This is really, really tricky for Trace Esports. If Izu could just find that one headshot,
Long range flash, and he peeks off of it. Now you know the turret's there as well, but already down to 30 HP. Has to try to get the spam. He gets it right as the fast lane comes up. Xiao's just not ready for the coverage. Izu, he has an opportunity. He's got the internal timer. In fact, he reads that it's a fake completely. Just lets the timer run down. Goes out for the peak. Knows he's safe. Constantly trying to draw him out.
เชี่ยเป็นไง
I can get through this.
ว่า
It's
ต้อง
an
โดน
ace
พี่สุ
for Izu, the rookie stepping up.
Unbelievable stuff from Izu. You can see that this guy has been so impactful in a couple of off-season events for T1, no matter what role he is playing. He's been playing a lot of info initiators previously, but on this map, goes back to that comfort role of being a duelist, and he provides so much value on this Yoru throughout this entire round. I wasn't so sure about this Cosmic Divide, if I'm being perfectly honest. I thought you could probably push it a little bit more forward on the site to cut off a little bit more space, because I think you gave too many angles there, and it's a good reaction from Trace Esports. You know, a good hold from Zhao initially.
ดีแล้ว TE ที่ได้มันเล่นอะไรอย่างเงี้ย เพราะว่ามันจะได้เอาไปปรับ
to come in there and try to cut off the attack, but oh well, didn't really work out because Izu was just better.
โอ้ยบัตอะดรีนาลีนมันหลั่ง
Now it's just speed again. Full-on speed as Buzz clears a close corner. Sylvan and Stacks watching from long range as backup, and they'll pick up the easy kills as everyone from Trace is trying to reposition out of the site. And the more I look at this and we look at T1 dominating, I'm wondering if I honestly think the setup from that previous round where you're heavier towards the B site because your competition may not have as an easy time.
ที่วันน่าจะทำมาเยอะแม่
and then go for the close quarter combat on A for the retake if you need to with the Phoenix. That might just be the answer to Trace.
I think that's a really good point. I mean, it's right now.
คือผมอยากดูเปเปอร์เล็กที่สุดแล้วเปเปอร์เล็กมันโคตรเก่งอะดันเนี่ย
Beyond that, it seems like there's enough depth with the util that this T1 comp brings.
ราชาจะกลับมาทวงบัลลังก์ครับ
In the backside of B, so you have to find different responses. Play for retakes. See if
ไอพีเอ็กซ์จีนไม่มีนีออนเพลเยอร์
but it's
ไอ้นั่นไม่เล่นอ่ะไลฟ์มันไม่เล่นนีออนอ่ะ
there's still already 8 rounds.
เดี๋ยวเอ็กมีแข่ง
เดี๋ยว
สักช่วงวันที่20มั้งน่าจะมีพี่เอ็กจะแข่งทีทัวร์เรเดียนตอนนี้ผมกำลังไอ้นี่อยู่ไม่รู้ว่าจะได้ดูมันนะมีโอกาสอยู่ครับเพราะว่าเป็นทัวร์โปรโมทเมืองเขาคงอยากได้คนที่ดูเยอะอะไรเงี้ยเราเป็นคนไทยที่ดูทัวร์โปรโมทเมืองจีน
Can they get the upgraded weapons? T1 doesn't really want to make it easy, but it's also a bit of an awkward angle for them to cover. There's a nice curveball, and Zhao with a counter ace 2 rounds after with the neon.
Oh, amazing!
ในที่สุดก็เอาให้
These eco rounds have looked really good for TE. They pushed T1 to the limit on them. You know, these trap plays.
แล้วพี่ไก่ไม่มาเล่นเหรอวะ
This is something that Paper Rex was really good at with the Phoenix, is when you can get your opponent in towards A in these situations. A good smoke here as well to really set up.
พี่ไก่เขาย้ายทีมไปแล้ววะ
Be aggressive at these angles. You've got so many phenomenal angles for the curveball to just throw it around a corner push, and with a neon there as well to push off the back.
ด่านนี้ต้องซิกเลตคิวจอย
phenomenal stuff there from TE.
Yeah, you'd love to see it just
ของแสลงอินาจี
Trace Esports on their opponent's pick. The operator now ready.
พี่ไก่เห็นว่าประตูรถที่มันอย่างสวยเลย
Versus up. Meteor's been in this position so many times. Can Xiao step up to it? And Xiao will find him, hiding away from that angle initially, and then peek back out. Good timing from Xiao. Now that's the killjoy. I know it was only the killjoy. You know it's going to be an A hit. Trace Esports as ready as they can ever be, but Buzz is always just so quick to get into the backside. He's now buying so much more time down and
Come on, let's go ยัง
allows for
มียัง
Stacks
น่ะ
to get a
มีแล้วไม่เหรอ
nice free kill as the opponents are
รอเพื่อเอาเลยปะล่ะ
That was a great reaction by Stacks. Buzz again doing such a phenomenal job on this neon, breaking space open. It seems like whichever team takes the attack is the one that's going to win. It just whoever gets
เรียบ
that
ร้อ
util out
ย World Divide
it just seems like you can't fight off the back foot with these comps.
I mean, as it goes with the
เฮ้ย
neons as
โจ๊กตรงนั้นเลย
well.
อ่ะเพื่อน
Tempo, you have so much
นี่ไง
initiative, and Fung peeks out a little bit.
อุ้ยมันมาแล้วว่ะ
by Buzz. Allows him to peek out and turn around for the kill.
มาแล้วว่ะ
Now the defense
TE
is already going through. There's
เอาไว้
no
ก่อน
stream, but
TE
half already done.
เอาไว้
He get a kill.
TE
He gets one. The Phoenix is down.
เอาไว้
Oh,
โดดเข้าไปโดนเฉย
Just a bit too late, but Luke,
Timing.
he knows it's the half. He can stick it before he gets spammed. And while he goes down, the round is taken by Trace Esports.
That's good for Trace at T1 there. What a
คัง
phenomenal ult from
พัก
Stacks.
ครับ
Great angle
คัง
for
กับสม็อกกี้พัก
catching too.
ผมว่าไม่น่าจะทีมแตกหรอกมั้ง
Weren't quite
แชมป์โลกมันชอบทีมแตกกันด้วย มันไม่น่าปะ
Sylvan probably kicking himself a little bit that he wasn't more aggressive towards that smoke at the end. They could have probably at least delayed it.
ข้างๆบอกขออนุญาตไปเก็บแรงก่อน
to get in there if he just runs in there, even if it's just knife out. You know what I mean? Like just give yourself a little
2v1. Yeah, sacrifice yourself for the time. Kind of play for the round win. You had enough econ anyway. But alas, it's 2 rounds given over to Decisive Esports. Now they do have to reinvest. So if they lose out this round, the last round of the half is not looking great for TE. And this time they just choose to empty B site entirely. You have the lockdown, so that's going to be the game plan for the retake. Now you're holding close on Arc and A main for TE. They just want to shut down any sort of speed play on the A site. And over on B, as long as you hold heaven, you're looking for the retake with the ultimate.
You're one away from another cosmic divide here for Sylvan. They're going to use Izu's ult. Do a little bit of scouting.
40 ล้านวอนนี่ประมาณกี่บาทโหหลักล้านอยู่นะ
Flash does come through. Gwangju just trying to play for his
โห
life.
ครั้งรวยเกินน้อง
Tracking him down. He's gonna pull out.
เขาจ้างกู 20,000 กูก็ไปละ
Backing off of the site.
Yeah, but that dimensional drift allows T1 to actually save their lockdown initially. I mean, TE was trying to give that space, but now they're trying to push it up before the spike is planted. It's just too late, and T1 now has the advantage with the lockdown battle. Zares will set down a bit later. We'll see if T wants to push all the way to try to clear this. It's going to be risky. So Feng will just have to give that respect. He's clearing close. He gets detained, but he knows, okay, you guys can jump into the site and we can start the retake.
ผมคนไม่ชอบไอ้โพสแผ่นตัวนี้
To set this
อยาก
up.
จะมีวอลเศษสัก 10 อัน
Even longer, so T1 really trying to buy as much time as possible.
Yeah, you got the lurk coming in over from Sylvan as well, so we'll keep our eye on that on the mini map. But TE, they're starting to push up very close. A nice double stack from TE, but a good answer from Buzz from long. Decisive Esports still takes all the space on B main. Now the lurk, Sylvan, but do they know it's 2 of them? Not half done either, so no time, in fact, and that's going to be T1 taking the round.
Yeah, these post-plant setups have been generally pretty nice for T1, even with TE trying to play for a bit more retake there.
น่าจะเท่าอันนั้นอะเท่าทัวร์เทนวะ
So
ที่
good.
เคยดู
Sylvan, Johnny on the spot. This time he's not going to drop the ball. This time he's going to make sure he's there to make sure that the spike diffuser gets taken care of. Was really good stuff as we go into the final round.
ผมอยากดู T1 เจอ Gen G จะดูพี่โยแมน
That operator looks like Feng just going to have the sheriff, a stinger for Heibei. Kind of gambling that they can find some of these close quarters kills. They're going to stack those players over towards A. They can trap T1, but T1 has decided to make yet another B push. And, oh my God, Buzz, you're amazing.
Oh man, he still gets it. He got caught, but again, the speed, it's just too much. And it had to be Heibei too, right? Just the one with the stinger couldn't really get the clean shot against the Neon. And he's already drawn so much attention that B main was absolutely free. B site, the spike will get planted. Now we'll see, Decisive Esports, do they go for a flank around? Do they go for that Hail Mary play? Because if not, the long-range battle on this retake on B is just too difficult. Drone already taken out, and now the retake ready to begin. But how much more time can T1 stall? You got flashes, you got drones, you got nano swarms. It's too much.
Yeah, you still have shock darts as well. 4 stacks and Overpulse to try to keep Izu at bay, but stacks can just really do some damage on the way in. Get some vision on the Feng.
Yeah, counter recon comes in as well, so that allows T1 to all be prepared for these entries. Now a 2v2, but the timer on the side of T1. Stacks going to peek out on a timing against the curveball before it can be thrown, and the shorty comes in. He gets the kill. Is there enough time, though? It doesn't look like it. Couldn't quite hear the beeps, and right near the end, it's going.
เฮ้ยมันไม่ทันเหรอวะ
0.3
ฉันนึกว่าทันนะเว้ย
left.
Oh, crazy stuff. I mean, these delays that T1 could also. So this compo is really interesting.
ปกติฟังเสียงก็อย่างเดียวเลยฟังเสียงเวลากู้สไปอะนึงนะแมวมาว่างไปไหนละ
This 10-2 is difficult. Yeah, no matter what the comps are, you know, it could be 4 duelists.
เกมจะได้ดูมิดบ้างไหม
You're still down.
ไม่ดูครับผม
You know,
เสียดาย
210 going into your attacker side, and it's a little shaky.
Yeah, I mean, anything past the 9-3 mark is really like, okay, pistol matters, that's basically do or die time,
Right.
no matter what. In the 9-3, you could argue, okay, well, it's literally got the fire round, something like that. But we'll see if they can get past this first hurdle. Nice early smoke here from Sylvan just to buy some time on A main. They don't hear the early speed, but they also have Isu planted deep on the defensive side of T1 over by B side. So you're already going for the over rotates towards the A side. B-Link now being covered by the turret and Buzz. Lots of good map coverage from T1, but not enough information, so you see them getting a little passive. The recon comes in to clear Art, and it's just a slow creep in for Trace Esports. They'll create space, but no frags just yet. Looking at the wall banks here for Stacks, he gets pushed out, but Izu in the smoke, good for 2. And now they push back out. Izu's gonna get taken out, but that's enough time for Sylvan to peek out and get a double kill
จีเลยแบบ
himself.
เนี้ยจีเลย
That was crazy good stuff from Izu. Meteor has a chance to finish the round, but actually Luo King gonna get the best of him. Finally, Sylvan able to finish the job. The defuse gonna come through, but really Izu doing so much in this round as that Yoru. He could take so much space on the B side, got all the way to Cubby, had 0 contact, 0 util on his side. So before the execute even came through for TE, he's TPing over to the other side. He's back over into Secret, and he's the one that steps up and gets those 2 big kills. Flashes came out of it just as maybe a hair early, but that's okay because the flash still lands, and he's able to have the ability to get those assists with Sylvan. Nice step up from him. Good 3K for the Astra. And a really successful pistol round for T1, and now TE has to start throwing everything in the kitchen sink at this. It's going to be Stingers and a Spectre.
Yep. I mean, every round, right? Basically, you got to pick up whatever you dropped, and T1 surely will be ready for this. You see them keeping a little bit of range between themselves and the entrance of A. And look at Isu again on the minimap with the Outlaws. Well, he's cleared out the long range of B main. They know for a fact that this has to be a setup towards A. The turret still hasn't gone off, and B-Link either. So all eyes on the A site. The question is, can Trace Esports have the explosive entry they need to battle all the way to the back of the site?
Yeah, it definitely needs to be really well timed, and you got to find a way to get around that Astra util as well. See a lot of stars out on the front.
Here they come in. The gravity well trying to keep them at bay. Zhao getting right up close, gets 1 kill, but immediately gets taken down. Buzz with the judge, holding on site, support from behind along the side of Meteor and Stacks. And now it's going to be a 1v3 on the site. Lil King just cannot find an entry past the Nano Swarm. All weapons dropped on this force buy. And Lil King, I don't even know if you have an option to get out of here alive.
It's nearly impossible. He gets spotted by the dart. Meteor's going to be good for a
GG
3K with the Sheriff. I mean, this is such a tough situation for TE because the entire time they're trying to run through the gamut of the Astra util, and then behind that, behind the box on site, you got Buzz with a judge.
Yeah.
So, okay, you get past the defensive front lines for Zhao, but then there's a judge there. So, okay, cool. Like it's a great setup, a great understanding of the situation by T1 as well.
Yeah, and I think just because of the weaponry, Trace not being able to put any pressure on B helps a lot for T1 as well, where they can stack all this util on A, where it's the Nano Swarms, the Judge, then it's the Gravity Well, right? Then it's another Smoke, then it's the Drone. Like, there's just so much to go through, similar to the post plants that we saw from T1's attacking side. Trace Esports
ทีอีต้องมีพี่ไก่
here as it is map
จริง
point for T1, but T1 has a read on this. They're holding close on Art. They know that with the weaponry you have, your best bet is to go for these close quarters. The bait and
พี่ไก่ประกันภัย
the dash out past the relay bolt. Almost good for 2, but Buzz not able to quite land the shots. Zhao trying to create an opening. He'll make a little bit, but Meteor immediately flanking from behind. And BLK says, you know what? I'm not going to take this fight. I want to group up with my teammate. I want to get the spike planted.
Yeah, the whole time I was watching Meteor to see if Zhao would push through the doors towards him and get that alarm bot popped, and if he maybe get that kill. But instead it was a full commit.
ทีโอย้ายทีวันมาช่วงหนึ่งแหละ
Slide in towards mid. Get those
ไอมาตั้งแต่จบแชมเปี้ยนอะ
give T1 some kind of hope, but they're going for the push. And there's a
นี่ไงเดินปุ้
Oh
ม
no, he's ready for it, and now it's a 1v2, and Luo King, can you get out of this alive? It's just too much being thrown at you. They're just forcing his hand completely. Here's the reload, so he peeks out, but it's absolute bait as Meteor has his sight on that angle.
that was
ๆจับจังหวะเมทีโออะอยากเห็นเจอกับทีมเก่าเจนจีเสียดายไม่ได้เจอนะ อทับ วิดีโออยู่เจนจีก็เทพอยู่แหละมันก็เก่งมันเก่งวิดีโอมันเล่นได้มาตรฐานที่ดี ทำไมอ่ะแผ่นแชมเบอร์มันก็ดีแล้วเนี่ยมันคนละสไตล์กันอ่ะไอหมวกมันเป็นสไตล์ที่แบบว่ากันเลิกได้ กันแบบกันเข้าไซส์ได้ในส่วนหนึ่งแต่มันก็ ถ้าเกิดเป็นแชมเบอร์อะคือมันเป็นสไตล์ที่แบบมันกันเลิกได้ แต่ว่าออกไปตัดได้ตัวหนึ่งอะเล่นลึกได้อะไรเงี้ยเพราะว่ามันมีวาร์ปเล่นได้หลากหลายอ่ะคือมุมดีอาจจะแบบ จริงๆมันก็ไม่ติดนะ ถ้าคนจริงๆตอนถ้าท่านเล่นในหมวกมาอย่างเงี้ยมันก็โดนเคลียร์แท็บอยู่แล้วอะยูวาเล่นเวดีจีสปินวางเลยได้แก้ครั้งเดียวจะได้เมื่อวานไม่ได้ดู13-2เรียกได้ว่ายับส์เมื่อวานเฟงเอฟเจอโหดจัดเลยหู10 นาทีเลยอะเข้าไปดูวาโลเดี๋ยวมีอะไรมาขายบ้างเริ่มนับเพจอะไรอ่ะช็อตตี้บุ้งบุ้งมี ไม่มีอะไรเลยครับ ไม่มีอะไรจริงๆรัดเฟนซี่วินเตอร์วันเดอร์แลนด์มาเชลสวิตแบ็กสติงไม่มีเลยกากจัดอะสวัสดีครับผู้แรกคิดว่า2-0ไหมน่าจะ2-0แล้วมั้งผู้สองก็2-0แน่2-0ทัวร์นาเมนต์เฮ้ยอยากดูทีมจีนเวอร์ชันอัปเกรดแล้วอะต้องอัพแล้วเปล่าเจอนี่เปล่าท่านเล่นท่านยิงแบบปังปัง เฮดฮันเตอร์โคตรน่ากลัวเลยชื่อผมไม่เคยเจอเฮดฮันเตอร์ที่น่ากลัวขนาดนั้นมาก่อนเลยยิงไวอะไรขนาดนั้นรอดูเรเดียนมันยังเหลืออีกทีมหนึ่งป่ะที่ยังไม่ได้เชิญอ่ะมันมีภาพอยู่นะทารอนอ่ะถ้าเกิดมันว่างอ่ะสล็อตมันว่าง1ป่ะเปิดลีกมาทีมจีนจะนะเอาแต่ก็แข่งในโซนจีนอ่ะดิสุดท้ายก็ต้องมาตัดสินกันในมาสเตอร์ว่าตึงจริงเปล่าแต่คือมาสเตอร์ที่การันตีแน่ๆเลยคือมีทีมจีนแน่นอนอันนี้คือไลออดวางแผนมาแล้ว ยังไงก็มีคนจีนดูแน่นอนก็เล่นยกโซนให้เลยเราได้เห็นเมย์กับเดฟในทัวร์จีคุ้มแล้วแค่นั้นก็คุ้มแล้วผมว่าเดฟร่างนี้มันโคตรโหดเลยร่างเทนอะร่างไอ้เลดบูอะโคตรแบก ไปดูให้เลยที่แบกจัดอะอีก4 นาทีครับหรือที่ว่างๆตรงนั้นจะเป็นเซต้านั่นน่ะสิเข้าจีนรวมสไลด์เชียร์สล็อตมากขึ้นมันแยกโซนนะครับดีแล้วเพราะว่าจีนมันเป็นแผ่นดินใหญ่อะคนเยอะ มันจะนัวไปหน่อยอะถ้า APEC มันรวมทั้งจีนเกาหลีญี่ปุ่นเซาท์อีสเอเชียโอ้โหแบบเซาท์อีสเอเชียนี่ยังไม่แยกประเทศอีกอะอินโดนีเซียสิงคโปร์มาเลไทยเวียดนามโอ้โหแบบที่เขาเล่น FPS กันอะแค่นี้ก็หนัวแล้วคือเอาง่ายๆคือแค่สปิต3แค่ไอทัวร์รอบหน้าสปิตอะมันจะเปลี่ยนเป็นโซน C ก็คิดหนักแล้วอะจริงๆไลออดน่าจะไอ้นี่ไปเลยนะทำโซนเกาหลีเพิ่มโซนเกาหลีญี่ปุ่นแล้วก็แยก APEC ออกมา มันจะเยอะไปหน่อยปะอืมทีมแหล่งเงินก็เท่านั้นแหละครับ ถ้าพูดให้ดูดีก็เป็นแบบอย่างที่ผมพูดเมื่อกี้แต่ถ้าพูดตามเนื้อความจริงก็นั่นแหละ ตามนั้นเลย คนได้ทั้งคนดูได้ทั้งโอ้โหอะไร คุ้มอยู่แล้ว พูดถึงบราซิลนึกถึงแอสปาร์อยากรู้ว่าจะแบก MIVR ขึ้นมาได้ไหม ได้นะ ผมคิดว่า MIVR น่าจะอัปเกรดเลย เพราะว่าแอสปาร์ได้กลับไปเล่นกับเพื่อน ในสภาพจิตใจที่ดีหน่อย แล้วก็ได้โค้ดเก่าของเราแบบยุคแรกอะที่โหดๆตึงๆอะทัน น่าจะอัปเกรดอยู่นะ เผลอๆแบบอาจจะขึ้นมาโหดเลยแอสปาร์มันผิดหวังกับเลเวทานเพราะว่าตอนย้ายมาอาจจะเตะเพื่อนออก โค้ชคนนั้นอะที่เคยอยู่ลาวอะขอบคุณน้องเดอะนะครับผมสำหรับสมาชิกนะครับ ยอดดู LL1 เยอะเวอร์จัดเวอร์อยู่แล้ว รอบชิงอื้อหือแล้ววาโลแรนต์นี่คือของแชมเปี้ยน EDG ได้แชมป์ด้วยนะ โอ้โห แบบ สุดอะบอกเลย พี่จีนเราแบบว่ามาแล้วอะวูลาสิกาครับ4 เดือนนะครับ ใช่เหรอเอ้าเขาคือโค้ช2023เหรอที่ผมชอบหลงปีว่ะ คือทุกวันนี้แม่งยังแบบหลงปี2022 23 24เลยแบบว่า ยังนึกว่าซิกเกเลตแข่งปีที่ไอ้นี่อยู่เลย ปีนี้อยู่เลย ต้นปีไอ้เหี้ยงงจัดเอ้ยแข่งปี2022จริงๆน้องแข่ง2023เย่เย่ร่างบีดปะจริงๆเย่บีดผมว่าก็โหดนะมันโหดนะเว้ยตอนมันได้จับดูเอลอะแต่แค่แบบบีดมันนั่นอะตามภาพเลยครับไม่อะไรก็ไม่เป็นใจไปหมด บีดชุดนั้นมันเหมือนจะดีแต่มันไม่รู้ทำไมอ่ะคือเคมีไม่เข้ากันมันก็เล่นไม่เข้าขาแล้วปะ
Obviously, Trace
ต่อให้มันจะเคลียร์แล้วมันแบบสงสงสารเลยลอสซี่ซีได้แพ้รวดยูนายมีตัวแบกอยู่นะ บีดไม่พอ ซีโอบิดทีมบิดอีสปอร์ตนะ
so well.
Does in those kind of single positions. We'll see if that comes up again here in the
ได้ดูด่านดีๆแบบเพลบายบิดโอ้โหนี่แหละด่านที่เรารอคอย
especially that gecko. The changes are pretty tangible, right? The timing on the Dizzy, it's a lot shorter once it gets activated and things like that. So T1 will continue with the same composition from the APAC qualifiers for Red Bull, but Decisive Esports, okay, some big changes going with the double controller instead of going with something like the Deadlock. So now you have Chamber for Zhao, and then you have Brimstone and Viper as well.
Interesting. Yeah, this is way different. I mean, obviously before it was the Cypher Deadlock, kind of the core of what Trace was trying to accomplish on this map. So we're going to see a very stock state on this map. I mean, you swap out the chamber for a Cypher.
มาว่ะเอาฝิงไอ้ท่านว่ะ
So at least the old
เชี่ย
meta should be saying that now.
2022 by Chamber
Yeah, we'll see what the value of the chamber is.
เฮ้ยทำไปเล่นไปปิมมี่ก็เล่นไอ้ท่านนะด่านเนี่ยถึงก็กระทืบเจนจีเลยนะแต่เอาแต่คอมเก่าแพ้เจนจีก็เลยเปลี่ยนคอมแต่ผมชอบทานหลอนยุคนี้ดูเล่นหลากหลายเดี๋ยวด่านหนึ่งมีหลายคอมแต่ดูจากภาพแล้วทีเคยเล่นด่านดีเคได้เข้มมากแล้วมันเล่นคอมเก่าไอคอมเดดล็อกของมันแต่ไม่มีพี่ไก่เลยไม่รู้ว่าจะ2-0หรือเปล่าเนี้ยจริงทีมเข้มมากนะด่านเนี่ยแต่ผมว่าผมให้2-0นะไม่น่าไหวทีวันยังเรียกว่าไม่ไว้ใจในคอมนี้ไม่เหยียบไปก่อนเลยหนึ่งบัตรโกงซื้อปืนกล
Now we're gonna have to see Zhao. He actually steps right back out after the flash. Gets 2, almost good for 3, but Buzz ducks right under it with the frenzy and tries to keep the.
เตรียมดู Challenger ได้ไหมไม่ได้ดูครับก็อยากดูเลยเนี่ยผมกลัวผมเห็นเวิลด์เขาไปดูในซูปกันเหมือนกันนะแต่ไม่รู้ว่าไม่น่าจะเกิดขึ้นกับ Official Valorant เอาว่ะหาฟิง
And now already Silva down low as well, 40 HP. But he just needed to land one shot, but he could not get it.
Yeah, that was a little bit of discussion being had there, maybe some miscommunication for T1 on how to play that. I thought that looked pretty solid, the way that they were using that tube with Sylvan and then the long rotate from Buzz. I like the way that they're buying time, delaying, keeping their opponent guessing. Good play here from Zhao. I mean, that's a nice double kill. Buzz, as always, so quick to react. Sylvan just got out of there. I mean, a beautiful shot from Funk.
NRG อ่ะ NRG ชุดใหม่เป็นไงใครดูมาบ้างฟอร์มเป็นไง
Away from the tube, so Fong not able to secure that clutch. A nice and early
ดูเซียกับพี่ไหมไม่น่าได้ดูครับผมไม่เคยได้ดูมาก่อนเลย
over by A short, so they're constantly putting that early pressure down that hey, we could still go for this flank nice and early. We've already activated.
แต่มันเป็นทัวร์ใหญ่สุดแล้วเนี่ย
when we're going to push through, and so T1 says, all right, well, we'll gladly take the tempo. They are charging through all the projectiles being thrown backside. Neon K, can you stay alive in the tube? He can stay alive, but can he get a frag? If the smoke is Stacks, no, it's going to be Silva getting taken down. Stacks still trying to stay alive, providing that backup, and eventually T1 will clear the site.
2-0 ครับชัวร์ทรงละลองดูครับ
4 taps of a head and you win the round, right? Like that's easy money, right?
Easy peasy for the chamber players. That's what they say. See if he's gonna go for any of these shots. The Dizzy coming out. Yeah, it's definitely noticeably shorter.
Yeah,
the time that you can get blinded, and of course the globules don't stay alive for much longer either. But Zhao not able to find it. Gets a little bit baited by the spray, and Stacks will pick up another for his name.
Yeah, I already. Watching some of the VODs to get prepared for this event, I already noticed a few whoopsies with the Dizzy when I was watching some of the teams trying to get over walls that they used to be able to get over, now they can't.
ซอมซ้อเลย
misjudge the angle a little bit because
บ้าไม่ขนาดนั้นหรอกซอมบอกเล่นเลยเพื่อไม่มี CGIS แล้วเล่นได้
You know, really relying on some of those really tight angles for the Dizzy to clear space, to clear long B, then to clear garden.
CGIS ค่อยแบน
And he did a great job with that Bulldog as well, picking up 3 kills along the way. So
ไม่รู้
really
เหมือน
good
กัน
stuff from T1. I mean, other than Hebei just walking into smoke and getting a kill, there wasn't too much to really write home about for Trace Esports. So flash this time, trying to set up for Zhao, but Stacks has none of it.
Yeah, he's already passed it, and he peeks back out from the left side. Zhao wasn't really ready for it. He was ready for the right side, but that's a bit too much distance to swing out. So that's the signal again for T1 to up the tempo. They're clearing close, like you said.
หัวกับหลุด
Then using a couple of those extra abilities. The Paint Shield's already used by Buzz as well. He does have the double blast packs, so you can have the speed on the entry, but now a lot of those projectiles are already used, and you have to wait a little bit longer for the Dizzy to come back. Now it's online.
Yeah, still a couple Razor Vines though for Meteor.
And
แต่ผม
immediately
บอกนะ
Buzz actually gonna land on it.
มิด
He's
มีโอกาส
still
สู้
gonna
เทียร์
sit
หนึ่งได้
still.
สูงนะ
Eventually goes
นี่
down
ไง
to
ฆ่า
the
เพื่อนแม่งเลยปะล่ะ
Meteor, but it
ไม่ไหวแล้ว
doesn't matter. Job done. Clear the site. Spike gets planted. And now a
ซ่านะ
4v2 against Trace Esports. Mom trying to get ahead of it, but he's all alone. And now it's just all lonesome on Hebei. Can't really do much. He's going to go for the save.
Yeah, it's going to be really tough, especially with still one of the flashes available, or was available. Meteor ended up using it, but good luck. I mean, you're just a Molly and a Phantom and 50 credits.
ผมว่าจากที่ดูมิดมา
Again, these
พักหนึ่ง
executes
อ่ะ
start
มัน
to
เหมือน
look
แบบ
really clean.
เคมีทีมมันน่าจะสู้เทียร์หนึ่งได้นะ
Left us a little bit wanting with T1.
แต่จะขนาดนั้นไม่ต้องไปดู
A little bit better
สู้ได้
execute,
สู้ได้ไม่ได้หมายความว่าแบบจะชนะได้ไง
It's looking much better.
แต่คิดว่าสู้ได้แต่แบบไม่
They've played it a couple times already.
คือไม่โดนยับอ่ะ
They have a pretty good feel for this and
เพราะว่าแต่ละคนนี่เดือดๆทั้งนั้นเลยนะ
I mean, again, they have so much ability to clear space with this composition. They have so much utility that they can use to break angles, whether it be with the mollies or with the dizzies.
เพราะอะไรเพราะมิดมี CGI ครับเลยสู้ได้
So many opportunities to keep yourself
อวยปะ
good executes, and it helps
นี่ตอบแบบกวนตีนเลย
just anticipated that play so nice.
ขอบคุณกรีนแอปเปิลทั้ง5 กล่องนะ
Can't trick a guy who's played a lot of Sky himself, in situations like that.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely done quite a bit with that Ancient across all the
อันนี้
different
ฟูเซนก็
maps.
สเต็ปอัพขึ้นมาเหมือน
Now,
กัน
once
ได้
again,
พอต
another
เตอร์ไป
bonus under the name T1.
กับ alert
That's how they started the dominant run.
ได้พอตเตอร์ไปนี่คือ
To the map victory.
คุ้มเลยนะ เล่นทั้งในจีนทั้งเป็นโค้ชทั้งโอ้โหมาเล่นในไทย เล่นหลายที่
And they're just shoving them in. I mean, it's very similar to the deadlock combos, and they're just stuck there, getting suppressed by the Thrash. T1 charging in, and on the backside is going to be Buzz. It's a complete wraparound. Trace Esports completely corralled under lamps. They have no exit. Look at all these mollies you mentioned, Paper Thin. There's just no way for them to peek out.
เล่นให้ดีจีทำเยอะ
They're so well coordinated on this match. He's gonna make a little bit of push off the
ชิบหายแล้ว
Didn't
นั่นไง
matter. Buzz just gets two.
I mean, the timings, it's just
ดุ
so
จัดอะทีวัน
impressive on this execute. Trace Esports, Zhao and Liu Kim will still get a single kill to each of their names, but it's still a 2v3. Not the weaponry you want. Yes, you have Headhunter. Yes, you have
ก้าว
Sheriff.
ผมสู้
Those
ได้หม
are
ดคือเป็น
one-tap
ทีมนี้
weapons. But will T1 give them the
นั่น
angle?
เหนือ
It
ม
doesn't
นุษย์
look
จัด
like it. Meteor constantly
ไม่น่าเชื่อว่าโลกแห่ง
He's
Valorant ไม่จะมีคนแบบนี้หลุดมา
going to be in the danger zone, and he gets both of them as they peek out, continuing to get comfortable on this Gecko.
Yeah, he
ว่า
has assists as
สิ่งที่ผม
well
ทึ่ง
on
มัน
the
ไม่ใช่
bunch
การ
of kills, so
เอม
that's
หรือ
a really
ก็คือ
nice
แบบว่า
round.
ความไวอะความไวแบบว่า
Impressive stuff from
ยิง
Meteor.
ไว
I mean,
ทัน
able to
เปลี่ยน
play a
ไอ้เนี่ย
lot of
ทันเฟอร์เป้าไว
variety of agents this
ส
year
ติมันแบบ
and extremely well so far. We've seen
Reaction
some
ไว
tremendous
จัดอะ
numbers that he's been putting up. The thrashes were gorgeous, able to shut down Bong Bong,
แต่
able
เจ
to
อ
lead
พี่
the
ที
way
มก็ไม่ไหว
there.
เหมือนกัน
Onto that push that
พี่ทีม
collapsed.
ล้างทอง
U-Haul, the flank from Buzz was really nice. What else can you say? Now Buzz
เออ reaction time เวอร์
is
จั
an
ด
operator though for Zhao, so let's see if he
คือ
can have some
โฮแองเกิล
success
อะ
like we saw on Pearl.
แค่สแนปพีก็แตกแล้วอะคือแบบ
Yeah, just a bit more
เกินไป
obvious of a position though, right?
ยิงอย่างกับทิกเกอร์บอท
Projectiles that can push him out, so he's going to go a bit further out, hold this very slim angle to try to get the first shot. But T1's ahead of this. They're just pressuring Hookah first and
พอ
foremost.
เตอร์ตั้งทีมนั่นแหละเดี๋ยวเลเวทานจะตามไปเลเวทานมีเลเวทานเกาหลีเลเวทานไทย
Of course, they had a little bit of delay
เลเวทาน
set up
NA
on the
มี
short
คนหนึง
as well.
ถ้าจำไม่ผิด
Arc Rose for the flash, and then the shear for the wall as well for info on the flank.
Yeah, this is really diligent from the side of T1. Even
ไอคูเลตไปไหนเหรอไอคูเลตชื่อยังอยู่ในทีมนะแต่น่าจะ
Hogan has
inactive
to
ไปแล้ว
back up. There's nothing he can do. He knows the showstopper's on his way. Has to back the heck out. He's playing dangerous and close. What a timing from him.
Wow, yeah, he waited all that time for the spray. And meanwhile, Xiao, oh, if he had
ขนาด
gotten
เทน
that
ยัง
kill,
พูดว่า
he would have been able to hold on to the site,
ตั้ง
but
แต่เล่น
Trace
มา
Esports
ไม่เคยเจอใครที่แบบ
still have to give up
บ้า
some
จัด
space
ขนาด
and
นี้
able to re-clear, but the spike
เมคานิก
already
ในการเล่น
planted. So while you might be in, how do you bait them out of their positions? How do you get them to peek? It's really up to Bong Bong to try to draw attention. It's
เอ้ย
gonna
พี่ หลัวคิงเอาดีจะไป3แล้ว
And now a 3v2, the spam coming in from T1, but the defuse starts to continue. Can they get the half at a time? A wide swing. It's a 1-for-1 trade, which is advantageous for Trace Esports, and Fung Fung will be the one to clean it up, get them on the board nice and early.
That's a beautiful round there from Luo King, just playing the timing to perfection in a couple different scenarios. You know, knowing that the ult is coming from Buzz, waits in the smoke right at the door here.
แต่ถ้าทีวันชุดนี้เข้มแบบจริงๆเนี่ยเควินก็ต้องหลีกทางจริง
Steps out, gets the instant headshot, knocks the ult out, steps in, finds
แต่ละยาเพเยอร์ก็ตามๆกันไป
the player in hookah as well. Huge stuff, walking through those mollies, disrespecting so much of what T1 wanted to do, and maybe that's the answer here for Trace Esports.
นี่ดูคนเดียวเหรอพี่เอ๋ย
combos from them.
พี่เอ๋ยน่าจะดูคัตเตอร์นะ
Neglect them. Who cares?
I mean, sometimes that's what you have to do, right? Whether it's double controllers, whether it's mollies, sometimes you want to catch them off guard. So that's something that T1 will have to consider. Nice early 0 point is going to push Trace Esports a bit further back. Draws out that early smoke from the brimstone.
สารยากับสารยาครับกลับไปเรียนไม่ให้โดนต่อเดี๋ยวค่อยมาแข่ง
They're the ones with zero information right now, all stacked up on A short. And Fung Fung's ready for it. He's not
do set up.
completely flashed out.
Feng.
There's the full blind, and he just cannot find a single shot. Silva pushes through. Bianca holding strong, and there's the pinch. Bianca, he needed to get just a bit more.
เมื่อกี้ถ้าเป็นท่านนะบอกเลยไอ้นี่ตายก่อนเลยดิซซี่อ่ะ
on the retake for Trace Esports.
A lot of util dump there for T1.
แต่คนอื่นที่พีคมาค่อยว่ากันแต่ดิซซี่ต้องตายก่อน
The crossfire is quite good for TE, but the answer from the T1 players enough to get them to the plant position. Another Razor Vine put down. Luo King gonna try to push through yet another smoke here.
Oh, and Meteor's just trying to buy time. You have the orbital command as well, and look at him shuffling
Ow.
away, so he's not spotted.
What?
Ray actually gets the second kill as well.
ได้ตัวหลังด้วยเหรอ
Bit of a lineup.
เนี่ยถึงกับขำเลยเกิดอะไรขึ้นวะ
No expectation.
งงเลยดิง1ได้ถึง2
I was just like my mouth was just open. I was like, what? Like how did he?
ขอรีเพย์หนะครับ
Yeah.
I think even he's like, I don't know.
That's unfortunate, but just a good setup either way, right? You already get the Viper, that's time bond. The Brimstone had all the util at the ready. And sure, Bianca...
เนี่ยท่านยืนอยู่หลังนู่นอ้าวตายก่อน
Maybe gets the win. I mean, we don't even know. We don't even know he got the second kill.
So good. I love that.
อาสาวบอกเอ้ย
Around there.
ลืออย่างงี้อ้วงงงเลยนะ
Getting a little aggressive at each other. For TE there, obviously the Viper's pit was popped early, so they kind of anticipated that it was going to be some kind of A hit. They stacked for it, and it was still an even exchange for T1, so still having a tough time finding the right answers. Okay, you're going to get some
วาโลเป็นเกมตลกหน่อยเราต้องดูให้มันตลก
Bianca, you at least did get a blast pack out of Buzz.
ดูแล้วซีเรียสอย่าไปดู
It's gonna be more challenging for him to dig deep. Figures out. Oh, the trades are there. Izu's got two.
Yeah, Izu was still for
Oh!
that.
Ôi, ôi.
Nice and
Hey,
calm.
B.
Already took down the wingman as well. The Dizzy
Hey,
also gets shut down. So he's
Ai
still
đó.
alive, and now he's running.
เชี่ยนี่มันแอมทำ
Gets the thrash. Can he
One
get the
enemy.
kill? Does finish off Izu. A 4K for
ไอ้
him.
เห็นแกโกยตีไม่ได้
Still a 1v2. Spike not in hand.
แล้วดูปืน
Clear the site first.
อย่าเด้อ
And
เดินเข้าไปนี่คือเตก
shows
อ่ะ
back just yet. Arcros trying to get information. Nothing from backside. No tags yet either. Meteor, zero information. Going in blind onto the site. The judge waiting close by in the tube. Do you suspect this weapon? Do you suspect this choice? He's going to have to clear it, but
Bang!
it's going to be an advantage for
Ow!
him. He actually swings right past it.
โอ้เสียชาติเกิดจัดหมด
Knows where Zhao is as well. Spotted.
แต่พี่
25
พี่
seconds
วิดีโอเขาไวจัด
for a bait, but he's going to stick the plan. Zhao already in the site. Meteor, one
Đồ
swing
lắm.
is all he gets, and he
Đẹp
does try to
rồi.
dodge the first one, but Zhao, nice with the crouch, gets the kill, and will get the clutch for Trace.
Yeah, I mean, again, it comes down to timings on the swings when you're going to find your moment to strike. And for Hebe, he finds a great one. Just waits for a lot of that util to be expended, clears that quick dizzy to try to re-clear, has his ult available, gets a 4K for himself off the back of it. Yeah, there was a detain. Yeah, there was an opportunity for Meteor. But again, these individual plays from the likes of Hebe and Luo King have gotten these 2 rounds for Trace.
พี่เอ๋ยไม่อยู่ไงจัด
Yeah, I
บัฟ
love
จัด
the
ไม่ทำ
choice
งาน
here from Hebe, by the way, after the heroics. As he's running away, he accepts, I'm going to get detained no matter what. But hey, if I'm stuck, you're stuck as well, commanding that crash. Sends out that ultimate. It's a nice trade, and that's what makes sure the numbers are advantageous for Trace. Gets them one more on the board. Much closer already here on the second map. Their choice for Trace here on Bind. And T1 continuing to just hammer down on the B side.
Yeah, they're really trying to use that util advantage. Try to clear some space, but Trace Esports this time getting a little bit of pressure.
นี่ไงบัมบัมบัม
Unbelievable blast back. Oh my god, this showstopper.
Man, from up top.
นี่ถ้าเมทีโอออกมาด้วยนี่ตายอีกคนนะเมื่อกี้
And it's a double kill. And Funk is still here. He's still alive. He's still gaining value. Almost gets a third, but sets up straight down through the wall. Here comes the pop flash. Bianchi's ready for it. Yeah,
เอาดีแตก
Stack's not able to find his target under his legs.
I love that around. Everybody's trying to get over each other. Trace Esports gets the better of it. Well, you know, I'm kind of starting to think maybe a timeout might be in order here if another round goes away at Trace Esports. You know, T1 started out, 4-0, dropped around okay, came right back, but now you're in a spot where you've got some big ults. You know, Meteor has his, Sylvan has the Orbital Strike, the Steel Garden. Really annoying, of course, because it removes your guns. It's called jamming. In case anybody's curious what the official terminology of
jams the gun.
Yeah, it jams the gun.
It doesn't tie it up. It doesn't do any of that. It doesn't suppress the gun. It jams it.
Jams it. We already have suppressions. You can't use that word.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Got to dig deep in the old dictionary to find some good
Thesaurus.com really doing work today in Valorant. Well, here it comes. Steel Guard in the Pincho. Just trying to play ahead of time, but Funk, he will be stuck behind the site. Nowhere really to go. Just a pistol in hand. He still gets it with the classic. A weapon is still a weapon. And the Vandal's now back out. He's good for 2. Now swinging around the tube. He's already under 2. This way gets 3. Almost 4. Stack scratched down all the way to 45 HP. 3v2 advantage for Trace Esports on the retake. They should all get spotted. Only 2 tagged. So they're not quite sure. 4v2 in fact. So T1 still looking behind them as well. Lil King already takes down Stacks and Buzz. Some heroics absolutely necessary here. The spike is planted for him. There's a one-way against Trace Esports actually. We're going to miss just a little bit, but Lil King will still get the trade.
สโมกแบบวันเวเราเห็นขา
disrespect that they're going to show to some of the
ไอ้นี่ถ้าเกิดว่าทีวันมันเหลือสัก3 คนแล้วอยู่ตรงวีลองนะแล้วไอ้นี่สโมกอย่างนี้นะผมบอกเลยนะคือต้องได้คุยกับโค้ชด้วยนะ
Like, this one way ain't it. Like, we see our legs here defusing. Like,
yo,
this
hey,
isn't what
babe.
you want. Yeah. This is not what you thought it was.
นี่มันโชคดีไงมันเหลือน้อยไงไอ้นี่อยู่ดีก็ตลกเฉย น้องเฮเบเกือบได้ตัว3วิ
down the numbers, massive advantage for Trace. Fung, the only one they lost, and there's the timeout you mentioned. One more Hail Mary. Try to let the play.
ทำเอาก่อน1 นาทีแชทผมปรึกษาอะไรนี่ดิคือตอนเนี้ยผมมีปัญหาเว้ยที่บ้านอ่ะมันเหมือนกับมันมีไอ้ตู้เฟอร์นิเจอร์อันนึงที่ผมไม่ได้ติดตั้งสักทีมันเป็นเฟอร์นิเจอร์อีกอย่างมันต้องติดกับกำแพงแล้วเนี้ยผมพยายามที่จะหาช่างมาติดไว้แต่แม่งหายากชิบหายเลยแบบมันต้องทำยังไงวะคือมันแบบจะต้องหาช่างมาติดเฟอร์นิเจอร์ยังไงวะไปเสิร์ชใน Google ก็อย่างยากเลยโอ้ยเจริญพรคือมันเป็นพุกเหล็กอะผมไม่อยากเจาะเองอะมันนั่นแหละให้มืออาชีพมาช่างเอาซอสนี่มันหาจากไหนมาคือเราติดต่อช่างแยกโดยที่ยังไม่ซื้อเฟอร์ได้ไหมอัพสกิลช่างไม้แล้วติดจ้างผมได้ถูกสำหรับพี่1 ล้านแถมมีอะไรแถมไหม1 ล้านไม่ใช่1 ล้าน1 ล้านเนี่ยไม่คือมันจะติดอย่างอื่นด้วยที่ไม่ใช่เฟอร์อีเกียนี่ติดบัวผนังเลยบัวเพดานถ้าบัวเพดานปิดมันติดเองได้นะไม่ใช่อีเกีย
Eventually, right at the end. If they had let that plant, that would have been a little bit dicier. But the TP already coming through as well. So Shower's fully under the control of Trace Esports. Spike still gets planted. And now Sylvan, he used that orbital strike to buy a little bit more time. And he's trying to just make sure that distracts him long enough that he can go for the flank. Bianchi's watching. Bianchi
ใช่คือมันมีตอนเราซื้อไงมันจะคิดเป็น 10% ของค่าเปิดแต่แบบก็คือยังไงคือผมซื้อมาแล้วอะแต่แบบไม่ได้ซื้อเพิ่มซื้อช่างแยกได้ด้วยซื้อบริการช่างแยกอ้าวพี่เมทิโอไปตายนี่กันได้เยอะนะเนี่ยนำเล่นไปบายของทีถือว่าบุกเฮ้ยเอาเฟงเรียบร้อยกูไม่ทันIt's
not enough time on the second half.
เชี่ยบัตทำดีจัด
throwing his body as a solution.
Unbelievable.
Oh.
Buzz is laughing.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I knew what he was trying to do, but I did not think that it was going to work.
Unbelievable. I mean, just a tremendous heads-up play from Buzz. You know what's so funny is I'm watching this whole situation unfold, and I'm thinking to myself, man, T1 has a ton of mollies left in the 5v5. I'm like, they could just get deep and just throw mollies at this thing. TE's got to get going. Well, they stuck close because of the weaponry and things like that, I think, and they still ended up making it work, just not in the way I was expecting.
Oh man, that's a heartbreaker for Trace, quite frankly, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they did everything right, like you said.
Yeah,
They're
they
flanking
did.
around against some mollies. I mean, they had fun going in there to make sure they're not peeking out of the smoke too early. They were ready for Buzz as well, but he jumps up from the box. And now, Bianca, a nice spray down for the first kill, slows things down on B. So, Trace Esports, they've identified that B is the sweet spot right now for T1. Sure, that last round was an A hit, but they're not getting thrown off by it. Zhao just being the member, trademark on short. Operator on showers, and he waits the entire round for Meteor. And he comes, gets the kill. He's been good with that operator all weekend.
Yeah, absolutely phenomenal. And this is something that has kind of made it difficult for T1. They've been pretty predictable because they rely a lot on these executes with this composition. They don't have a great answer for the chamber necessarily unless you use somebody else. Okay, Sylvan wins that battle. Nicely done, but you know, without that extra layer of flash to really make that chamber uncomfortable, Meteor's not able to do that lurking that he'd like to do.
Yeah, Haybay's ahead of things, though. He doesn't go back out. He actually pushes past for the paint shell, so tries to buy a little bit more time, but Stacks and Sylvan will get a frag each. So now equalize for 2v2. Slightly lower health on the side of T1, but it's not going to matter given the weaponry. Both sides could go down at any moment. Operator in hand for Zhao. That smoke is really just a thorn in his side, waiting for it to clear.
ตายเนี่ยสมองหมดอะแตก
Wants to peek out of it. Now that's time bought for Lul King. He's wrapping around, and surely they go for a peek at the same time. But Sylvan, if he
น่าจะรอสมอง
wins
หมด
this, that could be a deal
เฮ้ยอย่า
breaker
พึ่ง
against Trace Esports. Lul King goes
อุ้ย พี่หลัว
gets him through the wall, and there's the headhunter. Make sure that they know the location. Lul King now has to push forward. Does he stick the half? There's the spam. He's actually just going to stick it all the way. No way. Pros don't make it.
เกือบ
Too late of a decision as Stacks is able to find
มันเห็นมือดิจุ่มยาวเลย
Another classic Stacks clutch.
Last round.
A great job there. Sylvan, though, really kicking the doors in for the side of T1. Needed to have a huge play in a couple situations there and came up with 2 big kills. One on a Fung Fung in particular. Really, really important. After losing Izu early, you know, the good news here is you still have extra flashes in the bag, but that one right there breaks the site open, and he's able to get the quick follow-up onto Haybay, and that kicks the door in here for the side of T1. Stacks doing a good job with that fragment as well to buy a little bit of time for the plant, get themselves into a position where they can hold the line, and Stacks reading that situation with the chamber potentially coming through that door very nicely, playing up close and personal, making it really difficult for that operator flick to happen. Had to switch over the headhunter, couldn't quite get it. Now we look at another Viper's Pit. This time it's in short A, so what is T1's response going to
อา
be?
จารย์นี่มีจะ
Right
แข่ง
now,
เรื่อง
they're
ซูเปอร์โรแลนด์
at
ธัน
least
วาปะ
lined up to try to contest this.
I mean, they got the Thrash as well, right? And the Showstopper may be a pub, but Julia counts the trademark. Don't think the Thrash is going to see it. He does see it, in fact. Gets slowed down by their own. Oh my goodness, he got vines there.
ไอ้สโลนี้
Taking a lot of damage to the
ใครนะ
cable.
เมทิโอ
Almost
ใช่ไหม
got taken out by his teammate once more. But they're all just walking through
คม
it. Buzz not able to win the fight. Sylvan will take down Lil King. So there's the pit going down. Sight opened up. Thrash getting picked up as well. So one more shot at a delay here by Izu. We'll see if that's all they need. Meteor holding very close in the smoke, making sure that they don't creep up, that they don't get the chance to set up for a retake with Util, but Bianca gets him right from behind. The man games around the smoke. It's too much space for Meteor to cover. Now backside taken over by Trace. Haybay gets another as well. They're trying to push through. Showstopper clears, and Fung Fung still alive. The entire site in control by Trace Esports, and you just can't find the shot for Izu. Trace will equalize at a 5-7 score line.
Yeah, I think there's some interesting ideas with the combination, with the Util combinations that T1 is trying to bring to the table with the buys. You know, they throw the Razor Vine way out deep into that pit to try to get ahead of the threat. the space control over shower is probably
ไวเปอร์นิยมด่านไหน
still
ไว
maybe
เปอ
gonna
ร์
have a
เหรอ
tough time with the chamber
ด่านนี้แหละ
some of those
ด่านวายแล้วหนึ่ง
those battles that maybe Meteor
แล้วก็
versus Zhao might be having
เมื่อก่อนนิยมทุกด่านเลยนะ
this is again a comp
ด่าน
that
บาย ถ้าใน
and
แม
again
ปพูนี้อะมีบายมี
the last time they played it
Yeah, we'll see if they can find the same
ไอบล็อก
success.
ก็เล่น
Yeah,
ได้
without something like
แล้ว
the
ก็
Euro to really get past these create space.
แต่หลัก
Really
ๆก็
have
นะ
to decide for Feng Feng, it's a tough decision on when to actually
เมื่อก่อน
go
ตอนที่
in.
ยังไม่
Right?
ไม่
Fade
ไม่
out
เนิร์ฟ
that
ก็
utility.
ทุก
Nice
ด่าน
to be sure things might be easier, but if not, you're going to be stranded on the site for a couple extra seconds. We'll see what Trace does to make Meteor have a
จริง
tougher
ๆเพร์ลก็เล่น
choice.
ได้นะ
Now the setup is over on A short for the Vice. Just a lot to shut down any instant entry by the Rays. Meanwhile, a 3-man stack here on B for T1.
มันเล่นได้ทุกด่านแหละตอนเนี้ยแต่ว่า
Just a little bit of
ไม่
resources
แนะนำ
there
ด่าน
to
แอ
get
ดเซนต์
Decisive
อะไรเงี้ยไม่แนะน
closer to an early crash. Quick peek, just sees Luo King, so not a lot of information gained off of that. Just seeing a Viper doesn't really give you
ำแต่ยุคนี้ก็อาจจะไปใช้ตัวอื่นแทนในสองควันนะอาจจะเป็นโค้กโมเมนต์
what TE is trying to do because they're only going to show you one of those sentinels or the pseudo sentinel and the Viper, and that makes it really tricky to kind of understand where this
ไวเปอร์คือความเก่งมันอยู่ที่สเน็กไบต์แล้วตอนนั้นมันมี2 อันไงโอ้โหแบบยังตึง
Yeah, you see the wall as well. They're just trying to get ahead of it, and Feng Feng will just keep them trapped up, pushed away, just trying to stay alive, but he's all alone right now. Meteor only close, Stack peeks out as well, and now Meteor's already past the Toxic Screen, so the TP comes out, the main force all the way on B, but Buzz is still ready. Nice paint shells bouncing off the wall, just keeping them trapped in Hookah. No way to jump out. Izu gets a nice free double kill. Spike now stranded on the site. Only 25 seconds. So looking flank. They haven't heard him yet, but he needs to get the kills immediately. Can't quite see the feet of Sylvan. Finds him just a bit too
นี่อย่า
late.
พี่หลัว
And now with only 15 seconds on the clock, surely T1 will lock this down.
เฮ้ยเซฟเหรอจริงไหมเนี่ย
10 seconds
Zhao
left.
just literally
อย่าเลย
right
น้อง
now, looking for any players, see if he can finish them off.
เขาไม่ฆ่านะเขาไม่ฆ่านะ
That's a sick shot from Zhao.
It's a nice shot, but look at what T1's doing. They're saying, all right, stay alive.
Yep.
We're not going to give you the credits. Ooh, do you want to give over the spike plant, though? Oh, no time for it. Good calculation from T1. Absolutely starving Zhao and Trace of any extra
เรียบ
credits.
ร้อยจนจัดเลยที
Really
นี้
wanna give Stack some credit the way
โอ้ย
he
ท่าน
outplayed Feng Feng there at U-Haul, the
ตังค์
way
วี
he
พัน
used
ส
that
อง
timing. He faked like he was going to go all the way back and
Yeah.
then wide swinged out. Made it look like he was trying to rotate to a different position. Caught Feng Feng just enough off guard. A great lurk from Luo King, but with just a classic, it's pretty tricky
จะคม
to
นะ
get a lot done in that situation unless things really roll your way. And with Sylvan a little bit deeper on
แต่
that
มันเล่น
angle.
แชมเบอร์มันจนมันก็
Oh god.
เดี๋ยวมันก็รวย
I mean, they'll check for it, but can they get it is the question. Nope, not at all. Swings right back close to the wall. Buzz avoiding the bulk of that damage. Down to 52, but a double kill to his name. And now Bianca just trying to throw some sort of a distraction past their own toxic screen. The sheer wall. Does he just fake it? Yeah, you can't fake it when you're walking. You got to jump peek it.
There.
So he will just get stuck all the way into Hookah. And they should have a pretty good idea. Meteor, I think, yeah, knows for it. And he just waits for the screen to go down. It should be an easy round. All of that. But Lil King once again,
ปืนมันโคตร
all
มัน
on his lonesome, fairly healthy, and has a judge, but doesn't have the range to fight through this.
This is very difficult. Yeah, for sure. Stacks with the Guardian has a pretty significant advantage in that fight. Not much that Luo King could really do there. So, got Judge holding Hookah, tale as old as time. And pretty well handled there for T1. And again, it's going to be really difficult to get through that Vise utility on that A site. I mean, that wall, like you mentioned, it's really tough to kind of get it to pop when you want it to as the team that's going against. It's really hard to find those timings.
I mean, especially that angle on A short where it's diagonal, like you can't really jump peek that safely, right? Because if someone's watching from heaven, so it has to be a team effort no matter what. Either you're jump peeking with someone watching heaven to counter peek, or you all just have to rush past it and go for a pinch with showers as well. So it's a bit of a thorn, absolutely. For Trace Esports. Yeah. That one was intentional. 100%.
I love it. Nice. I really hope Achilles is watching this and groaning right now.
Yeah, because he's in for a full year of it as well.
Exactly.
Well, this time it's on showers, so a switch up maybe trying to bait them in because it's a 4-man stack, and if it is, it's a good setup from T1, right? Kind of let them know, hey, we don't have the same setup. You can actually walk into hookah, and you can try to go for a
ไหน
lurk.
winning
Meanwhile, Stacks, what wins long range over on B? That's already
เห็น
a
จัดกู
disadvantage
ก็
for
ตลก
Trace.
รอแล้ว
That
บอกเลย
fake out not going to be as impactful anymore. Buzz holding close, wants to check.
นั่นแน่
Gets vision, and
ไปแล้วไวเปอร์
the poison cloud as well as the advantage not working out for Trace Esports, and that's just going to be an absolute massacre bloodbath here on the A site.
Look at the way those mollies were lined up. It allowed a lane there for Meteor to push the corner.
ผม
Fong though.
อุ้ย
my
ดิ้ง
God,
ด้วย
almost got Izu as well. Had the ding.
Yeah, unfortunate. If there
30
wasn't that
seconds
wall,
left.
or if he just peeked out just a bit further, maybe there's an opening. But Bianca all alone. Arc Bro is going to let them know that he is, in fact, an A short. You get the ping. You'll get one.
อุ้ยอุ้ยมาดีมาดี
I think he
Come
was
on.
actually intending to peek towards Truck, but he still gets the far peek onto Triple, and he's going to run for it. Going for B side, not much time. He just has to stick the plant. And now Buzz running in. No paint shells, but a double blast back. He's just going to jump in. Wants him to stop the plant, and he's going to
but-
the judge right at the side of the dome.
Great understanding of the time and the situation there by T1 again. Buzz, so smart. Such a cerebral duelist
ปืนมัน
player.
โคตรมัน
When you think about all the ways that he has been, put through the grinder through the years, played so many different events, so many different tournaments, but the one thing that always is a constant with him is that he understands situations very, very well, whether it be when he's blast packing in or dashing in as a jet. He knows what space to take and when. It's a great util combo there. Look at that extra little space that Meteor has available. Just walk through there, get that kill. But double shot by Bianca, but again, knows the time, knows the situation, has 2 blast packs. Job done.
Yeah, I mean, plays to win, right? That's Buzz. And so far, what we're seeing from this composition from T1, and we got a glimpse of it at the Red Bull qualifiers as well, is the fact that the setups are really good. Oh, wow. Adjust for the crouch. Nice shot from Fung Fung. He's had enough of the praising of Buzz. Shuts him down. That's the call.
Wait.
Oh, wow. Okay, just walking in with the Sheriffs. Now you're not going to clear Sylvan. You didn't quite expect another member in Showers, but still decent space here for Trace Esports. But no weapon upgrades just yet, and they still have to plant the spike as well. They're trying to bait out Sylvan. They want to make sure they get the numbers advantage before they go for the spike plant. But this has given so much time
โดนนะเนี่ย
to
ซินวัน
back him up. Now you already given Heaven
เรียบร้อย
trying to peek out. You see me
โอ้ยโอ้ยโอ้ยโอ้ย
as well. Now plant going down fairly safely. Izu has dug deep. They haven't seen it just yet. Spots one, ready for the second.
Izu.
Tries to pull out the Dizzy, but it's
รียบ
too
ร้อย
much time to arm itself and throw it up. Meteor trying to spam them, but he's already
50
starts the round and ends it for a thrifty for Trace.
Yeah, just some crisp shooting from Trace Esports. That's something they have shown us on this map that they definitely have. And that Marshall shot to kick things off against Buzz. I mean, Buzz, you're going to, he's crouching there to try to break the angle so that the headshot's harder to hit, but it's still a great micro adjustment. God, that's so good.
Yeah, I mean, it's so accurate as well. And it always makes me laugh that, that's the way you break the crosshairs at the top level, but that's actually how you get headshot at the lower levels.
Yeah,
When
right?
you're in, silver and gold, you're like, well, I'm going to crouch to avoid the headshot. And but they don't know how to hit headshots.
But their crosshair placement's garbage.
So I actually just get headshot.
Yeah. Still, what a nice round there from Fong Fong.
Oh,
Thrifty.
absolutely.
Now you've got an operator for Zhao. I mean, the tactic-sided operators continue for Trace Esports in this event. I mean, really trying to see if they can get value out of it. I mean, it's been okay. I don't know if it's been super worth it, but see if they can maybe with a chamber there get a little bit more damage done. I don't think... Is the rendezvous set up? There it is. Okay, I see it.
Yeah, setting it up late so that he's able to peek into the site. I love that. Making sure that you're playing to win. The early peaks aren't really going to matter much more, knowing that T1 has all these util chaining setups. Wingman at the ready to get some scouting done. So that's going to be on a timer, maybe around the 50 or 40-second mark, just to get a better read on is this a
ทำไมเล็งต่ำจังเลยน้อง
pay off.
Yeah, and they've got the
Oh,
Vice util as well. So this is a great read from T1.
Oh, it's just gonna be a crash. Okay, he's able to rendezvous out, but here's the thing, is that they know that they've already taken over Cardin. So you're gonna bring Sylvan in, making sure that you're set up for this A short, still being watched by Buzz, and Fung Fung, he stays alive, but doesn't really have an exit. Meteor's able to fire down, and that's with the signal for the teammates to come through. Everyone getting a kill for themselves, and there's just no entry for Trace.
I think Meteor got an assist on almost all those kills there because of that Razor Vine. Absolutely incredible. Luo King 1v5, no time left, so just gonna have to go for the save.
10 seconds
Gonna back
left.
up. Izu's gonna scoop up that operator as well, and yeah, you called it brilliantly, man. Like, it's just a great read there from T1 with the reaction with the util. You know, Izu's got the Dizzy out. There's the Vice utility. They're trying to get through, and there's a massive crossfire. And you know, with the slow that the Razorvine creates as well, it's so much more difficult. Other than your raise to get past that front line, and they couldn't do it. You know, Fung just couldn't get deep enough. He tried to go high, and he just got stuck in a corner.
Yeah, it feels like Trace, similar to yesterday when they were playing at PCG, they're really looking for an early pick to make something happen. But once again, especially with this composition, it's not the picks you have to be worried about. It's the use of nice and early. Otherwise, you're running out of time. It doesn't matter if you have a lurk or not. So see if they can adjust to that. Not too many rounds left for them to do so. T1 only 2 rounds away from wrapping up this best of 3. That's going to be a free orb to Stacks. 1 away from the no command now. Buzz, meanwhile, with the operator, has a showstopper for an extra fight if he gets stuck here in showers all alone. Fung's just waiting. See if he swings out on a timer here. Maybe they throw some util over on short, create a distraction.
Yeah, the Sky's scooting over.
Oh, they're just going to push him out. Spot him. There's the op shot. Fung swinging as wide as possible to chase him through. They want to push him out, and Fung's ready for it. He actually fires up a shot, gives an opportunity for Buzz to go in for a counter peek, and that is the entry into shower shut down. Now the pinch completely useless on the side of A. You have to rethink this. Only 50 seconds left, and now half of the round gone. And Zhao, I mean, can't do much. He can try to creep past the Razorvines, but it has to be a timing. Younghae continuing to keep them trapped up. Luo King, meanwhile, finds a nice timing, but Sylvan there for the backup. Heibei now trading back and forth. So Buzz, he decides to push them back out, completely ruin the plan to go for the double A. Zhao does not get pinged. Very crucial.
30 seconds
No
left.
information here on the B site. Gets past the Razorvines. And now he needs to find a kill onto Izu.
I think he took just a scrape of damage there.
Yeah, I think Izu might have heard it. That last tick, Izu's ready for it. Here can't get past just yet, but only 13 seconds left. It's Trace Esports that has to rush things. They don't have the Gecko, so now it's a 3v2 on this opening. T1's going in. They have their own Gecko. There's the Dizzy. Giving that information. Heibei good for 2. Keeping the hopes alive for Trace Esports. Buzz passed it with the Phantom, but he gets
เอาเรื่องว่ะน้องเฮเบ
Where to find
น้องเฮเด
Heibei once again, keeping Trace alive.
Yeah, Heibei there.
Who am I kidding?
Doing a good
My knees
job
are gonna kill
reading
after
Sylvan's
this.
position at short after Sylvan had gotten the kill, anticipating that when the smokes would drop, he'd just be waiting right there. Had him lined up, gets over to the other side, gets the plant down, gets the orbital strike. This round looked like it was going to be a disaster. But Heibei able to break things open for him. Oh my god, that swing is so dangerous.
Yeah.
That op shot whizzed right by his ear. But he was stuck in a really bad position there. You know he's probably going to push out to the front of that orbital strike, so you can just double swing him. Nicely done. Now you have a showstopper. Now you've got the Viper's Pit, so if you can get to the plant, could be another win for Trace Esports. Give themselves 8, give themselves a real chance in this map.
Yeah, and on the side of T1, I wonder if they just choose to double stack their ultimates, right? Steel Garter and the null command means you really have nothing but your flashes.
Ui.
It's not even going to matter. Sylvan pushes out, refreshes the smokes. Now a 5v4 advantage for T1. Meanwhile, not much information given over to the side of Trace Esports. We see that sheer wall from the Vice set up once again diagonally on A short, so it's really tricky to try to activate that early. But if you rush through it without cleaning the Razorvines, you're all in for a rude surprise. Maybe even trying to go for the spam to clear that, see if they recall where that was. Zhao stuck between the Razorvines, finds an opening, but he can't get his weapon out in time. Meteor with the perfect trap once again. They haven't used it for most of this round after the first couple, so Trace Esports loses track of it. Fung spotted. Meteor now stuck between triple, but Buzz is there in showers to protect him. They're actually going to get bunched up. Meteor not able to, he's able to survive. Buzz goes down though to the fight from Luo King, so a nice pitch from Trace Esports, systematically done. And now they'll try to go for the plan. Draws out the orbital strike, but still enough time to reset the spike.
Yeah, and Luo King, well, he's just going to kill people. He has the Viper's Pit as well. Fung waiting with open arms, takes down Sylvan. Just Izu with 17 HP remaining to try to get this round over, but
Well,
I think he's just going to save.
He's got little bro.
Yeah.
It's 1.5. 1.5
Oh,
members,
fair enough. That's a good point.
1.5 members here for T1.
But I don't think Lil Bro has enough health to...
But he can keep him company. It's
That's
moral
true.
support.
Yeah, they can hang out together. Yeah, I like that, yeah.
Well, Izu, we'll just go for the save. And this was these are the types of rounds that I think, T1 fans are somewhat concerned about, right? When the initial plan breaks through, it starts to kind of become heroics after heroics. I'll go for this peak, I'll go for this peak, and then it starts to fall apart. I mean, Meteor trying to run away. He didn't really have an option other than to run away into showers, and he survives, but that means Buzz is there to cover him, trying to take the showstopper out. That means Lil King gets an option, and then the dominoes fall one by one. Trace Esports, meanwhile, a great setup. I love that Lil King's ready for the pinch off.
สีหน้าไม่ค่อยดีเลยที
Good timing from the Viper.
Yeah, I'm really curious, if Buzz just held that angle and just missed or what happened there with that operator, or if because of that showstopper he pulled off and didn't have the scope. I wonder if we'll get a view of it. Poor Zhao.
Oh, dude, I mean,
just screwed.
Yeah, unless you're predicting it, there's not much you can do. Oh, he's trying to run away from it, right? So you don't give the double kill. So either way, it works out perfectly the way Trace intended.
Well, I think that's an easy one to fix. Like, as coaches, you can go back to the drawing board on that round.
อยากดูอบิดเหรอ โอ้ยเอาหน่อยดิเล่นให้มันหน่อยเพื่อนสูสีหน่อย
Cannot get comfy until you finish the actual match. 11-8. Weapon advantage for Trace Esports. You've got that operator for Zhao on the attacking side.
Yeah, this is looking really, really solid. Yeah, there's a couple ultimates. Still have the Wombo combo with the KO and the Vise. But a shotgun there for Buzz. Stinger for Meteor. Couple Sheriffs. Izu still has the Phantom that he was able to save. But a lot of options for Trace Esports. They were able to hang on to that Viper's Pit as well. Okay, yeah, that's nice. Fong Fong's just like, cool story, bro. That's another way to get rid of that PC util. Just hop over it.
But I mean, you're spending 200 creds on it, so I don't know how I feel about that. I would like to see more teams. Like, I get why you don't want to just jump peek, because it is a risk, right? You're revealing yourself, and you're just focused on your movement.
ขอบคุณปชนะสำหรับ1 เดือนนะครับ
I think it's worth a shot. Obviously, there it's a bit tougher with the incline, but we'll see either way.
ที่วัน KGL สเต็ก
Overall util and information, but the weaponry still.
ออตัมเป็น IGL เดี๋ยวออตัมมาเล่นเอง
But not going to find it at this angle.
เดี๋ยวให้สเต็กไปชมแทน
Pushed back. He's now stuck in
เฟเกอร์ลงไปครับเฟเกอร์ลงไปครับเมื่อวานลงไปแล้ว
But do they account for Izu who holds a Phantom, the one rifle on
เดี๋ยวเฟเกอร์มาช่วยพอชม
spray down. Oh, Steel Garden being used nice and early. Now only 30 seconds left, but that is going to delay the entry quite a bit here from Trace Esports. And then the 0 point to make sure that they're still stuck there. Luo King, the last hope to try to open things up. He's trying to make sure he creates distance.
อย่าวัดอย่าทำอย่างนี้ขอร้อง
T1 getting ahead of it. Sylvan already here. Molly out, and Luo King gets one shot. Now the Molly, counter Molly to push them away.
มันเป็นปืนคนบาปอะวัดถ้าทำแบบนี้บ่อยๆมันจะ
And Trace Esports should be able to secure this round.
พี่เอ๋ยจะไม่ถูกใจสิ่งนี้ไง
Nice tracing from Beyond K. And now Izu once again, 550 credits and a Phantom. Probably just needs to save here. Not much left to be done. Great reading of the situation there by Trace. They're starting to kind of figure out.
Faker of Valorant สำหรับผมใกล้เคียงที่สุดตอนนี้น่าจะเป็น10นะ
Not just with the wall, but also with the razor
แต่ตอนนี้
as well.
ไอ้นี่ไปแล้ว
They're really making sure
พัก
that isn't going
ป
to
ระกาศ
cause
พักไปก่อน
them problems in the early part
ไม่
of
รู้
the
จะมา
round.
แข่งอีกไหม
Just like sacrifice Zhao like they did a couple rounds ago and just eat up all that.
เพราะว่า
It's paid off.
Faker มีทั้งฝีมือและชื่อเสียงนะก็น่าจะเทรนกันใกล้เคียงลงมาก็แอดปาร์ต
Nice work there by Luo King, trying to kill on the Buzz. Buzz got stuck in a bad spot, tried to go for the blast pack outplay, but never even got close enough.
Please do not mistake.
Yeah, Luo King's really creating a lot of opportunities this map here for Trace Esports.
ใช่ตอนนี้อาจจะเป็นแอดปาร์ต
Now, if they win this
Red
round,
Bart.
more or less, they
วัดกัน
should
ที่
be
ปี
able
เนี้ย
to
ปี
push
ที่จะถึง
ahead
เนี่ย
and
ปี
get
หน้า
to
เนี่ย
that point first,
30
'cause,
seconds left.
the econ not looking great for T1. The Steel Garden being used as well as the Wombo combo not quite there for a set retake.
Faker of Valorant ก็น่าเองไง
See what else they
That's
have.
it.
Still just an ult, and a lot of the other ults are actually far away from T1. They haven't really been getting frags to start to ramp those up.
Right. It's been pretty dicey. Let's see if T1 now can stabilize. They start out
อยาก
so
กินข้าว
strong
ผัด
on
กะ
this
เพรา
defender
ห
side.
มู
Felt like it was going to be maybe another fast map, but Trace Esports.
ไอ้ยปู่เมื่อวานไอ้ยปู่เมื่อกี้คมอยู่
as this half rolls on.
ทำเป็นเล่นไป
But eventually
ปู่
T1
ล่างเอาจริง
find the counter adjustments on the attacker side to get a few more rounds in their back pockets, and just a trailblazer to lead the way. But spreading the map a lot this time, TE. You know, really trying to take control of the extremities, using this chamber. Luo King has got to be feeling just so confident right now with how well he's done, pushing through showers, pushing through short. He's been a real difference maker in creating the space, creating the opportunities for Trace Esports in these last couple of rounds.
Very crucial, and right now down to 50
Love
seconds.
that.
They know where the sheer wall is, but they haven't tripped it just yet. And Lil
Mm,
King, if he had won that, would have been a very different story. But now, like you said, you spread out the map, but you don't have any information. You lost control of showers, and Trace Esports running out of time. 40 seconds now passing down to the 30 mark.
Just hoping that you're going to find one of those players on rotation. Buzz gets some contact. Maybe wins it through, but it's just a meat grinder here. Buzz and Stacks combining for 2 kills. That spike down, 20 seconds left on the clock. Oh, what a switch there from Zhao.
Oh my God.
Round over.
คม
Done and dusted. T1 hold the line.
Yeah, I mean, good mechanics from Zhao, and we've seen that before. But again, they kind of reverted to their default style of let's wait for a pick, and T1 just does not give it to them.
No.
And Lil King waited as long as possible in showers for that pick, and right at the last moment, Buzz comes out and wins it because Lil King starts to get antsy, because right now you have no information. I mean, you saw the sheer wall on B, so wow, that's so quick.
Woo!
Yeah, I mean, Zhao's got the talent. He's got the mechanical talent for
one
sure.
more round
But
let's go
yeah, not much you can do against the Vice Util.
Right.
So Trace, they give up map and match point to T1. Now they have to Hail Mary all the way to overtime. See if they can do it. Null Command still online for Stacks.
Yeah, Stacks trying to find an achievement to win without using his ultimate. He's never really had an opportunity to be frank.
Yeah.
I kind of dunk on him a little bit, but it's totally just he really hasn't had the situation. Once he had it, they were like on ecos and they were getting kind of bullied. So that's a nice dizzy. Buzz has 2 players, great double swing, great adjustment here from Trace Esports to make sure that they're going to take showers.
ไอ้กระโดดนิดนึง
Before the minute mark as well. So taking the initiative, recognizing that T1 is starting to play safe if it's not the operator in hand. It's a good read, good adjustment, draws out a lot of util away from the A site. Even a
นี่
flash
อ่ะ
drive,
สแต็ก
Funk's ready for it. Anti right around the corner. Meanwhile, it's going to be Beyond K just skirting
แปลก
all the way through the Razor Vines, opens up the site. Explosive opening for Trace, and you still have Zhao waiting on B, right? They want to make sure they ruin as much as possible. If T1 goes for the saves, you know it's a possibility. See if Zhao is able to pick up an extra kill or not. The grand scheme of things, it may not matter, but it might make T1 a lot weaker in the last round or two.
And it's opened up the door because he's held this for so long for these quick attempts to punish the economy of T1. This is really, really smart from Trace Esports. Really good understanding of this situation because of this extra position that Zhao is able to hold, because it doesn't seem like T1 has great answers to the chamber all the time.
Yeah, ideally Fung gets a kill or two. Heibe's going to get one. Fung will die, but he still gets an ult point too. His name, Soman, staying alive, gets quite a bit more stuff. Beyond K will finish things off. So now Trace Esports, you have 3 ults online, and I believe Fung should be 1 point away from the showstopper as well.
Yeah, so this is a scary, scary round for T1. The next couple of rounds, because there's the potential that Trace is able to cycle these. Yeah, 1 away from the showstopper, 2 away from the orbital strike as well. So you can kind of cycle this, where you're going to have some big ultimates in play in these next 2 rounds, potentially force overtime. Just great little micro adjustments. Kind of a similar idea. They're spreading the map, but this time around they give a little bit of extra help to make sure that Showers gets cleared onto Buzz. And you have so much faith in Zhao as that chamber that he can just hold an angle by himself. But you've got a lot of players lined up towards B. However, Spike's still on the ground. So this is all just kind of a bit of a ruse here from the side of Trace Esports.
Yeah, and now the sheer wall once again. This time it's on the entrance of the site. So you really can't kind of trip it by just walking past it. It's either a jump peek or at least spamming in front of it. They'll draw the Razor Vine first. They'll be happy with that. So now a rush through the wall is a possibility for Trace Esports. Looks like they might be thinking about it with the spike being brought over to the side.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is now the kind of setup they were looking for, that they were hoping for on the front of me, and they're going to use the sequence to try to leak away.
Fragment just being used and by time, but Funk's still gonna find a nice shot right over the
แปลกๆแล้วทีวัน
Is here with the showstopper.
เอ้า
Does not get to fire and Funk gets right under him. Catches him off guard. Funk now on fire with a triple kill. Sylvan
บัตโบยูดี
catches
กู
one
ก็
in
ต
the
ลก
back, but it's not gonna be enough. A good pop
เฮ้ยเอาว่ะ
stash. Just
สวย
jiggling between the two. Can
In.
he get another for the 4K? Just jiggles. He wants to play for the win.
อย่าลืออย่าลื
It's
อ
a good setup from the
พี่
IGL.
แตกเขาจัดให้
And T1 will be able to
บัตบอกเอ้ยโทษทีเมื่อกี้กูตลกไปหน่อยอยากเห็นเดียเอ็กกลับมาไวๆว่ะสงสารแฟตแบ็ก ทรงแบกอยู่คนเดียวตอนนี้แฟตแบ็กจะได้แบบว่า มีไอ้พวกแก๊งหัวหอกจะไปอีสุมันไม่บาลานซ์กับเพื่อนเลยวะถ้วยมันดูแบบมินิมอลมินิมอลมินิมอลเลยวะมินิมอลดีเอ็กมาแน่พี่ เธอมีได้พาไปแต่งงานเลย อ๋อที่ผ่านมาคือกูไม่ว่างกูจะแต่งงานใช่ไหมออฟซีซั่นนะถือว่าทามมิ่งดีนะ
for that, and individually they absolutely have the potential, but once again
แชทเดี๋ยวผมมาหนึ่งเกม2เจอกัน เมื่อไหร่จะมาวันนี้มันโคตรนานเลย พี่เห็นเวนดอร์อาร์เคนยังพี่ยังเลย มาแล้วเหรอ พักนานขนาดนี้เออมาเราวอตปาร์ตี้ช่องนี้ปะล่ะซีเราวอตปาร์ตี้ช่องนี้ ขออนุญาตวอตปาร์ตี้ครับ
Like I never left.
วอตปาร์ตี้ CGIS
เฮียเหรอเนี่ย เกิดเรื่องบ้าอะไรขึ้นวะ
Only brought a job for you.
เกิดเป้าเดี๋ยวเกิดเป้าเนี่ยเอาสมอลเยอะเอาเนี่ยเราเนี่ยนะ
I play mid again. Fight them. That guy is always playing mid. So how
we watching you
ผมว่าเราจะได้
Only one smoke.
Deep breath.
ไอวิวโดนไอวิวโดน
Only
หรอ
one smoke.
วันบิลลี่
No peeking.
ไอริฟันใส่
Revealing
เฮ้ย
อันนี้หาอยู่
สมุกมันนี่สมุก
we watching you
ที่แบ็คไซด์
spike planted.
ไอ้ปู
น้องอุ้ยเจ็ดมันตึงจังอะไหลอัพ
กูวางเสร็จกูจะออกกูตาย
Oh, this reminds me of this one time where
yeah, I still stay here.
เหลือกี่นาทีอะ2 นาที
กูให้มึงวางแล้วกันไอ้เหี้ยไม่วางแล้วจ้ะ
You have to get one mid. Their ISO and so on. We always play here. Can we take mid?
กูกลางอากาศไม่รู้ว่าผมโยนบอลไม่เพี้ยนละ
เอนโดยิง27
We are watching you bro มาดิปึ๊บ
Take flight.
Cypher here Catch fish
กลับมาจากพิก้ามาดูพิก้าอีกทีสวย สวย สวยครับ โดนหมด
ไก่ปูโลแมน
เฟิร์งตกไปแล้ว
โคลอมบี
Making cover. Over there. Scanning ahead. No distraction.
What the fuck ไอ้ก้าว
One enemy remaining.
planted.
ผมมาไม่ทันดูครับ PFTI แล้วอัพนี้เป็นไงบ้างโหดไหมโหดโคตร
เฮ้ย
สแกนมาดูเท็กเจอร์
ไอ้เหี้ยเนี่ยไอ้เหี้ยเพราะไม่มีใครถือกูต้องถืออีกกูตายอีกโอ้ยเอ้ย
Go mid again, go mid again. We kill this ISO. Fuck.
ไม่ทัน
กูก็อยากไปเล่นบ้างเหมือนกันนะ
ไม่ต้องรวมกันเองใส่รวม
นี่
ค
ค
รั
รับ บ
I'm here to stay.
โอเคแมน
เรากำลังอ่านแชทก้าอยู่ ว่าใครจะไปเฉลย ห้ามเฉลย แล้วรอเกมจะมาแล้ว เดี๋ยวก้ามันลก
วันเฮเวนพีกิ้ง
Scanning ahead. Stopping fire. Destabilizer.
รอเถอะ
หนีพี่ก้าวใช่พี่ก้าวพี่ จุกนี่จุก
Flag planted. Reloading.
เจ็ด heaven left side
ไซเฟอร์
เฉลยทำไม
two heaven one city
โอเคครับ
เอ้ยมาแล้ว
เห็น
Neutralized.
One enemy remaining.
ผมเชียร์ซิกาเลต
go mid again we fucked him up mid
กูมาแล้ว
Match point.
Thank you.
ผมครับน้อง
มีคนแอบดูใคร
Eyes up.
Watchparty ไง
มั่นใจเขาไว้
Revealing area.
มีการมันสงสัยแล้ว น้องเอาให้หน่อย โอ้โหมันเร็วอะไรขนาดนั้นนะ
แม่งโหดจังวะเฮีย
แม่งโหดจริง
:_hello:_horga
เอ้ยเฮียมันโหดจังวะไอแจมดรอป
I think go mid
อัน
again
นี้มายังวะ
กูให้ไซเฟอร์
มาแล้วดิไอ้ถ้วยเนี่ย
ขอบคุณลำมันละเมคามที่เป็นเดียวครับผม
can we walk mid just walk mid let them take mid and we
โอ้ยมันกำลังจะบอกนะเพิ่งจะเซตอัพ อ๋อเซตไปแล้ว โหครึ่งชั่วโมงไม่เซตอัพนี่คือบอกเลยนะ
Revealing
โกรธแหละ
drop door
แคนสวยครับ ไหลกลางไว้กลางไม่ดัน
camera taken out.
โซ่เฮียมันทำมิดให้ไปโดนดิ
Deploying drone.
go B go B
ไอแตก
wait go B yeah go B
แค่ใส่อะ
สวยครับ
Flag planted.
เฮ้ยจีดีวะ โอ้โหน้อง
โอ้แล้วกระสุนกูแม่งแบบโอ้วางกูเพิ่งวางไอ้เฮียกูจะได้เล่นไหมล่ะ
พี่วางทีไรแตกตลอด
Nowhere to run.
One enemy
อุ้ย
remaining.
Breaking them.
สเต็ปโดนยิง โอ้
ไอเด็กกูเบื่อ
กูเบื่อคนวางมันก็อย่างเงี้ยแหละกล้า ดูพี่เบสเป็นตัวอย่าง ทุกวันนี้พี่เบสไม่อยากจับสไปร์แล้วแต่ก็ต้องจับ เฮ้ยด่านมันชิดด่านเหมือนเมื่อกี้เลย แต่มันเปลี่ยนแค่เซนส์เปลี่ยนใบเป็นเอเซนส์
Creation, there's some new agents to toy around with since Pearl has been in the map pool. So, we haven't seen like the Harbor Viper stuff, and I'm pretty curious to.
ขออนุญาตกินข้าวไปด้วยนะครับกะเพราหมูสับกับกุ้ง
Yeah, it's going to be
Kapao
interesting to
Chung.
see if a Neon comes out, right? Because Potter seemed to be pretty set on just playing the Jet at this event, right? Just getting his feet warm on the main stage here on a LAN event. But at the same time, Gen G, very notorious for not playing that Neon no matter what, always claiming that it's more about learning how to counter the Neon than playing it yourselves. We'll see if they finally have caved in and said, all right, we get it, we're going to go with the Neon. And no, it is not. It's going to be Texture on the ISO, and Foxy9 playing the Yoru. Okay, and then the Open Aster as well. I mean, first of all, it's a very blue.
เฮ้ย
purple
ไอโซ่ว่ะเทคเจอร์
I just wanna know, I like the color scheme. I really do. Purple's my favorite color, so I'm all about this.
I mean, this is quite interesting. I mean, the Sova seems
Oh,
to be
wow,
very
Bio
competitive
Man.
right now on Pearl. A lot of teams are leaning into that, but it's going to be nobody on the fade on the other side of the coin. So still that chamber there, but it's going to be Chichu this time piloting that. No doubt that Chichu can pop off, can really set rounds askew for his opponents. We saw
ไอโซ่เหรอ
plenty at Champions this year. So that's going to be
ตลกปะเนี่ยเทคเจอร์ถามก่อน
the Neon as well. how is this going to work for, Potter coming out with that for the first time?
แต่ผมเชื่อว่าเจนจีไม่ตลกมันทำแผน
Yeah, this is very
อยากรู้เลยจะเล่นไง
I'm glad to see that Potter is very up to date on the meta duelist, so maybe even more comfortable, right? Given that maybe he's playing a lot of solo queue or something like that. So we'll see how much he can prove himself. But the ISO Yoru, very interested here because there's not any blatant utility that's really stopping.
มันกินโอเมนนี่
Even the gravity well, you
มัน
can
กินปลอม
get past it at least yourself. Sure, it stops the second line of attack, but there isn't anything like a fade or a sage or anything like that, or a cipher that's really just going to.
อยากเห็นด่านเพลเจนจี vs ทารอนเลยว่ะ
We'll be starting on the attacking
อยากเห็น
side. Meanwhile,
ไอโซดวลไปเจอท่าน
like they just want to barrel forward, down or up rather.
เจ็กเจอร์ดวลท่าน
Just close out that part of the map.
It's worth noting, first time the Texture has ever played ISO in an official match.
Yeah, that's what I was figuring, but I'm glad we got that checked because this is a big departure from the Jet and the Rays.
I am very curious to see what he's cooking. Well, it helps when you're Texture and you can do
Look on
you know,
Yeah, all
tap
right.
people.
ISO
Ning
versus
à, đồ lắm.
Chamber, but it's going to be a nice flash setting up Potter for big success. Simon once again proving his worth as that support agent. And that's going to clear out B Long. Still 3 members remaining for Gen G, but EDG sitting comfy with 4. They just want to clear out the rest of the map. If
EDG
it's able
เลย
to
นะเว้ย
win the
เพื่อน
retake, we're holding on to Art, so
ตลก
we
ปะเนี่ย
have multiple ways of entering onto the site. And that's the game plan right now for the Chinese squad. The world champions, we should note, of course, still the core members here.
Yeah, still 3v4 that Gen G is going to have to deal with. Only a couple shot darts for this post plant, so that's going to send Yeoman deep, and there's already pings coming out from EDG. They're already reading this pretty nicely, so Yeoman's going to have to deal with some pressure.
Oh, he's getting up close. He doesn't want to get lost on the far side, but Simon just creeping up right down the main path. Not taking any sort of right advantage, throws Yeoman off, and now that is the signal for the retake. Potter double sliding in, just wants to make sure he clears out all the close angles. Want to check for any sort of spam, and Foxy9 shows
อุ้ย
himself from
มัน
Flowers.
สโมก
He's
ยัง
actually
เทียบ
still
เลยอะ
alive.
ดูดิ
Bunch still not spotted.
อุ้ยมันสโมกแบบ
This is huge. A lot of deception there. With
โอ้
the
โห
game crash baits him out,
บา
and
ดจัด
Munchkin's ready
สโมก
for
แบบ
it with
ค
the
รึ่ง
double right click.
Yeah, what a beautiful post plant there from Foxy9 and Munchkin. So well set up. Just 2 huge kills for Foxy, and Munchkin just waiting in the dugout for his moment to step up to the plate. He knocks it out of the park. Crazy good stuff.
Yeah, really well set up. Munchkin not firing a single shot. You'll love to see that. Just the confidence they have in their setup. And the comms must have been very clear there on Foxy9.
มันสโมกแบบ200 คิว
But this game crash, that's just so perfect. I mean, they have no choice but to peek out of the smoke. It's a little bit difficult. You're not sure. Now EDG once again focused on the B side, but this time just with Headhunter and Sheriffs in hand.
ยิงหมดครับ
Going to get
คม
passed by, but Texture hitting that swing out again against Chishu.
He's just built different. Oh, Karan as well. With that single tap of the Guardian. Takes down nobody, trying to lurk through mid. 4 players going to try to go through this angle. It's a great slide, a great kill. Just into the gun situation. However, Yeoman's turn.
Yeah, now there's so many members coming out against Potter, so he tries to slide in. Not going to get the kill. Yeah, sure, you get the run by, but can't really survive past that. Vandal, a nice answer to that Neon movement, and it's just a 4v1 toast. Just a classic. They're even spamming it out. He's taking so much damage crawling in. Maybe gets Foxy9, but he's not even going to check. Foxy9 will find him. It's a nice clean round. 4 members left alive for Gen G.
Yeah, really sharp shooting from Texture to open this up. That's 2 first kills already for him in 2 rounds. Looking to try to push
มัน
that
ควันในนี่
ACS.
ดิควันแบบว่า
You gotta pump
ควัน
those numbers
ครอบ
up,
สไปร์
bro.
ไว้ครึ่งหนึงอะให้ดู
Pump up.
รู้
Irias
ว่าแก้
as
เปล่า
well. Irias a kill contract
หนัง
as
บ้า
well.
That's huge.
Goodness.
Yeah, that's pretty big, especially, I mean, coming into your bonus round, right? If you can just force that fight, and if you are able to take out an early weapon, maybe even get an upgrade if it's somewhere up close, that should be a great way of entry here for the ISO.
When I think you can use it to clear stuff like Cubby on B, like back alley on B, like stuff like that. That could be really, really powerful. Art as well on A. Like, there's so many angles actually that, the defensive side might leave isolated that you can kind of identify and knock down potentially. So I can definitely see the value in running the ISO on this map. Still haven't seen much from like the contingency or, that wall or the vulnerable, but, Texture's just good enough. You can just get it done with his guns.
Yeah, so
and the double
far.
tap helps, of course. But.
Yeah, of course. But that's off of that first kill. So it's been pretty clear what the value is. I think having the confidence to go for the first shot. This time it's Munchkin, but they were ready for a triple swing, quadruple swing, in fact. I mean, this is all about aim goes down B long, and if it's going to be
Jing
that
na.
gets the kill,
มันกินเล่นอย่างเงี้ย
Push forward this time once again with the double tap.
ถ้าหลุดเจนซีไปแล้วเขาไม่ได้ต่อโอ้โหใครไม่เอาไปที่โคตรเสียดาย
If anything,
Italy,
you're still going to get the free kill from your teammates, and Texture will still get it for himself, refresh the shield. Meanwhile, Gen G just cleaning house on the backup. And this is the type of pressure that ISO can put on, right? You trap one guy, even if he wins the duel, the rest of his teammates have to swarm around to try to protect him afterwards.
Yeah, it is a really good ultimate in a lot of different situations. And that's why you would see it a lot on Haven and maps like that. Like bigger maps, you can really allow yourself to either spread the map, go for that early pick, or in situations like you're talking about, like post plant, something like that, Karan's going to find the last player, nobody taken down, and 3-0 start here as Gen G converts their bonus. But yeah, it's so oppressive at times. Like good ISO players are so frustrating to play against, you know, whether it be, you know, Durka, Premium, whatever. It doesn't matter who's playing it. Like they're so good. There's Alpha, excuse me.
Alpha, of course.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Alpha.
the kind of main one. I think swapped around a couple times, but
Yeah. But absolutely, like players like that it just have such natural good aim, like Texture.
Yes.
That you're basically winning like 75% or more of your kill contracts. Like it's so disgusting. And like you're saying,
แล้วราวนี้49เมนติ
you've already taken that site. That doesn't matter. That player's dead anyway.
Yeah, but EDG, they stick true to their plan, and
มัน
they
กิน
say
ต้องไป
they
ทหาร
want to push out very fast, either A main or B long. And this is what the meta eventually evolved into when Pearl was still in the map, which is erase one part of the map. But if you're getting erased off of it, it's not going to mean much. Map control given over to Gen G. She
Gen Gมัน
all
โหดจัดเลย
alone,
ว่ะ
just a headhunter in hand. Finds the Euro, but doesn't find the shot. Now he's cornered all the way into the back corner. Texture repositioning.
เจอแม่ง
Gets the
ยิง
double tap
เวนดอลเป็นแฟน
refresh,
ทอมเลย
and another free round for Gen G.
Yeah, I mean, I could see the value already with the double tap at the very least for these B executes because it gives you that extra ability to absorb one of those long angle shots or the cubby, you know, peak or something like that. So, you know, in a part of the map where if you're not running a Viper, for example, and you don't have that big wall to cut off a lot of space as you try to make your execute with this gracious Texture, yeah, it's really nice to have that double tap. It just gives you that free extra bullet that you can absorb and keep that push going and then overstack those numbers and overstack those angles.
Yeah, that was the one obvious thing that everyone noticed as soon as ISO was even announced, right? Was that, okay, well, this is an anti-op agent. But then on top of
ประเทศ
that,
เขามีพรพันธุ์เหมือนประเทศเรา
it's an anti-chamber agent, right? The head-on
ประเทศเรามันมีบั๊กนะเว้ย
even on an eco.
รู้ป่ะสมมติว่าถ้าเราไปรายงานตัวทหารครั้งหนึ่งแล้วอะเราต้องไปรายงานทุกปี แต่ถ้า
given over for free to the
คือหมายมาแล้วเราไม่ไปงานตัวรายงานตัวตั้งแต่ตอนแรกอะ
continue to pressure that EDG this time with
คือ
rifles once
แล้วเราไปรายงานตัวอีกทีตอนอายุแบบขั้นแม็กซ์สุดที่จะรายงานทหารแล้วอะเราจะเสียค่าปรับแค่200เว้ยโดยที่ไม่ต้องออกไปรายงานตัวทุกปีนี่คือบั๊กแต่ไม่รู้ว่าเขาแก้บั๊กไปยังไงเพราะว่าผมไปทหารจับทหารตอนอายุนู่นน่ะ24 25เสียค่าปรับ200ที่ไม่ไปรายงานตัว
Yeah, this is so difficult for EDG to deal with. They're able to at least get Karan down. Foxy9 has so much information on the space that's free. Yeah, Fragment's gonna come.
28เหรอน่าจะนั่นแหละประมาณนั้นจำไม่ได้นานละ
Nobody actually gonna find Munchkin as well on the backside.
It's you
Yeah,
and
they
me.
still have good control of Flowers. Meanwhile, a kill contract comes out. The Texture, if he can win this one, it should give them a little bit more breathing room.
เด็กเจอ
That's the cue for Toast to
โดนดิ
swing
ครับ
out and get a nice double. 3K for the round, and they get their first score on the board.
Yeah, now the aim is starting to come under the grasp of EDG. Simon there winning a huge one. Texture just a little bit off balance, long enough for Simon to find that kill.
ไซมอนมองข้างๆเหมือนอานา
Important that round was able to be turned around. Gen G finally on the back foot a little bit. That's 2 kill contracts already in 5 rounds.
คังพัก
Absolutely
คังกับ
banana stuff.
สม็อกกี้
from
พักครับ
Texture, but you got a few ultimates to play with. You've got the Cosmic Divide. You've got the Lightning Fingers.
สม็อกกี้บอกยังดีใจไม่หายที่ได้แชมป์
Simon.
ขอนอนร้องไห้อยู่บ้านต่อ แซวแรงแซวคนชนะมันอะ
Toying with some arc pressure. The pings are coming through. They're going to set up the star. So yeah, they're going to try to push mid. They're going to try to take some control, but Gen G's just kind of wrapping around to the other side. So it's a call to fall back.
Yeah.
Yeah, given for free, but very good control of mid. Refilling the site nice and early as well. Both the fade and the KO here. So they've got some abilities to make sure they deter any sort of explosive entry. And quite frankly, without the Neon, without anything like the Raze or even the Jet, Gen G not going to have the speed.
โอเคไม่ล้อ
Go for it. It's
เดี๋ยว
a
น้อง
lot
บอก
more
เดี๋ยวน้อง
deception
กด
setting up with things like the flashes and the first picks.
Absolutely. And they're doing a good job here pulling back feeling like a little bit too much contact.
น้ำตาสุดหล่อจะไม่ได้เห็น
Sees
อีก
there,
นะ
it just slowed things up way too much for them to really explode onto the site, probably the way they would have liked to. And they're going to just take their time, try to get this through.
เฮเบบอกตอนกูร้องกูหน้าเบะกว่านี้อีกทำไมไม่แซวกูบ้างวะ
Reaggress. Both duelists here try to work together.
แล้วต้องแซวคนหล่อดิแซวคนได้แชมป์
In tandem, Yo Man. Oh my God, this is
It's
so
three
dangerous.
members. Is he ready for it? He finds one. He finds
Well, Yo
two.
Man.
He almost gets the third. They absolutely are not watching out
Potter
for him.
was
In
in.
time, and he gets the clean headshot. Simon
เนี่ยอันนี้
Holmes
พอตเตอร์
Is he
EG
ready for the double? He jumps in, but Texture's ready. They're
มา
holding
เล่นให้
the angle as
EDG
a crossfire right at the smoke. Texture,
คม
nice swing adjustment as well for a second
อุ้ย
kill.
เท็กเจอร์นี่มัน
There is the from the shadows. This was set up by Munchkin.
พูด
Cross
จัด
map,
เลยวะ
pushing both sites at the same time. Soon as one's clear, you go for the plan. Chichu, he's ahead of it. He's not ready for it, but
ออกมาแบบ
there's too many
ย่อง
angles to
ๆโดน
check as Genji keeps the lead at 4.
Yo Man there.
โยแมน
Standing tall. Just finds the right timing. They were watching it for the
มีแต่พ่อหนุ่ม
longest
ยิ้ม
time.
แย้ม
And right as nobody turned, he stepped out. And it was the end of EDG. So EDG is going to take a timeout. Things have gone very, very south. They're going to be a little bit off kilter on the economy. And they've got a lot of ults. Yeah, you could pop the overdrive in this next round. You can see there nobody just turned at the last second.
30 seconds left.
Simon
อายุอย่างงี้ถ้าไปเป็นทหารนี่โคตรเสียโอกาสเลยนะ
players to beat from. Turned out
อายุประมาณ 20 ต้นๆเนี่ยแม่งแบบโคตรเสียโอกาสอะถ้าติดทหารขึ้นมา
Yeah, I mean,
วัยกำลังดีเฟกต์ไวเลย นั่นแฮร์รี่พอตเตอร์ไหนมาส่งอันแล้ว texture Esports เขามีเกณฑ์มีงดเกณฑ์อะไรนะมีงดเกณฑ์นักกีฬาไหมมันก็ยังไม่มีนะ
เป็นนักกีฬาโอลิมปิก
จริงๆควรมียิ่งเป็นเกาหลียิ่งควรมีเลย แต่ไทยมันยังผ่อนผันได้ยาวๆไง
Here in the off season, they haven't run a lot of sentinels, other than like Ascent and a few other maps where it's kind of borderline necessary.
Yeah.
You know, they're very happy to play these like double duelists or single duelists with a couple controllers, no traditional
Nobody.
sentinel, and just out rotate.
Nobody chill แล้วได้แชมป์มา
And that shows
เดี๋ยว
a
ร
lot
อ
of
เขาไปเอาจริง
confidence
ตอน
in their,
นี่
coaching staff and in Munchkin and
ส่วน
all
เจน
that
จี
kind
ก็
of
เล่นซ้อม
stuff.
แผน
They're able to put together. Yeoman does have that Hunter's Fury. Let's see if the overdrive is going to get popped here. It's a quick rotation from EDG. A little bit of noise being made by Texture, but
เฟเกอร์ไม่ต้องเข้ากลมเพราะชนะทีมชาติ
they're going to keep going forward. So it's going to be Texture and I think Karan trying to go for some.
ไทยเราหมดด้วยเงิน
Just trying to apply some extra pressure. They didn't really use B-Link ever so far.
ไทยเราถ้าเรียนรอดอก็สบายไปครับ
Either been B long, just a little bit of scouting in mid, and then A main. So we'll see if this works out for them.
ไทยเราผ่อนด้วยกันเรียนรอดอ
Watching out for B-Link for the time being. Clone gets passed by. Drone is there to scout it out. Now Genji already entering into B-Link. Nobody, he's already distracted watching towards B main. And then, the TP in and Foxy9 gets a free kill. That's the signal for Karon to start pushing through. It's a double stack here at B-Link. Texture goes down, but Karon's still alive. Hunter's Fury to keep them tied up, and now it's the signal to rotate. We've drawn enough attention. They're heavy on B. And Karon wants to make sure that he holds on to it, gets
30 seconds
taken
left.
down. Information denied against Genji.
Yeah, this is really good stuff.
โอ้โห
from EDG.
ชิชูมันสะบัด
They've
เมาส์
got
เพื่อ
gun
กลับหลัง
upgrades all across the board as well. Still have that fade
ผู้เล่น
ultimate
เมาส์โคตรช้า
into the post plant potentially. Munchkin trying to push his way forward, but already nobody's here. Oh, the smoke just in time.
But nobody's way ahead of it, and yeah, you're so distracted by the neon noise as well. So it's a good setup by Potter for
Nobody
Nobody
out
to
high.
get that 3K, and EDG trying to climb back up.
Yeah, this is a really good read on their
เล่นรอ
part.
ดอก็ต้องเกณฑ์
Genji
เหรอ
just
ไทย
kind
อะ
of
นะ
overcommits, you know, a little bit of noise
เดี๋ยวนี้
made
มัน
by
ต้องเกณฑ์แล้วเหรอ
Texture with
ห
his
รือว่ามันต้องเกณฑ์แค่
rifle.
6 เดือนวะ
Sort of alerts them to the presence and against an eco, you know,
ทำได้
you're
ผม
gonna
จำ
have
ได้
to
ว่าเรียนรอ
expect
ดอ
over
มันไม่ต้อง
rotate,
เกณฑ์
so this one probably they'd like to
Enemy remaining.
rethink that round if you're going to go back and do it again, but can't do that. Operator now for Chichu. Still a
กฎ
few
มันเปลี่ยน
balls
แล้ว
all the way around
อ่า
as well, so a couple cosmic divides, could see a little crisscross applesauce in there, but
ชิบหายแล้ว
what they're going to plan. They're trying to push out with this op, but
Yeah.
Gen G seems somewhat
Yeah, I
เปลี่ยนแล้วเหรอ
right. It's always been a push out somewhere, at least with something from EDG.
วับ
Genji's pretty well prepared for it, but there is
Ui,
the pop
what?
blast right past the clone. He just fires through it. Gets the collapse
Spike
through the
down
clone.
A.
And now that is full control. Spike down as well. So the operator now on watching the flank duty over on Art, right next to his trademark. It's still a two-man stack. Double tap view. Nobody just trying to
ดี
get
นะ
it
ผม
off.
จับได้
And
ใบ
he does.
ดำ
He
ไอ
actually
คน
gets
ข้างๆอ่ะ
distracted
ซ้าย
as
ขวา
well.
ผมจับได้
The
ใบแดง
shield is
ทั้ง
off,
คู่
and
เลย
now they just want to
ผม
run
คน
the
กลางผม
timer
จับได้
out.
ใบ
I
ดำ
love this awareness
สบาย
from
ครับ
EDG.
Yeah, they're playing really, really smart right now. And it's a great
Cái
push
dùng
against
cá chào.
Potter. Even though he dies for the cause, it's very worth. And you just can't aggress this angle. You could try, but you're gonna get off.
Spike
Well,
down.
แล้วที่น่าตลกคือไอคนซ้าย ไอคนซ้ายจับได้ใบแดงไอคนขวาหัวเราะเยาะกิกกักกิกกักหัวเราะเยาะเพื่อนไอสัตว์สักพักตัวเองโดนหน้าอย่างมิดเลย
Nice adjustment on the headshot.
หน้านี่แบบว่าเหมือน
Swings
แบบ
have
โอ้
been pretty good
เดี๋ยว
from
2 ปี
Texas so far today, but there's still 3 more members.
30 seconds left.
First up is Toast here, right next to B-Link. He hears the footsteps. He's letting his teammates know he wants to catch him from behind.
Texture
gets
โดน
an inkling of it.
มาแล้วไอดีจี
Toast
อ่ะ
will get the shot.
Yeah, now let's see if maybe there's a counter timeout from Solo. He's back and he might have something to say, but doesn't look like it. Timer's still ticking down, so Genji
Should I play
down
some
to the
stars
wire
in
with
this
the money. Just enough for a Guardian there. There's plenty of money in the other pockets. Maybe they'll try to buy up, but that's crazy. That is absolutely insane, Potter.
Yeah, I mean, Potter looks pretty comfy on the Neon. Obviously, we've seen some great Neons in the world, so it's hard to compare him up to that point just yet. But he does look like he knows exactly what his job is, and he's very, very hungry for it. Still a couple more frags that he wants. There's the pop flash, but he realizes a bit too late on that. So he wants
เกิน
to
ไป
still
พูดแต่ก็ได้ฟ็อกซี่ไน
kind of baits out some of the early shots, but there's a nice counter flash coming out, and Texture will get 2 to his name before he goes
ต้อง
down.
ไซมอนดูถูก
Now
ใจ
down
ส
to a
กินนี้นะ
3v3 Paranoia to gain some control of B main once again for Gen G.
Yeah, so the timeout call working really well where they're able to challenge these angles, not give them up for free. You know, there's always a couple players pushing one end of the map or the other, try to challenge these Genji sort of space-taking maneuvers. And so far, now things trying to turn the way of EDG. Long-range shots, nobody takes a scrape of damage. Yeoman down to 85. Just gonna wait this one out a little bit and have that cosmic divide. Could potentially try to make a go of it. That nightfall there could be a little tough because those tethers are.
You want to fight it?
Yeah, and so we are going to see the Astro Ultimate come out, like you mentioned, just trying to sneak in. Just one plan, but there's the fragment to buy time. Then there's the Nightfall as well to deny any sort of information. Do they go for a double peek?
Shock dart.
With a nice shock dart against Simon. I think he got scouted by the recon as well. So they're aware that he's low health, he's trapped. And that suddenly brings a massive advantage towards Gen G. Nightfall already used as well, so now it's all up to Chichu. Needs to slice up these angles, find single shot after single shot. Just kill after kill. Drone getting taken down, not quite by nobody. Chichu needs to fish for these kills, but now they know his exact position. And Gen G has no reason to peek until they hear the tap on the defuse. There's the one way as well. EDG looking like they want to go for the save with the operator.
โอ้มันไม่โผล่เลยอ่ะ
Not much left they could do. They needed to
คือ
find
เจนจีนี่ด่านมันเลยวะเนี่ยแม่งเจ้าพ่อโพสเพน
that cosmic divide so well placed. Love that. For Karan, doing a great job with that ultimate. Munchkin on the Omen. We talked about that earlier. Like, Omen on this map? Question mark? Well, okay. Maybe. I mean, I haven't seen a ton of impact. I'm not sure I've seen
ต้อง
a
ใช่
Yeah, I mean,
Long
just
for
this
Colin,
past
I
round,
could
just to like
pick
push
up
them
by
out,
Diamond,
right?
yeah.
Nothing to like set up kills or anything like that just yet. But overall, it's interesting, and I think we might start to see.
เปิดกระชาสุ่มได้ไปดำแม่งดีใจวันสุ่มของในเกมยากแต่ตอนที่ผมไปจับอะผมเตรียมใจไว้แล้วนะว่าแบบแดงก็ไม่เป็นไรหรือว่าเข้าไปออกกำลังกายประสบการณ์ชีวิตแต่มันได้ดำมาดิจริงก็อยากได้แดงอะนะโทษที
It's fine. I mean, I think there might be better options. Oh, that grab wall could have been so good. We just didn't have the comfort to push that corner.
It's you
Spot
and
through the
me.
wall. There's the ISO ult.
ตั้ม
Wow, Chichu's gonna find a nice shot, but Texture does win his duel, so it's a trade.
โนดี้
Across
โดน
the
ไหม
different realms. Potter wants to flash out with the pop
Oh.
flash, but there's the double tap in action. Can't finish the kill. And
Oh,
Texture
he got-
going to push through. Dimensional Drift just to buy time. Yeoman's gonna trade off of that one, and Sight now cleared open for Gen G.
Yeah, just comboing their utility.
คิดถึง React Texture เก็บ4เมื่อกี้ Texture มันตายก่อนถ้ามันได้ค่าไซมอนนะแล้วมันอาจจะอดเอ็ด
You know, the ultimate before that as well to take nobody out. So it's just a great staggering of abilities there, including the
ผมลงไป
for
20
the
โล
side of Gen G. Now they look like
เดือด
they
จัด
kinda figured this out. They understand how and when to fight these battles. You know, this time
อย่างน้อยก็มีคนช่วยดัดสันหลังขี้เกียจสันหลังยาว
instead of like
มา
waiting
จัด
way
วินัย
back
ให้
by
ชีวิต
A lobby to take the
การ
fight.
ไปเป็นทหาร
Just kinda take
สำหรับ
the
ผ
fight
ม
to EDG. They're able to come out ahead.
ตอนนั้นชีวิตผมมันแย่อยู่แล้วไปเป็นทหารก็ไม่ได้แย่อะไรเท่าไหร่ก็เลยคิดในแง่บวกไว้
Yeah,
But
just
มัน
has
ไม่ได้
to
เป็น
save that over. The econ starting to fall behind quite a bit for EDG. And Gen G sitting comfy on a decent stack across the board. 7-3 score line. Only 2 rounds remaining in the first half. And Gen G will finish it
อ๋อ
in the lead no
ไป
matter what.
ช่วงโควิดไม่ได้ฝึกเลย
And yo man, he's laughing. He's having a good time again, man. It's good to see vibing right there with the rest of Gen G. As they
สบายเลยไอ้คนเรียนรอดอแล้วชนโควิด
maybe 8, maybe 9 rounds in this half.
เดี๋ยว
We'll
ไป
have to wait
ปล่อย
and
แม
see.
ว
Chichu is going to have that tour de force available, so should be popping that. Cosmic Divide and the no command for Simon, so how do they want to play this? You know, EDG, they had a couple rounds of success with their change of
มัน
strategy.
มีคนชอบเอาแมวมาขังไว้ในห้องแล้วก็ปิดประตู
Figured it out again, Munchkin, one of those
แล้วก็ให้นั่งพะวงว่ามันจะฉี่ไหม
with his ability to adapt on the fly, call up different plays, to understand what his opponent's trying to accomplish and to find success against it. They're going to send that TP deep
ฝึ
again,
กรอดอออนไลน์
trying to get to the back of the site.
Yeah, I love that they're using the Astro Util as well just to make sure the TP's a bit.
Foxy.
deeper.
Ooh,
Goes actually
Foxy.
jumping down.
What
I
if
thought that
Foxy
was
ไม่
missing.
มาเลย
He's actually going to be able to hold on to not just the site, but also be Hall all the way to the
Spike
end.
down,
A
B.
เจอพี่
3
โทษจัดให้หมด
for the youngster here on EDG, being given an opportunity to get some experience, prove himself perhaps to a wider audience. And boy, that round proves it right there. Texture not able to enter the site, trying to find a long-range pick.
That's the butterfly effect. He gets that first kill. If he doesn't get that, it's probably Gen G winning this
Oh.
round. Yeah, there's a double stack there. Not much he can do. Karan getting a parting gift, but with that spike down, he would have to make quite the play to do anything in this round. But yeah, the butterfly effect there, just get that one kill, and then all of a sudden the round completely changes because you're able to open up space for yourself to get some more. Okay, Karan.
Ade.
Okay. Yeah, I was about to
ไม่ไหว
say,
กับ
like,
nobody ไปดิ
Karan's not the type of guy that you want to constantly duel, right? At some point, you just have to say, okay, come get the spike,
Last
and
round
that's
in
the
the
end of the
half.
round for
ครั้ง
you.
ยัง
But
แค่
of
พัก
course, I
เฉย
think EDG also
money
recognizing,
is
you know, with the econ, Karen's gonna try for this, so we want to get ahead of it. And
หนังสือ
eventually,
ชุด
we'll
แค่มา
secure
แอค
the right win.
Yeah, I think a lot of teams have learned the hard way not to give Karan the isolated duels because
อู
he'll
โทน
win
โห
those.
ดจัดเลย
I mean, just a great hold from Toast. Because initially the setup looked like it was just a full retake on B with the ultimates, and they felt pretty comfy knowing that. But he hears the TP, he knows that it's a fake smoke, and then he immediately jumps down to try to clear B halls, because that would be the one thing that's a thorn in your side, even with the Cosmic Divide.
Boy, overdrive pop.
พักเท่ากับพักไปเล่นมาลงความกดดันมันต่างกันดิ
Trying to use that C
เล่นแรงมัน
instead of
ชิวๆเลย
Potter.
Oh, they're going in deep, but that's a good paranoia, and it's going to be
เฮ้ย ฮัลโหล
traded with a Prowler. That's going to reset the fight just a bit. Fastlane to keep them at bay. That's the signal over for
อย่า
Chichi
เด้อ
to peek out
อย่า
mid.
เด้อแล้วมันก็ไม่มีใครตายด้วยนะ
Sight of Foxy 9, and he will back off. So everybody back to square one, but nobody holding a very forward position, trying to buy time on A main.
And this is
ขัง
gonna
ไป
be
เล่นวอลเลย์บอล
good opportunity here for EDG if nobody can just kind of keep fighting for his life. Yo man, trying to reveal his presence and he goes.
เรียบร้อย Yo Man เดินเพลินๆ
Make the jiggle peek and gets taken down.
Yeah, and that overall was a calculated risk here from EDG as well. Because they spotted so many people still contending with nobody on A main, they decide, okay, let's push out, make sure that we erase any other options. We know how Gen G likes to play. We know what Munchkin likes to call. You know, it's been no secret now all throughout the year of 2024. It's a good read from EDG. Low contract looking to come out again, but it doesn't look like he's going to find targets just yet. Oh, he catches nobody right at the end. Right on
30
the edge. Can
seconds
nobody
left.
win the fight? Texture just weaving right next to the wall. And he'll be able to clear the site for his team.
That's the 4th kill contract of the half.
Spike planted.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
Disgusting.
I think so.
He's had a just disgusting half.
Well, this time a 3-man flank. Still a decent option. You have the Cosmic Divide. The flank makes it a bit more awkward to use. You have to get some information first. Potter at the ready. No slide available, so he will just have to walk in once his teammates show themselves, but that's too much of an elbow. Texture gets one, gets traded immediately afterwards, but still not a way to enter onto the site. Charon is ready for the Neon, and the site's still under Gen G's control. The Cosmic Divide not going to do too much. Everyone from Gen G ahead of it, and it is going to be a 3-man finish as Gen G leads 8-4.
Yeah, I mean, really just seeing
เพร์ลมันด่านบุกเหรอวะ ทัวร์หลังจากนี้เป็นเซตนี้ไม่ครับแค่พักเฉยๆครูบาช่วยโนบอดี้ด้วย พักเฉยๆพักเฉยๆมันสกิน
User joined your channel.
เอ้าพี่เอ้ย
โย
โยแมนป่ะพี่
โยแมน
The lobby as they're waiting for the next game to start, things like that. So I would hope that EDG can put up a bit more of a fight, maybe bring us to that third
คู่แรก
round, no
พัก
matter
ครึ่ง
who
ชั่วโมง
wins.
yeah,
ตอนแรก
I would really like
ตอน
that too.
บักมาก
I mean, I think
ไม่
just
แข่ง
give the
แข่ง
fans
คู่แรกจบอ่ะ
something
มันเว้น
something
คู่
to
ทีครึ่ง
cheer
ชั่วโมง
for that came out to support EDG. And
แบบว่าขึ้นเป็นเลข
a lot
30 นา
of
ที
new fans, if they didn't have them already, no matter where they are in the
แต่
world,
ก็
no matter where you're
คิด
from.
ซะว่ามันเทคพอร์ต
How can you not be an EDG fan after that champion?
แสดงว่าจบไปเนี่ยนะ
Just brilliant, beautiful stuff.
จบไวไหม
Munchkin's
ไว
got 12
2-0
assists on that Omen. I think it's working just fine. I think the Paranoias are going to get a lot more value on this defender side too. So
For sure.
I really like this.
Foxy
Oh,
Knight.
this is the setup. There's the undercut trying to push out of it, but the Neon's just
Sync
ahead
up.
of it. So Gen G, they're going to have to back off. I don't mind the idea, though. You know, maybe in the future we see the Paranoia pair.
วันนี้ Potter
with it
รับ
if
หลาย
they
งาน
wanna
เลย
go
นะ
all in. This time Munchkin preferring to keep that one as a more of a delay
เดี๋ยวก็ต้องบินกลับมา
rather
แข่ง
than
นี่ต่อฮะ
the initial
ปิด
เดี๋ยว
running.
แข่งนี้จบปุ๊บ6 โมงต้องบินกลับมาแข่ง
Maybe we'll just rotate.
ไอ้ให้ฟูเซน
It's
ต่อ
going to be a fake one? Yeah, okay. I was wondering if maybe Foxy 9 might have a little bit of pressure on himself. He has no util, just a sheriff to hold down that long B angle, but it is going to be the re-clear, the attempt to retake this space over towards A. See if they can get towards the site. Chichu already so beaten up, gonna try to give his life for the cause.
พอแข่งเสร็จก็ต้องไป
Back pocket.
ซอดก่อนหน้านี้คือโค้ดให้ EG นะแล้วก็บินมาแข่งให้ EG
Drop Dart comes in, almost gets the kill onto Chichu, and meanwhile the
Ah,
spam,
bigla
this time it's
kang
counter spam from
Uy,
Potter.
lap job.
He'll pick up the first kill, so Yo Man not able to find one for his troubles. He'll have to give it a site for the
Spike
time
planted.
being.
น่าจะเข้า
Art
โรงพยาบาล
being held by
แล้ว
Texture, and this is going to be an important one. Doesn't
ไม่ต้อง
catch
ต้องนอนกันเลย
sight of Toast, so he wants to constantly push out. He wants to know, is there a flank or not? Can we go in for the
วันนี้
retake
ที่
or
วันโหด
not?
ครับ
Toast not
2-0
showing any signs of wanting to go all the way
ถือว่า
around.
แบบเล่นเด็กเริ่มเข้าขามากๆอะ
This is on A main. See if the spam comes through accurately. Chichu good for one. Just finds some
มี
time.
ภาพมายึด
Prowler keeps him at bay on Art.
อันนี้เหรอ
But Texture with
Texture ว่ะ
swings out into the
ISO
middle of the map. One tap each time, and that's a 3K. And he's still holding them.
แล้วอยู่
After
มุม
he eventually gets taken
จบเลย
down,
อะ
half
โดน
knocked
ส
out
แป
just
ม
yet. Foxy 9 very weak. Charon has to get the kill for it first, but no,
นี่
it's
ไง
going to be
Oi.
the double swing from EDG as they
Puppet
show
swing.
signs of life in the second half.
Oh my god, I thought Texture was just going to win that round by himself.
Absolutely.
I was like, oh boy, that sucks for EDG. They
Texture
played
มันอยู่
so,
21 แล้ว
so
เพิ่งเห็น
well, and all of a sudden Texture just
มันอยู่คนเดียวเลย
knocks 3 players down by himself. One from the Neon there. Chichu, good stuff on the trigger.
อุ้ย
Goodness
หู
gracious.
สามตัวแรกยังเว
Chichu
อร์
actually just dies to go to that spam. It looks like
Yeah,
right at the end.
yeah.
He was so weak already. But goodness, I mean, he's been very good with the
Unlucky,
micro
yeah.
movement so
Top
far here on Pearl. So we'll see if we get to continue to see
ลาบุลเลต
extra kills from Texture. But right now it's EDG, of course, off of that win with the Outlaw Guardians using that long range.
Yeah, I like this. Try to pressure that B site. I mean, it's not going to be any
เฮ้ยเฮ้ย
better guns.
เฮ้ย
Shot
มัน
made
เปรี้ยว
down by Karan, so okay.
Where are you?
maybe a world.
Oh, they're holding close. They're already through. Foxy
นี่ไง
9 and
คลาสสิก
right after the Neon. He's good for 2. EDG
เฮ้ย
not
เอาดี
ready for
Foxy
the comps are breaking down. And the attack has
โคตรคุ้มอะ
absolute flood defense from
คุ้มกว่านี้ไม่มีอีกแล้ว
Two gun upgrades as well. A Guardian and a Spectre are going to be picked up off the back of that.
ฟ็อกซี่ใน
All of a sudden,
คลาสสิก
EDG
คนแรง
has just crumbled. You get that pistol round win. You feel like you might be able to get this map back under your control. Spike on the ground. What do you do? What a phenomenal TP there from Foxy 9. Just such great understanding of the timing. And like you said, EDG
พี่เอ๋ย
is never
พี่เอ๋ยรู้ป่ะ
really
ว่า
able
ยุ
to
คนี้
comp
เรียน
where
รอ
and
ดอ
when
ก็
it
ต้องเป็นท
happens.
หารแล้วนะ
I mean, you were holding
ผมก็เพิ่งรู้เหมือนกัน
defend, but with the fast lane and
อ้าว
the
จะเรียน
enemy
ทำไมอะ
smokes as well, it's been so obstructed.
คำถามมัน
You
ก็เลย
really
เรียน
just
เพื่อ
needed
อะไร
Potter to be able to stay alive, but with his second line of
มี
attack
สิท
being
ธิพิ
taken
เศษ
out
ไหม
by Foxy 9, he was also
ก็
standing on
สิทธิ
an
พิเศษ
island.
ก็คิดว่าถ้าทหาร
Chichu did not like the look of
ถ้าทหาร
that.
เต็มคันก็ไม่ต้องไปมั้ง
You know, you don't want to take any risks.
อ๋อ
Shoots in the back of the dome in case it swings around.
It did have that minor update where it doesn't look as cloney.
Yeah, and more utilities are hitting it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You just never want to take that chance.
No,
absolutely
absolutely
not.
You don't want to be
เขาต้องไป
the one
เขาส่งมา
guy
เขาส่ง
that
กลับไป
enters the highlight as the guy who never quite cleared the
บอกไม่
potential.
ว่าง
Yeah, the guy who. Okay, well,
All right.
that was going to be another kill
Ui.
both ways, but yeah,
อุ้ยเอาเรื่อง
I still haven't seen it. Still hoping to see it where you're the Yoru.
เฮ้ย
you
เท็ก
were
เจอร์
just
มัน
saying
โหมด
you're
มัน
making
หน้า
The
นิ่ง
clone,
เกิน
you just run straight.
Một
You're
ní.
good.
It happens every now and then in challenges, but even then, like,
Yeah.
all the players are like, is it really worth it?
Yeah. I think you can work on Ascent because it's you don't
Game
want to clear
chill.
that clone a lot on like A side on Ascent because,
Okay, yeah.
because
แล้วฟอร์มที
there's
วัน
no
เป็นไง
reason to. Like it's just gonna run
โห
straight
ด
to the
มาก
box. It's
โห
not
ดอยู่
gonna matter.
Right.
So you could maybe get away with it there, but on this map,
มีตลกบ้างนิดหน่อยแต่ก็
just too much
ก็โหด
space.
อะซื้อจัด
อันนี้
ซื้อ
ดู
วักกี้กัน
ดูช่อง
รั
ไห
วน
อะ
Well, so far,
Tweet.
EDG getting shut down against the Thrifty.
Valorant
A lot of
underscore
defense
Pacific.
swung back to Gen G with a 9-5 lead. They are looking comfy with the
อุ้ย
upgrade.
ว่ะฟ็อกซี่นี่มารัว
Foxy 9 gets that kill. Meanwhile, Chichu tasked with just pushing and pulling on the
Yo,
A
Lu.
side. So EDG pulling a little bit of a 1-4 themselves. Foxy 9's not going to mind too much that he's been
There.
spotted the range so in advantage. And he's a Euro, so he just TP's out. It's actually almost worse. Like EDG's not sure if he's still there or not.
That is so difficult to deal with on this map. I can really see why
Ui.
T1 and Gen G have leaned into this duelist. Oh my god!
Wow.
ยิง
กันแบบ
with the
โบบะจัด
double tap on the
ๆ
outlaw.
อืม
Reigning supreme
Guardian of
over
Man
here
King
on
ni
being
man.
long, and that's the signal for Texture to now move forward a little bit
ดูยาก
too greedy.
T1
But Foxy 9 says it's all part of the big picture. Let me go for the finish here. There's the clone. Simon, does he take the risk? There's the flash. Foxy, almost good for it. Barely misses. A little bit too shaky, a little bit too quick. But everybody's setting up for it. Paranoid's coming in. He's going to switch to the Vandal. They want to set this up for Foxy 9, but Munchkin eventually will finish.
So much for you. He, again, talking about it a lot this event, but the versatility that he can now bring because he was asked to do so many different things on DRX that he has a lot in his back pocket that he can do, including playing a duelist, including sniping. You know, obviously we know he can play sentinels. He can play flash initiators as well,
ทำไม
pretty darn well. So
ดูไลน์อัพ
what a
เอ็นจี
valuable,
มัน
what
โห
a
ดกว่า
valuable
เดิม
player that Gen
ชุด
G
นี้
has found for themselves in this
รู้สึกไหม
offseason. And
Yeah.
it's looked very sharp.
Yeah, I mean, no matter what role he's put in, and the fact that, again,
Good
he's
for
also happy to off and
Foxy
things like
แทน
that.
ไม่
You
ได้
still
ไม่ได้
have that
ไม่ได้
second
เกิด
option,
เลยแบบ
just like you did with
ทด
me
แทน
here.
ได้
And it seems like he is slotting
โยแหมน
right
แทน
in
ลา
for
เคีย
Gen
โอ้โห
G. EDG
โหด
this
กว่าเดิม
time, upping the tempo.
Yo,
They already
man.
found where the operator is, so they will just choose to back out for the time being. But there's the TP right off of it as well. So Foxy 9 also putting the pressure on,
yeah.
and Yeoman just steps
Yeoman,
out
man.
into mid, plants
Yeoman.
Texture all the way up top, and he'll get a free kill for
ของ
himself.
ดีตัวนี้
What a crazy push out that Gen G
เป็น
is
เซ
able
คั
to
นด์
get
เกม
away
ได้
with.
ด้วย
I
มา
mean,
ทด
so
แท
much
นลาเกีย
information
ร์
from Foxy
หน้าที่
9,
ลา
seeing a
เกียร์แล้ว
bunch
ก็
of players there.
เติมไฟพาวเวอร์
Able to
เพิ่
make
ม
a
ความ
good
นิ่ง
read off of that, and now this is going to be, frankly, pretty challenging for EDG. It looks like.
Yeah, no reactions to the flash, but there's the Prowler. He's still peeking out. Foxy 9 a little bit stuck
Foxy
in the
9
bunker. Eventually goes down to Potter, but Yeoman
พี่ดู
still
ตำแหน่ง
sharp
มัน
with the
มันยัง
Guardian,
เทรด
so
ให้
is
เพื่อนได้อะ
Munchkin. And now spiked down. They don't have it in their hand. They can't go for the plant. They have to step back out in the open.
And that means Texture is just going to take this
รอบ
opportunity
ชิง
to
ที
wrap
วัน
flank
เจน
for
ที
main and have a
เดี๋ยว
really good chance
วาง
of
พวกเพก
maybe
เกอ
even
ร์จับเลย
grabbing the player.
ทารอนดีวะ
Exactly.
While
That's
they're
what I
trying
was
to
เดียว
plan?
3 รุ่ม 1
Yeah, with the kill contract, it's absolutely the way to win the round, and
No.
EDG trying to maybe call that out.
อุ้ย
Is going to
แล้วทำ
send
ไม
it
ไม่
down.
รอวางก่อนล่ะ
He
ลูก
says,
พี่
okay, good thing we
โอ้
didn't
โห
stick it, but 30 seconds left. You just know
Look,
that they're
P.
slowly tightening
โอ้
the
ลูกพี่เอ้ย
chokehold. EG needs to find a way to peek out and get the first pick. Chichu's picked up the operator.
They found my
That's one
trap.
option, but there is Munchkin from the side. Too many angles for EDG to cover. Nobody. He's busy. He's trying to go for the double.
เกือบ
Can't finish off Karon, and Genji will continue.
อุ้ย
with
ตัว
the
สอง
lead.
นี่ถ้าไม่เลื้อยนี่โดนนั่นน่ะ
Genji just being so confident right now in their reads and in their
เออ
space and in their shots. I mean, it helps when you have Yeoman and Munchkin winning with Guardians.
เพราะว่ากลับไป
Munchkin, you know,
EDG กับ
very,
TE
very
น่าจะ
good with the Guardian.
ซ้อมเพลรัว
Yeoman having some really nice moments here that are
ๆคือไม่โคตรยับอ่ะไอ้
necessarily bailing
TE
Genji
โดน
out but
ด่าน
setting
เพล
them up for these round wins. We saw it earlier with the double.
จาน
And
เก็บ
now with the Guardian, just really solid. I mean, 11 and 9 as well. He's really playing very just fundamentally good Valorant, you know?
Yes, and I do wonder, I wonder if Genji's trials include one full day of just Guardian play. You know, it's like, well, we have to win rounds with the Guardian. That's how we win maps. I don't think you understand. Guardians and
that.
Sheriffs, yeah.
Yeah, if you can't ace with this Guardian,
Yeah.
we kick you.
Yeah, you got a dual Munchkin, and you're like, oh, geez, here we
เปิด
go.
แอร์29ไม่งยังหนาวอ่ะ
Well, Potter,
Bah,
getting
Jack.
ahead of things with the Sheriff. You have a stinger on nobody as well. No command, if you're able to get an upgrade or two, that would be a good sign for EDG. And yes, they took over Art, but they're trapped right now. I mean, Gen G, they went ahead, sent Munchkin behind the box over on
โยแมน
A
เอาหม
main.
ดครับ
So you have A main control. Yeoman still
ไม่
sitting
น่า
there.
ละ
She's just waiting on the side. Can't quite escape the relay mold, but they haven't spotted him. Nobody. Nice swing with a stinger. Oh, Munchkin.
Oi.
Chichu. Okay, well now, EDG, the round is looking like we thought it might. You get a couple upgrades. You've got the spike planning. You've got a couple ultimates as well.
It's just that little bit of early space that EDG takes that kind of throws everything off balance.
Me on
You
there.
can't get a good read
ส
on
ตัน
this.
หลบอย่างยาก
It's going to have to be a clear. Texture's position going to be revealed. Can't even get a kill
Yeah.
before he's taken down. Yeah, Karan. Okay, Karan.
Okay, he's already opened things up. And
player.
Foxy
Winnable
Nine's here,
เลยตอน
but
นี้
Karan goes down
ไม่ได้ละ
เกมเลย
before Foxy Nine can get the peak, so he will just gate crash out. I love that he has that safety vial still at the end of the round. Just going to be able to save the op. But I want to note right there, as we saw Texture swinging out after the haunt, Potter, great timing. He seems to be really catching on to the comms and the setups from nobody here, being able to sync up some of those peaks.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's really important if you're going to run the Neon Fade to make sure that the timing with the Prowlers and the other utility is really on point because you don't have
เมื่อวาน
nearly
ได้
as
ดู
much
นี่ไหม
range with, say, a Breach or
การบอส
in some ways
การ
even
บอส
a
ดื่มชา
KO to really
อ๋อ
give you that extra move, to give you that
ที่
extra
แบบว่า
distance that you
ทิ้ง
want
ทุ
to
กอย่าง
create as the Neon.
เพื่อไปนั่งรอดู
You
อ่ะ
know, these hits have to be really good in
ดื่ม
this
ชา
one.
ดูคนกินดื่มชานะ
Prowler and
ดื่มชาให้ดู
the relay bolt.
อะโถเอ้ย
Poor Yeoman was just stuck on an island, just nothing
แต่เขา
to do back
ใจถึง
there
มากนะ
after getting hit by the
เท
stun.
คนเป็นหมื่นได้เนี่ย
But that's great setups, great execution from the team. And again, there was just not much information that Genji
12,000
had on what the heck was going on in the map, and they were all over the place.
Yeah, that's a very aggressive position there, but Foxy Nine will get out for free. No damage taken either. And of course, with that gate crash, you can just keep them at bay. So this denies some of that mid control from EDG nice and early. I think they didn't like what they saw in that previous round. We gave too much free space. Just trying to keep everything at the halfway point across the map. Foxy
เอาไป
Nine
ก่อนหนึ่ง
back
เอา
out
วาร์ป
front.
ไม่ได้ครับ
Daddy doesn't have any way out.
ตื่นเต้นเลย
Has to run away. Will eventually get traded by nobody.
It's a great 0 point. Man, Simon's
คือ
utility.
ช็อตเมื่อกี้ตายกับตายอะกลับไม่ได้เหรอ
He is just absolutely on point.
ไม่ได้
Flashes into 0 points. Just a
เขาเรี
tremendous
ยกว่า one
player.
way
Goes
trip
as well, gonna get one Karen,
ไม่มี
trades out
เที่ยวกลับ
nobody. Munchkin finds Chichu out over at A main.
พี่ผมเปิดแอร์28
Yeah,
29ผมยัง
that
หนาว
brings any other extra options, right? So now you
ตอนนี้
know
ป่วย
exactly
ปะเนี่ย
where the
ใช่
EG members are. Give
บ่าย
them
สามแล้ว
frags.
นะ
เออ
Kind of ready
ป่วย
for it,
ป่วย
but he
เนี่ย
wants to set up. So Texture's going to be on duty to watch B
หา
lane.
อะไรอุ่นๆกิน
Karan
นะ
this time
แบบ
watching
วอดกง
slow.
วอดก้าเติมความ
Zero
อุ่น
point gets not quite sure.
หมดตู้เย็นแล้วดิ
For one
แบบ
member
รัสเซีย
here,
ว่ะคนรัสเซียเลย
White getting framed. So Karan able
Ow.
to 180
Back.
against Toast.
ยิงหลัง
And
ยิง
now
ยากเลย
It's going to be Simon all alone, already stuck in a 1v2, soon to be a 1v3. There's the paranoia, and Texture up top.
Yeah, this is really oppressive. You know, you have to commit a lot to take down that op, and that's a good first step. But this time, Genji much quicker to react,
Chicho,
winning their
yo.
battles on the extremities. That's something that has made Genji just
คือ EG ไอ EDG ตอนนี้คือภาพมันคนละภาพกับตอนได้แชมป์
adventure where
อะไรนะ
you know it.
EDG เป็นคนละภาพกับตอนได้แชมป์
โอ้มันเอา
เหมือ
เด็
น
กมาสองคน
เหมือนมาเล่นชิวๆนี่คือทำเอาบอกเอ้ย ไม่ต้องกดดันเลยเล่นไปชิวๆคิดว่าลงแรงเล่นเอาสังคมไป
Had a pretty good set of it.
You know, while everybody else was out there grinding VODs, watching VODs, studying his opponents in the lead up to their win there. So he is such a smart, cerebral player that has really just, you know, been such a benefit to this squad. You never would have thought it years ago, right? When he's on Crazy Raccoon and some of the other teams like T1.
Yeah.
He's like this like wild fragger player who's actually a brilliant IGL as well.
Yeah, I mean, he proved himself. Listen, I was one of the doubters, right? I just thought he's a pretty good player, but as an IGL, I'm not sure. Proved himself in 2024. They're not quite checking for that. I guess they've never really fought Munchkin here. They've spotted him a couple of times, but that Omen really coming into play, the Shrouded Step rather, really working out in favor behind that box.
I thought for a second he might TP up on top of that box and go for something. But
Yeah, okay.
I was
He
like,
could. He could.
I was like, well, it's Munch. You know, we're just talking about it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
well, maybe he's gonna go big or go home here. But no. That's the right play to just piece out of there. And Chamber with the 2 to 4s.
You see the star.
I
You know they're
know.
set up with a trap play. There's the double peek. Chichu can't get the first shot either. Yeoman now closing the gap just a bit. It's just going to be a bait and switch. Yeoman still around. There's the recon. They decide we're going to back out. Texture already being forced far away. Go for a repeat all on his own, and Chichu's ready for it. Too many members in Art. Seems to be the way to counter Gen G on this map. EDG slowly but surely will clear the map. A bit of extra scratch damage onto Simon, but not much to really damage the actual spike.
But here's the thing, you can wait a little bit here as Gen G. Talk about this. You have a Cosmic Divide of your own. You have a Dimensional Drift. You can counter this and set up your own retake. Use the drone to get a little bit of information. You're going to use that Dimensional Drift. Let's see if they're going to invest the Cosmic Divide as well. There we go. I
เรียน
love
เตีย
this.
ต้าว่ะ
Yeah, they've spotted them all, so Yeoman's just able to get the sprays. Fox9 pops out as Yeoman
Ui, Yeoman.
but never mind, he's actually the tip of the spear as he gets a triple kill on the retake.
Just brilliant. Brilliant.
Yeah, well,
Let him know, yo, man.
Yeah, let him know how you really feel.
Yeah, that's right, Foxy. You don't get that defuse. You don't get that. I don't know what comes out of that.
The extra ACS
Yeah,
for
I
the
guess.
objectives.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You don't get that ACS.
2-0 ป่ะทรงนี้ ต่อไป Ascent ด้วย ผมจะจัดห้องใหม่อีกรอบแล้วพี่เอ้ย
จัดอะไรนะ
เปลี่ยนมุมห้องใหม่ ผมจะสะสมหนังสือ
เฮ้ย
เอาไปที่ยังวะ
หนังสือเกี่ยวอะไรหนังสือการ์ตูน
หนังสือการ์ตูนพี่โอ้ถ้าหนังสืออย่างนั้นนี่คือยุคเก่าเกิน
อ๋อก็คือมีอยู่แล้วเหรอ
มีอะไรอ่ะพี่ก็หนังสืออะไร
ไม่รู้นะ
อ๋อยังมีแค่นิดเดียวเองมีแค่ไม่กี่เรื่องเอง
ซื้อมาอ่านก่อนแล้วเก็บไหมหรือซื้อมาเก็บ
ไอที่มีอยู่คืออ่านหมดแล้ว ผมจะเก็บโคนันก่อนอย่างแรก แต่ราคาโคตรขึ้นเลย สมัยนั้นยังเล่มละ30 บาทอยู่เลย
เท่าไหร่
เล่ม
นะ
เป็นร้อยอ่ะ
อ๋อ
จริงไม่ได้กวนอันนี้เรื่องจริง
คือเขาเป็นเล่มแบบ มันไม่ได้พิมพ์เพิ่มแล้วใช่ไหม
ก็เล่มปกตินี่แหละพี่
โคนันนี่มันต้องแบบปกเหลืองๆป่าวะขอบเหลืองใช่ไหมตรงกลางเป็นตัวการ์ตูน
ใช่ขอบมันจะเป็น
ใช่เลย ภาพใบเด็กย้อนมาเลย
คือถ้าพี่สะสมอ่ะมันจะมีราคาอยู่ตรงสันหนังสือ ถ้าพี่สะสมตั้งแต่ยุคแรกๆอ่ะ จะเห็นได้เลยมันเหมือนเป็นกราฟราคาขึ้นเรื่อย
ใช่หรอที่น่าเก็บไปวะ
ๆ อุ้ยไม่ถึง1,000 เล่มไอ้โคนันมี100 กว่าเล่มเอง1,000 ตอนอะถึง
เก็บไม่ดีโปกกินหมดอีก
ตอนนี้พิมพ์ใหม่อัพราคาแล้ว ไอ้เท็กเจอร์มันยิงไป21ตั้งนานแล้วนะแล้วก็จบเกมยิงไปแค่22มันแบบแบ่งเพื่อนยิงบ้างแหละแรกๆมันยิงคนเดียวเลย
หมดแรงหมดแรง
ตอนสลับฝั่งอ่ะ ยิง21มั้ง โยกอ๋อมันช็อกดาดตรงนี้เองว่ามันยิงไปไหนวะตอนแรก
ม่านมันไม่มีเสียงไง
อืม ผมจำได้เลยเจเรมี่เชื่อว่าตอนนี้นักแข่งคนไหนเรียกชั่นไทม์เวอร์ที่สุดในเอาแบบอันดับ 1เลย
เรียกท่านเหรอ
เรียกชั่นไทม์แบบว่าไววุบวับวุบวับอะก่อนหน้านี้ผมว่าน่าจะเป็นเทนอันนี้น่าจะเป็นท่าน
ก็เป็นไม่ได้นะ แต่มันต้องแบบ ต้องเห็นไปอยู่แบบว่าทีมแบบระดับโลกเลยอ่ะ ก็ไม่ได้อยู่ทารอนอ่ะ มันถึงจะเทียบได้นะครับมันถึงจะชัด
ไปแข่งกับทีมตึงอะนะ
ใช่แบบย้ายไปอยู่ทีมตึงเลยอะไรเงี้ย มันถึงจะได้โชว์ไง
อ๋อ
โอ้แบบชัดอะ
อันนี้ยังไม่ได้โชว์อีกเหรอ
อุ้ยคือสมมุติว่าถ้าอยู่แบบว่าอยู่เปเปอร์เล็กอ่ะโหดกว่านี้อีกหลายเท่าบอกเลย
อ๋อมันเล่นเกมไวใช่ไหม
ใช่แล้วมัน
มีเพื่อน
มีโอ
ทำ
กา
ให้
สมีโอกาสได้โชว์เยอะ
อาคังพักครับ ผมให้
วาโล
วูดอีกคนว่ะวูด
วาโลตอบยากกว่าใครเร็ววูดมันไม่ทุกทัวร์ดิปัญหาเลย
แต่วูดเขาคมจริงนะตอนเป็น7อะ
อืม
โอ้โหแบบเวอร์จัดไอ้เทคเจอร์นี่ก็เร็วนะสำหรับผมอะเพราะว่าจังหวะที่เจอ EDG ด่านสปีดอะที่ยิง3 หัวทรานเฟอร์ไวจัดอะ
เซกเตอร์ก็ไว
วูดไม่ชอบเล่นดูเอล แต่คนทั้งโลกชอบ
อาคางตอนแชมเปี้ยนก็ถือว่าไวนะ
อืมหัวคังล่างทองแต่เฮเลติกนี่คือโหยิงคีนกันทุกคนเลยแบบเดือดมาแน่ปีหน้าเนี่ยเบนจี้บอกผมกลับมาเอาถ้วยแน่ แล้วบัสผมล่ะบัสสำหรับผมไม่ไวขนาดนั้น แต่ว่าคมเกมเซนส์ดี
แต่งงฮิเลติกเนี่ย คือทำไมมันถึงสลับกันลั่นมันไม่ลั่นพร้อมกัน
ถ้ามาพร้อมกันคือจบใช่ไหม
คือตอนแรกเบนจี้เสร็จต่อมาวูดแชมเปี้ยนเป็นแต่คนนี้ไม่เคยลั่นเลยอยู่เดียวลั่นเฉยเลย มินิ
พี่เอ้ยลองไอ้นี่ดิแบบ
เลน
เชียร์ทีมตรงข้ามสักวันเนี่ย นั่นน่ะลั่นทั้งทีมอะ
เฮ้ย ไม่ได้เลยมันไม่จริงใจ
เอาไม่จริงใจ มินิบูตอนนั้นก่อนที่จะมาแชมเปี้ยนก็ดูแบบเหงาๆไปเลย
อืมแชมเปี้ยนลั่นจัดจะมีคนหนึ่งลั่นตลอดเลนอ่ะ
เกี่ยวเหรียญ
พี่เหรียญนี่มาเงียบๆมาเงียบๆแต่ว่าสเตเบิล
ผมว่าเบนจี้อ่ะได้เรื่องอยู่นะ
แน่นอนตัวนี้ แต่บางทีมันไม่ค่อยมีโอกาสได้ยิงอ่ะตำแหน่งมันอ่ะมันเลยดูบางทีมันเลยดูเงียบ
ไม่เคยรักพี่เลยเฮลิติกมันมีแข่งไหมออฟซีซันไม่น่ามีปะเนี่ยพักยาวยันนู่นเลย
ๆไม่มือยาว ของยุโรปมันไม่ค่อยแบบออฟซีซั่นแบบบ้านเรา มันให้ไปพักมากกว่า ถ้าแข่งก็เป็นรายการแบบมิกอะ
อืม
อารมณ์ EDG อย่างเงี้ยมีโซนแปซิฟิกเนี่ยจัดเต็มเลย ปฏิเทคมีทีมแล้วครับปฏิเทคมีทีมแล้วลิควิดป่ะปฏิเทคลิควิด
นี่ไงเรดบูเนี่ยแหละพี่เรดบูโฮมกราวที่เราดูอ่ะเนี่ยมีเฮลิติก
วันที่เท่าไหร่นะของยุโรป
อืมน่าจะไปปลายเดือนเนี่ย ช่วงมัน22 23 24 25วันนะน่าจะนะ
หา ทำเรื่องก่อนแป๊บนึงเรียกเลย
เกม ผมยอมรับเลยว่าวาโลมาดูมัน
เร่ง
ยังไม่
Red Bull
เปิดลำโพง
อ้าว
ว่าไงพี่
ไอเรดบูปลายเดือนนี้ขอได้ปะ
ยังไม่รู้
อืม
อะปลายเดือนนี้คืออะไร
มันจะมีเรดบูที่เยอรมันอ่ะ
มันคือทัวร์หลักหรือเปล่า
ใช่
ดูได้ ขอแล้ว
อืมแล้วไอ
ไม่ได้
เจสันเปเปอร์เล็ก
ยังไม่ได้
เปทำไมอ่ะ
ทิปที่พี่
อุ้ย
นึกว่าแบบยังไม่ตอบเลยอ๋อ TFT เว้ย
โคตรโหด
ใกล้แล้วดิเซตใหม่อ่ะเจอขึ้นมาร์ยังเซตนี้
แม่เซตนี้ลาก่อนอะ
ลาก่อนจีนยังไม่ได้ไง
ท้อ
รู้ขายอะไรอ่ะทำไมมันดูน่าสนใจจัง อ๋อจอ รอ Golden Spatula เดี๋ยวพี่ก็จัดไป อยากได้ Intel Core Ultra แต่รอมันออกสัก4-5 เจนกัน
มันเอามาเล่นเกมสตรีมไม่ดีไหมหรอ
ไม่รู้อะรอมันออกสัก2-3 เจนเห็นเขามาโคตรแรง
เขาบอกว่า ไอถ้ามาเล่นเกมสตรีมใน14ดีกว่า ตัวเดิมอ่ะ
อืม ผมใช้12อยู่เลยได้อีกเครื่องหนึ่งเป็น10 i9 ทั้งคู่
F ใช้การ์ดจอสตรีมใช่ไหม
ใช่
อืม
YouTube
ครั
มั
บ
นในเนี่ยมันมี encode แยกอะมันโหดมากเลย
X 3D ครับ ตอบโจทย์
มันคืออะไร
สายเส้นไง
อ๋อ ผมสายสีฟ้าดิที่สีแดงแล้วปัญหาเยอะ
ไม่ถ้าการ์ดจอต้องเขียว ถ้า CPU อะอะไรก็ได้ตอนนี้
อ๋อ
พี่ลองหมดแล้วข้ามไปข้ามมา แต่ยังไง
เดี๋ยวนี้
การ์ดจอต้องเขียว CPU อะไรก็ได้
ผมว่าที่เราใช้อยู่นี่ก็สุดแล้วนะ
แต่ไปวิจัยมาแล้วคือ ถ้าจะเอา FPS เล่นเกมอะยังไงก็ต้องแดง แล้วไอ้ X 3D อะ
Trade Sport มันไม่มีพี่ไก่ด้วยดิมันเลยโดนนะ
มันเอาตัวสำรองเขาเรียกเอาโค้ดลงใช่ไหม
พี่ไก่ประตูหนีบมือ เล่นไม่ได้
ฮะ
เจ็บ
เอ้า
มือ เห็นเขาบอก พี่ไก่
โอ้พี่ไก่เอ้ย
สวยจัด มาแล้วครับ0 yeah nice transition ต่อไปด่าน Ascent มันจะเปลี่ยนคอมเล่นกันบ้างวะช่วงนี้พี่เยดูแฮปปี้นะตั้งแต่ย้ายทีม
เอากลับบ้านเกิดก็ต้องแฮปปี้เลย
กูนาทีเอ็กมีถึง4 5กำลังจะออกปีหน้าคิดว่านะ เห็นข่าวคร่าวๆมา เห็นเขาว่าปีหน้ามันจะออกซีรีส์5มา
พีเอฟยิงมาเพ่
โอ้โหจบนี่พี่น่าจะต้องลงทีมไปแต่งห้องก่อน ของมาส่งละ
เดียวอ่ะ
โอ้วันนี้ไม่ยิง ยิง
เฮ้ย
ว่าดึก
กี่โมงดึกของพี่อ่ะ
ใช่ได้ข่าวว่าอิงโดนแกล้งเหรอ่ะโดนแบบ
อ่ะ
โดนบัฟ
สาม
มา
ทุ่ม
แกล้งอะ
ๆ3 4 ทุ่ม
โดน
ไอตอน
แกล้งไหน
วาโลอะเหมือนมาไฟล์เจอเองอ่ะ
อ๋อไอ้หนังหมานั่นเหรอพี่ เอกเปรตนั่นเหรอ
หรือว่าพี่เอ๋ยโดนแกล้งนะใครโดนกันแน่
ยิงโด
อน ยู่ด้วยกันนั่นแหละพี่
อ๋อ
จะโดนกระทืบเป็นขี้อ่ะนี่คือเด็กเปรต
กดมาเจอได้เหรอ
เดี๋ยวนี้กดแรงค์ต้องดูรายชื่อเพื่อนก่อนเลยมีใครกด5ดูหรือเปล่า รายชื่อเพื่อนอะถ้ามีพวกเราให้หยุดก่อน
พี่เอ๋ยเอามั่งไหมแบบ
อะไรนะ
ของอะไรนะ ของบอสกินฉี่อ่ะพี่เอ๋ยเอามั่งไหมหรือ
เดี๋ยว
แบบ
พี่กินเบียร์เลย
โหพี่จะได้กับได้
แหมดูทรมานนะพี่เนาะ
You know, for
ดูไม่ชอบเลยเนอะ
pretty
ดูฝืนเนาะ
เมื่อวานไปดูไอ้เนี่ยจานบอสกินฉี่ได้ดูปะ
pretty good though.
ดูสรุปไม่ใช่ฉี่
7
กิน
simple
ชา
wins. You're seeing the great
ปั่น
utility
จัดอะเนี่ยโคตรมันอะเมื่อวานอะ
คอมเดิมเลย คอมในฝันกระดานแอสเซนคอมเดิม มันเอาออกไปรีเวิร์กสักหน่อยไหมอย่างน้อยให้มันคนมันเปลี่ยนคอมเล่นกันบ้าง
หน้าต้องเปลี่ยนเยอะอะ
อเซนต์มันเหมือนดับทูในเคาน์เตอร์ผมว่า
พี่ว่ามีหลัก
I mean, Simon was the big
ไม่
reason
ผม
they
พูดถึงแบบ
went to
ความ
overtime
คลาส
at
สิก
all
อะ
against T1
ที่แบบ
yesterday.
ผู้เล่นทุกคนแม่งจะต้องแบบ
เพย์ดีฟอลต์
ต้องสัมผัส
really being part of nearly everything that happened in that game against T1 here in Ascent. We'll see if it's
แล้วก็ไม่เอาออกไปด้วยฮะก็อยู่อย่างนั้นอะ
อยู่ยาว
อยู่เป็นบีมไป
ๆอยู่ตลอดไป
This is going to be EDG on the attacker
EG
side.
ไลน์อัพเดิมครับแค่เอาตัวสำรองมา
Stack over onto B. Just going to leave the alarm bot
คนหลักพัก
and the old
บางคน
3-man stack. 'Cause Toast is over there too. He's hidden. They're gonna try to make a fast hit.
Nobody กับชิชูบอกพาน้องๆมาเก็บประสบการณ์เป็นผมเป็นอะคาเดมี่นี่โคตรดีใจเลยด้วยได้เล่นกับเจนจีเลยนะเจ็บมากถ้าผมเป็นอะคาเดมี่ของ EDG นี่ดีใจนะได้เล่นกับเจนจีเลยนะ
Spreading out the map but not being too passive. That's good for EDG. Already taking control of tree. So they have a way to enter in. Toast winning that fight is huge. Chichu going all the way deep. Just gets the info. They actually force Texture onto the site. He can't find the kill. He's stranded and EDG will be able to take over the A site.
Yeah, they're looking really clean here. Chichu even catching Munchkin trying to come in. Karan just left
โอเค
blindsided. All to Yo Man. Nothing he can do. Chichu finds 3 in the round.
ชิโชบอกต้องทำเกมให้น้
Really
องๆหน่อย
good
น้อง
pivot.
ๆทำ
It's
ต
a
ลอ
really
ด
fast decision as well. So
พาน้องๆมาเก็บประสบการณ์ก็ต้องยิงให้น้องๆดูหน่อย
Big pistol win.
Yeah, I love that they just enter onto tree nice and early, and then because it's 2 people, they can risk actually pushing up against the window instead of just hiding until the rest of the team shows
ไซมอนโดนบังคับมาคนเดียวที่เหลือสัก
They just keep having it entirely in their control. They don't give it up. They want to fight actually in the back of sight. A great pistol round from EDG, finally taking the lead for the first time today.
Yeah, let's see if they can avoid a little bit of an ego loss again. So last time Genji read them
Nobody
really,
บอก
really
มา
well.
มาด่านนี้แหละ
Has been a very different story for EDG.
ด่านเกาหลีเดี๋ยวจะเปลี่ยนเป็นด่านจีน
Seemingly much more
ยิ่ง
comfortable
จีน
on
นี่
this
เก่ง
map,
ด่านนี้นี่หว่า
with their new players, which they only had a couple days to practice together. That is what the other players were saying on their streams, that they only had 2 or 3 days to really try to work with this tandem that came in to fill in for Smoggy and Kong Kong. And so this map,
เกลียดไอ้มุมนี้มากเลยไอ้
obviously
วันเวตรง
wanna
เอ
be able to
แล้วก็
smash
มี
this
คนมานั่ง
Valorant,
ลูก
so
ซอง
everybody kind of knows it, kind of understands what your roles are, what your jobs are, especially with
หน้าไปเล่นในแรงรัวๆเล่นแม่งแต่ลูกซอง
So far, EDG has
What
been
OP?
able to really showcase that they have a lot of potential, even with a slightly different roster than normal.
And there's the pop flash coming in for the entry. Nice paranoia to follow up as well. Pushes him away from the alley entirely.
Ow!
Potter holding on, and the spam through the smoke is good. Nobody there to support as well, so they're not leaving Potter out in the open for too long. Nice fragment. I mean, this is just step by step. Always going to be a multi-angle fight
โดน
every
โกด
time.
สแปมส
And
โมก
that
ตาย
makes the entry
โคตร
also
โคตรเศร้า
much easier for EDG as they look to finish things off in a flawless.
เวอร์แลนด์อันเดอร์สกอร์แปซิฟิกหรือ
ใช่ไหม
Nothing to
Hey,
say
Tawid.
other than phenomenal.
May the
Big
wind
smiles
guide your
on
blades,
the face
Jack,
of EDG.
and my arrows.
Genji gonna have to
Yung
tighten
lang
the
lala.
screws a little bit now because they're getting
อะไรอะพี่
pushed around
Malo
the
ah.
map quite a bit. Nobody
Malo.
and Chichu
Ôi,
have yet,
hiểu
Potter
ấy.
have yet to die. Simon as well, but it's been very, very clean with only 1 death in 2 rounds. They're gonna get that Odin into play. Not enough money for the operator, of course, just yet, but for Genji, that's a big part of the equation. Get texture that operator, get him comfortable, start just taking control of mid in particular. He's just so fearsome.
มาแล้วครับโอดินโยแมน
Bit of exchange of utility there. Munchkin gets ping.
Yeah, pushes him off just
Khang
a
Pak
bit,
ché-ché.
and now that's full main control. Again, early tree control as well. But Potter this time all alone, not quite aware that Munchkin might be hugging the wall. So that will slow things down. Texture is ready for another peek. Chichu suspects it, but Texture is
ข้างๆไป
quicker
ป
on
ระ
the
กวดคอสเพล
trigger.
ย์ครับผม
Has a better
ไม่ว่าง
angle on that swing out.
Now you got a bunch of players that are just going to try to brute force their way through A potentially. Genji just be able to kind of spam and hold the line. Yeah, Munchkin already claiming 1 life.
One
Oof,
enemy
and now
remaining.
the remaining weapons not good for these long-range battles either. So while EDG would have loved to at least do some
เอาว่ะ
damage,
โดน Forest
especially
ซะ
because it was 3 members
มัน
on
แน่อยู่
arm,
แล้ว
half
ปืนมัน
armor
น่าโดน
for
ฟอร์เร
Genji.
ตมากเลย
So you had an opportunity to really make it sting.
โบนัสแบบ
But
โบ
at
นัส
the
สุ
end
ด
of the day, Simon's just going to have to wait to see if Genji pushes out. If not, I'm sure he'll
สวัสดี
peek
ครับ
out in the
น้อง
last
เซ
10
ริทัล
seconds or so. Make sure that he at least goes down and gets some extra creds as he wants to upgrade his weapon in the future. Let's see if Genji kind of just lets him be.
ไซมอนเหมือนมันกำลังขนลุกอยู่แบบ
Presume they'll just hold
ถ้ากู
me
พีค
go
ไป
all the way to the bitter end of the round, and EDG surely
30 seconds
kind of
left.
reconsidering options. Texture will be the one to pick up the kill.
Yeah. So okay, mission accomplished.
You're
You're able to respond flawless of your own after getting flawless on your eco. So let's see now. Pockets are going to be fairly deep here for EDG. They're able to save up a decent amount of money there. Get some buys going, but yeah, just holding angles. And just winning those battles cleanly.
30
Some
seconds
headshots. Crosshair placement is king in that round. Just look to spread the map a little bit more maybe here for EDG. Showing us a little bit of a different formation. A couple players with the Killjoy, with Chichu this time, instead of him and Toast who are on the other side of the map. So trying to maybe see if they can collapse on the mid, if there's any push out. No operator yet to speak of.
Oh, barrel shown, and Potter, he's
Wee,
able to
good.
readjust with a jiggle, but it's
Wee,
still Texture
huh?
who comes out with the frag. Only 5 HP left, though, so Texture, more so just going to be a scout at this point onward for this round. Holding
Right here.
far back on mid. Alarm bot cleared nice and early. EDG wants to put the pressure on. They know the Jet has to be weak, so you want to pressure that a bit further. Nobody has been tagged. There's Yoden. Now you know where it is. Holding close here on the B site. It's a
ถ้า
lot
ลุ
of
กไป
pressure
เร็ว
on
หน่อย
GG
นะ
to try to get control of B main if they want to do anything. But Simon opens things up. Gen G now a little bit lost and confused on the intel. He's even going to get a tag onto Charon, so keeps him tied up. Makes sure that he's blinded with information, but Charon with a fast re-clear as soon as the suppression dies out. And that's the call for Gen G to remain here on the B site.
It's a great move by Yeoman, sensing the pressure. Not going to get touched by that alarm bot.
Oh, Chichu's so weak. He feels the pressure from behind as well, and he has no option to peek out. Yeoman with another kill. Simon gets one with the fragment, but he's
30
staying
seconds
alive. They do eventually have to plant the spike.
Yeah, that was a great paranoia there. Keeping
Spike
Yeoman
planted.
alive for this 2v2. Still got a couple shock darts to play around with as well. Simon, I guess, could pop the null command, but don't really see a reason.
อุ้ยคมจัด
Shoot him in the head.
โอ้โหแซลมอนจัดให้
Close 0 point. They know he's already entered onto the site itself. So Charon position for field. He swings out for a nice kill onto Simon, trying to find the last target, but there's too many angles to clear. And Toast will be able to clutch things up.
นี่มันหลงทิศนี่หว่า
That looked like it was going to be a pretty solid round for Gen G, but after they had given up space, I don't know if they were expecting maybe a retreat from EDG or something, and then they win that big 1v1. Simon has been so good on this map against Munchkin, and that really breaks open a ton of space. And Charon's left on an island on A. He's just stuck in a corner trying to figure out what to do. Yeoman's trying to get the heck out of B so he doesn't get sandwiched between main and market. And everything just kind of falling apart there for Gen G with the protocols.
Now we'll see if they can regain a little bit of control with the operator now. Try to be a bit more calm, have a bit more of that system back in place that they were so well known for throughout the 2024 season. Texture holding a closer angle. He's actually going to drop down. He wants to reposition. Maybe hold close, maybe start to peek out of tree as they don't see any more information. You do have the Nano Swarm to help delay on main, so Gen G feels comfortable leaving Charon on his own for the time being.
Yeah, and you've got a couple players over towards B. It's just Chichu, though, for EDG, as he's trying to maybe out-duel Foxy9, but Foxy playing ahead of the turret, actually. That's dangerous, but he's able to win it.
Yeah, it looked a little risky, especially because Gen G was setting up for a recon play, it looked like, from Yeoman. So Foxy9, there was a chance that he wasn't ready for it, but
ถ้ามันเช็คไม่เจอถ้ามันหรือมันไม่เช็คใครล่ะเทคเจอร์นี่น่าจะสตาร์ขาดเดินมา
for another 10-20 seconds if a rotation comes through, and Gen G happy to hold their ground here on the A site. Texture, operator in hand. Here comes the res from a little bit further away, but Charon's still going to stop the force there in main. And Texture and Munchkin chaining together an extra kill each to shut down the
ตายท่า
advance
หา
on
จาก
trade.
เก็ตเมื่อกี้
Yeah, that's really clean stuff there.
ไปนอนอยู่บนอากาศ
Slot in nicely to help out at short. Big win for Foxy9 in that 1v1 against Chichu. That's a really important piece of that round because it really limits the options for EDG there. And Gen G knows it. And keep that 3-man stack. Tough position to be in. Simon tries to pop it.
โอ้โห อะไรวะน่ะยิงเป้าบินอ่ะ
Like a spam through the smoke or something, but goodness gracious. Charon very quick with it.
God, that was outrageous. He's so good sometimes. No, not sometimes. All the time.
He's like so good all the time, and then he's like great other times.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Oh no.
Oh, Munchkin holding close to some of the Phantom. It's not even a judge. And EDG, they kind of suspect a bit of a play, but because they're the ones with the weaker weapons, they expect Gen G will be looking at maybe not close.
สะดุ้ง
Okay.
ยังเหลือ2
That was more than one. double, in fact. See if that's going to be enough to keep him alive a bit longer here in the round.
You know, Texture is looking to see if he can catch him trying to pass out the other side. Already in that range there for nobody. There's the shot for Texture. There's the finish for Karan. And Genji able to tie it up with another flawless. So able to invest in that operator, and you can already see that it pays off dividends for Genji. Once they can get into that gun, it's so much harder for the attackers.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Again, a core reason of why Ascent seems to be so defensive-sided is the operator can shut down so much. I mean, every part that you want to enter into a site is a narrow choke point. Makes things a lot easier for the operator. You've got so many long sight lines as well. But EDG, you know, they did get 3 rounds early on, so it's not a bad start here for the attacking half. Just even one more would put them at a decent position at the half, and maybe even set up for more.
You do have a Hunter's Fury now for EDG. So let's see if they can maybe find a pick or a spot to use it. But aggressive push-outs from Genji again towards A main.
Yeah, Texture's been getting very aggressive and very active with the operator. He's usually pretty good about, you know, taking a shot and rotating, but today he's just going out on his own sometimes, going for these peaks.
Yeah, a lot of confidence today flowing for Texture. I mean, you'd have to be after the way he played on Pearl. And they're confident to leave him alone. I mean, that's another thing for Genji is you have the trust in your players to let them make those individual plays, whether it be him or Munchkin or Foxy9, whoever. You know that they're good enough to get the job done in those 1v1s, or if it's more than that, to at least make the right decision to make the situation as favorable as possible in your favor. Munchkin, though, so out ahead of this in mid.
Yeah, so much information gained from Genji, right? A main cleared, mid cleared, now the turret goes off. You know,
เอาละครับความสนุกสนาน
There are the nano swarms being popped off, maybe a bit early, but you still have a fragment from Munchkin as well. So much delay. There's 0 point. No command also there. 0 point just for info. Trying to get the tags. The spike has already started on the rotate, but you see the Jet and the Killjoy, so Genji's not going to make a move just yet. They're actually going to go for a pinch paranoia onto Munchkin, but it clears before they go for the swing. He's ready for it. Just needs to play for time. Only 10 seconds.
อุ้ยโหมันมุกฉลาดจัดอะ
He enters the grinder and all get
โอ้โหโยแมน
shredded down.
That's a decent idea there by EDG, but just
รีโพ
never
ซิชั่น
able
ยังเฉียบ
to really get comfortable enough with Yeoman holding the door. With Munchkin on the other side, there's a paranoia that comes through. I'm not sure if it hit Munchkin or not, but it definitely let him know they're coming from that angle. Gave him the time to prepare for it, and they shoot around the corner, kind of trying to pre-fire. Munchkin pre-fires right back, makes him pay for it. He gets 4 or 3 in the round. That's tremendous work from the IGL. Now he's 10-3, so starting to really heat up the IGL for Genji. And the bank account is getting deeper and deeper. A few ults in the bag as well. Yeoman has his Hunter's Fury. It's a weaker buy for the side of EDG. Yes, they have a lot of ults. Are they going to be able to use it? They're going to go for the Hunter's Fury there.
That's trying to get some early clearance, trading back and forth from both sides. But at the end of the day, well, I was going to say it's going to be, of course, Genji kind of smiling if they just trade the ults since they have the better weapons. It's going to be Chichu who gets a free upgrade onto the Phantom, but he's low, and Texture gets the call on that one. Shorty comes in, Foxy9 trying to hold strong. Enough time for Karen to reposition down here under in Hell. Conquering the A site, defending it from all of the good that's trying to come in from EDG, and Texture peeks out for the 3K. Man.
มันกระโดดยิงง่ายขนาดนั้นเลย
Very
เหรอ
sturdy.
โอ้เบเลเตอร์เลย
Business as usual for Genji.
Let's win and get out
A
of
little more focused up now. Trying to see if they can really extend this lead, and some big ultimates invested there. The Hunter's Fury, the Blade Storm. Really trying to get some value out of those. A lockdown. Texture, great awareness there. Great calm for Genji to understand that he was pretty beat up. Munchkin calling for it, and Texture is going to deliver on the goods. Love to see it. 5-3. And Hunter's Fury was used as well for Yeoman there to try to set up Munchkin. Didn't work out, but in the long run, around it.
You should run.
Totally fine. Gonna use that lockdown. No counter available. Karan's gonna have to come in the corner to avoid the detain.
Does have the Frozen Shadows as well if you wanted to reposition or maybe beat him out, but for now it's just a paranoid to buy time. There's a good ping, and he's good for it with the headshot right through the smoke.
อะไรวะน่ะ
Also catches it.
หม
Potter
ดเลย
was already at the site, and that just leads to a flawless for Genji.
มันกันกันง่ายขนาดนั้น
It
เลยเหร
just
อพี่
doesn't feel like EDG really accounting for that extra space that the lockdown in that position gives for the defender.
มันก็ดูเข้าดีอยู่นะ
Genji
ดี
can
จี
just
อะ
even put a player up on heaven
โดนทะลุ
right
ส
when
โมก
that
โดน
lockdown expires, they're able to just start punching through. The Yeoman's utility so good there as well to get that spot. Texture comes in with the Blade Storm, starts knocking players down. Foxy9 is there. It's just a slaughter. And EDG,
ต้อง
such
บ
a
อก
good
ว่า
start on
JNG
this
ใช้ของ
map, and
เบรกสวยวันนี้
seemingly starting to unravel, as that's 5 in a row for the black and gold.
It's a good dart. Perfectly lined up. Texture not wanting to show his position in any way, shape, or form. He's got the tailwind, so he's going for another aggressive peek. He gets one, but he can't quite make it in. But there's cover. There's always somebody next to Texture. Allows him to stay on site with another one. Toast baiting out the second shot. Sets up nobody else for it. So eventually, they take down the operator, but at what cost? Giving so much information and not gaining much away from it.
Yeah, it's tricky now. That operator.
ส่งมาแล้วส่งคืนไปกระโดด
One player out there, so that's going to open up the door for some shock darts, and now you have to try to get.
เฮ้ยอะไรอะ
Just sprays him through the wall. Yeoman just knows. G2, hello? Oh, Yeoman trying to spray down for another. He's just holding on. He knows he's weak. He spots him.
Yeoman
Gets him through the
ดุ
blind.
เกิน
The paranoia coming through, but it's not going to stop him. And I do wonder, I think Fox
โอ้ดินไม่ตอบโจทย์หรอกฟักช็อตตี้ยิงเลยแล้ว
he
กัน
was further behind, so might have seen an elbow or something on that.
เชอรี่มากกว่าออฟจริง
Very quick on that read.
Yeah, that's really heads up stuff from Yeoman. I mean, the
Yeoman.
spray through the wall, just understanding that they were probably going to be pushing that angle since he had the info already. So mentally prepared for this. Might have saw an elbow, I don't know, yeah, but that's crazy good.
โคตรช็อกอะโดนอยู่ดีก็โดนยิงทะลุออกมา
Foxy9 seeing something regardless. Very impressive. Maybe a reveal on the mini-map, but what was I going to say? Oh, Foxy9. I like the way that sometimes Genji...
ทำเอา2หรือเปล่า
Again, yes, different roster, but a lot of the same ideas and the same ability to just have Texture kick doors in for you. You know, Foxy9, who knows, maybe he's going to be able to do some lurking, and Munchkin always so fearsome in that short A area. Tough no matter how you slice it. CDG get a good shock dart, clearing the alarm bot. Another good push up through market. This
ที่
time
คือสิ่งที่พาเด็กของคันนี้มาเจอ
taking the space. Oh my god.
So clean. Doesn't miss a beat. He's just so quick on that reaction. Just barely sees the elbow and makes sure that he's lined up for it. Gets the headshot through the wall to finish off the kill.
And now that drone came through, and now you gotta worry as EDG. Is like, is that Odin just sitting in market
มุม
again?
เทคเจอร์เลยชอบดันออก
That's
เลย
such a good, nice little change of position for Yeoman to use that PC utility.
And look at that reposition from Foxy9 as well. If you crossfire up and mid, you still get to activate your turret. Meanwhile, Texture, he's pushing out far. He
มัน
gets information.
ปิง
Forces
แถบ
their
ปุ๊บไป
hand
ช็อค
up
ดาด
and
แม่ง
mid.
ลอยมาพัง
It allows Yeoman to be ready. Here comes the null command. So it's going to be Texture watching from far. He actually gets the KO before the entry happens. And that's going to mask Yeoman's position even further. Holding close to the Odin, saw the head, but nobody's put the headshot. Texture now caught in the sight, but Foxy9's here for backup. Whoa! Good for the 4K. Gets all three as they enter in from market. Now hunting for the
เลย
ace.
น้องชายไป
Don't die. Don't die to the nano.
Definitely don't die to the nano. That would be anticlimactic for sure. I don't think he's going to get it. Chi-Chu's not going to
ไป
get
แล้ว
it
ครับ
the
ฟ็อกซี่
opportunity. But what
อยากเห็นเรีแอคชั่นฟ็อกซี่แบบเทคเจอร์ถ้าไม่ได้
play here from Foxy9.
I mean, that normally...
วิ่งเว้ยวิ่งเว้ยไม่ให้มัน
But he
ฆ่า
just found just enough of a timing, and the shots were clean enough.
Well, hello. And Chi-Chu, he does succeed at knocking the ace, but he's going to still give the frag, and Gen G's laughing about it. They know what the situation was, but we got to see that replay. That 3K right there as he exits out of the smoke, just impressive.
Mr. 4Q.
Just to keep Texture alive.
Yep. And then
ตอ
he
นแรก
does
คิดว่าจะ
more.
แปดปีสี่
His
นะ
first
93
shot.
Well, this is nasty too. This was a Foxy 9 round through and through.
Yeah, just absolutely incredible. One, smoke comes down, just disrespects it, gets ahead of the fragment. That is so freaking clean.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even a complete straight spray transfer. He just resets with the Vandal.
Right
And
here.
what a round from Foxy 9.
Scanning ahead.
Now, continuing on, he's got that lockdown with that many kills in the previous round.
อื้อหือ
Not a surprise there. Chichu constantly getting taken down low by that Odin. He's not going to be happy about that one.
Dude, Yo-Man really is doing a great job causing so much pain for EDG with his util, following up with the Odin in whatever fashion he needs to. He has been so oppressive on that B site.
Oh, the outlaw for Munchkin as well. A bit of an econ play to really put the nail in the coffin against EDG. Keeps Gen G so rich for the remaining rounds if they are able to succeed here without dropping too many weapons. Drone now forcing them out a little bit, getting some extra information. Gonna spot the jet right at the last second. The drone turned around. So you know, okay, there's still a bit of a setup here in mid. Gives the call to Texture to reposition at a wider angle. Oh, he's good for one. Fires off the second
Okay.
shot, almost gets another. But will back out by
Au
time
rồi.
with the fragment. The spike was dropped, so you know at the
Okay,
very
พอ
least
รู้
for
ว่า
the next
เขา
20
ก่อน
seconds or
เลย
so, it's not going to be a B hit. If it is, it's
แต่เอา
going to be
หล่
a
อมา
Hail Mary sprint all the way to the end. You got to pick the spike
30
there.
seconds
Potter, he will eventually go back and retrieve it. 25 seconds left. And Tree immediately re-cleared by Munchkin. Genji knows absolutely that this is the entry onto B. Fragment comes in, but Texture just waits for the extra frag. Peeks out for another. He's going for a third. Smoke comes out. That'll stop him. He eventually goes down. Potter goes.
อ้าวยาก
The two
โยนว่าเนี้ย
youngsters, they're trying to clear it, but the
เข้าไม่ได้
lockdown
แล้ว
just can't get past that. There's no time. The round is done. You have to take everybody out, and Toast is trying his darndest, but you just cannot win as Karen is
อุ้ย
so far away. Foxy 9 even gets the double.
ฟ็อกซี่
I just
โกงความตายจะจัด
I mean, nailed the coffin all the way through 6 feet under.
เป็นของจริงว่ะพี่เจนจีเป็นไงเลยอ่ะ
โหดกว่าเดิม
มันตึงแหละ ผมว่าแม่งมาเพื่อครองหัวตาราง Apex
เขาบอกตอนนี้มีพอตเตอร์ 5 คน
ใช่
พอตเตอร์อเมริกา พอตเตอร์ไทย พอตเตอร์โคลัมเบีย พอตเตอร์ไต้หวัน พอตเตอร์จีน
โคลัมเบียไอ้วันก่อนผมเห็นดอทไนคาซัคสถานไปอยู่ทีมเลยแล้วนะ
บูม
ตัวตึงที่พี่เคยบอกไหม
ใช่ ของดีตัวนี้
ได้ไปแทนซีบิว
ใช่
สวัสดีทีวี เปิดเองทำไม ปิดไปเลยแล้วมันปิดจริงว่ะเฮ้ยไอ้แค่คนลุก มันดังแกกเลยคือสวิตช์มันปิดไปเลย
A lot of fans see champions here in Seoul, in Incheon
เขา
technically.
บอกว่า
I guess,
พอ
but,
ตเตอร์
you know,
ที่ไอ้นี่ก็มี
in Korea, had to
What?
have been enamored with EDG.
Oh,
the way that they
I didn't hear
carry
about that.
themselves and the personality that players like Hong Kong
น่าจะยิงวาโลไม่เป็นนะ
all those things
ใต้มนอย่างเดียว
obviously really endear you to a team like EDG. So yeah, I think they had to have accumulated a few extra fans here and there, but the KDA is not looking so good right now for EDG, and onto the attacker side, and Genji setting up with a bit of a 3-man mid.
เนี่ย
with
เทค
Potter.
เจอร์เทค
Senses danger, decides to connect out of there. That's a great flash,
Oh,
though.
well timed, and we see very small variations of that
Some
play so
good one,
much, but this was a
yeah.
clean
ว้า
one.
วุ่นเลยโดน
Nobody's
ช็อต
still
นี้เข้า
going to
ไป
stay
ครับ
alive for the time being. He actually peeks out for a second.
That's
Maybe.
a what?
Okay, that was
Hey,
all messy.
yeah,
Both
yeah, yeah.
sides, Fox 9 will come out on top, and that's exactly what Genji needed to be able to enter the site. Meanwhile, Munchkin, he's still fishing for a lurk. He thinks the rotates might have been late, but EDG's all here. Munchkin's not going to be part of the fight if EDG comes through. Foxy 9,
Oi,
though,
Foxy.
buying time. Yo-Man
GG
as
ครับ
well. They haven't planted it just yet, and now they will wait until Munchkin comes. I love the patience coming in. Toast, the Inkling comes in a
โอ้โหยิงกัน
little
ไว
bit
มาก
too
เลย
late, and Genji continue to lead.
Yeah, what a hold here from Yo-Man and Foxy 9. I mean, really having to go through a meat grinder just to get to the site itself. Genji commits all their resources to it, and they're able to just barely break in. And they're able to hold the line so
นี่ว่าเราจะ
nicely
ได้ดู
there.
เร
Good
เดียนหมด
combination with the crossfire. Good heads up play by
อันไหน
Yeoman.
รายการ
Snag that ghost on
สิงค
the
โป
way
ร์
in
นะ
as well.
ไอ้
Not trying to
Radiant อะของ
challenge
จีน
that alley angle with his classic. I think that was
Radiant
a
ล้วน
really smart
ที่
decision.
มีเปเปอร์เล็กอะ
Good.
อ๋อ AK
decent
PlayStation เหรอ
hold
นะ
from EDG, but just
เออ
might have
One
not.
enemy remaining.
And Fox
มีรายการเดียว
has been really hot
ที่เหลือของ
last
Pacific ที่
couple
น่า
of
ดูอะ
rounds.
น่าจะได้ดูเหรอมั้ง
Execute from the side of Gen G, trying to spam through the wall, go fishing for any players that might be holding a
2-0
tight angle with a shotgun or something.
GG ครับ 2-0 แน่นอน
Close angles as well.
ไม่ได้ดูเขาเปิดเลย
Clear, just spam through the
เอาไว้ว่า
smoke, not taking any
เสี่ยงๆดู
chance.
อะ
Four already closed, and
เสี่ยงเอา
EDG, they are absolutely
ใจ
out
ดี
of
เหรอ
options. I mean, now he's trying to jump in blind
ให้เขาทัวร์
into
โปรโมท
the
ท่องเที่ยวใช่ไหม
crossfires, into the
แล้วก็ช่วยเขาโปรโมท
sidelines, and that looks like it's going to be a flawless for Gen G as
ข้าง
they
ๆพัก
get
ครับ
up to 11.
Insane.
ข้างๆกับ
As well to get
Smoky
that
พัก
extra money, and Yeoman,
เฮ้ย โย
he is
แมน
just
เขาเริ่มยิ้ม
having
แย้
a
มแล้วอะ
ball this tournament. I don't know what
หลบดี
But Yeoman at 10,
เมื่อไหร
he was
จะให้
like,
กูไปนอน
yes. Yeah,
โนที่กู
zoned
เพิ่งคุ้ม
in.
เขาแบบ
It was him versus Buzz in terms of who could get more zoned in a match. But today he's just enjoying Valorant.
Yeah, he's having a great time, and you can see it in his play. He's more confident in his decision making. Like we
มัน
saw
ยังมี
that
คู่
morning
ปะหรือว่า
round,
มันคู่ท้ายแล้ว
and then coming into this previous round, just
นี่มัน
knowing
ต้องมี
when
อีก
to
ปะ
make the right
ต้องเอา
calls,
แชมป์ปะ
when to move,
มันต้องเอา
not
แชมป์
take
ดิ
a fight, you know, take
เราไปเล่น
space
แค่นี้
instead,
เพื่ออะไร
make sure you get the plant down. All those little
Placing
things
swarm
so important. Nano to try to clear the turret. I
ทีวัน
suspect.
กับเจนจีเนี่ยน่าดูเลยผมบอกเลย
Landing, but the turret's
ศึก
way
ชิง
out in
ความเป็นที่
front.
หนึ่ง
Yeah,
เกาหลี
I mean, this is for actually even if it was up against Wally, I think it would have missed either way. But
จบเลย
forward of a turret, some adjustments.
ที่หนึ่งที่สองเงินรางวัลเท่ากัน3กับ4เท่ากัน
What lineups people are coming up with
จบเลยใช่ไหม
right now.
จบเลย
Gen G holding up very close, but
ผม
seeing,
ก็ว่า
you know,
มันไม่
trying
มี
to
ต่อ
make
นะ มันไม่
EDG
มี
get
ตาราง
antsy,
ต่อ
right on their buy round. Because if you win here, not only are you up onto
What the
match
fuck?
point, but the
Ah,
weaponry
wala.
starts to get a little iffy.
แข่งเอาสังคม
EDG tries to go for a comeback. Rodder getting that distance, but he's
จะแข่งกระชับมิตรแต่ยิงเขายับเลย
Huron with the swing, Texture with the pinch, gets
เหมือน
over,
เรียก
gets
เหมือน
the
เรียก
information
ทีม
with
มา
the one shot coming out from
เออ
Dose. So now it's a crossfire here in Tree. They're
แม่ง
just
กระชับ
making
ฟิ
them
ตจริ
tied
งๆพวก
up,
เนี่ย
waiting for the main force to enter through A main. And
คนที่นั่ง
Sight
อยู่
give it
มัน
over to
มี
Gen G.
ราวดิเฟอเรนซ์
Just the coordination with these players is so darn good, and now Texture's gotten up into heaven, but they're already spamming it.
Ooh, ooh.
I don't know if they
เออ แล้วมันเอา
just
ถ้วยให้
know
ใคร
that
วะพี่
that's what Texture likes to do. Yeah, they're
น่า
gonna
จะ
take him down.
บ่ายฉุบ
Yeah,
แบ่งกัน
he tried
ใคร
to
เอา
do
ถัง
as
ใครเอา
much as
ถ้วย
possible, but not quite
ได้
needed
อะ
in this round.
ได้ต้องได้ละ
ไม่จริงในถ้วยอะมันมีแบบเพียวอยู่เต็มถ้วยเลย ใครชนะเอาไปเลย
Just get massacred. The dart
ยก
doesn't
ดก
quite get cleared, so Yeoman has to reposition. Drawing out a lot of time and fire. It's a 4v2 in favor of Gen G. EDG just don't have enough bodies to throw at the problem, and Gen G lead up to match point.
So oppressive as Gen G.
Match point.
They're
น่าจะ
just
มี
so
โชว์แมตช์
fast
มันมีนะ
right
โชว์แมตช์
now.
อะ
So
ผมเห็นอยู่
confident.
ทีมไชน่า
Every
ทีม
fight
โคเรียน
they're taking. And Foxy9 doing such a good job on the other side of the map, causing a lot of distractions, clearing alarm bots, making noise.
ผมว่าแล้วไม่
keeping
สม็อก
the
กี้
other
กับคัง
players
ไม่ลง
planted. Potter tries to get a little bit of a grab,
ตัวมันชิลเกิน
takes a lot of damage, and then needs a flash.
ลงมาก็แบบไม่ค่อยได้เลย
Pays the price. That gives a gun upgrade
Kang
over to
một lần nói.
Munchkin and Karan, and well, EDG has to throw every piece of money and utility they have at this round. Try to get this over the line. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Ni
Gen
à.
G's just shoving in, but Potter, quick
How did he
turnaround
get
after he escapes the initial fight. Will shut down the impact here from Gen G. So Gen G trying to really throw EDG off, and Gen G does this, right? This is just classic Gen G when they're up either, 1 point away or at map point. They'll just suddenly go fast, and they'll go for a Hail Mary and see what happens. If not, you've at least shaken them up and made them consider all these other options in the coming rounds.
Exactly. And again, it's what makes them so tricky to deal with is they are so diverse in the way that they play the game, in the way that they call rounds. And it's never two of the same rounds in a row, especially on attacker sides. Like, they are always giving you very, very different looks. It's different players in different positions, able to spread the map. Yeoman, though, this is a really tricky spot.
Yeah, I mean, this is a good angle being held by EDG. Nobody's ready for the anti-flash, and Chichu's there for the scout.
อ้าว
They're calling for it, but there's the flash. Chichu gets the trade, but not able to save nobody. So that
Kang
opens
พักผ่อน
up
ครับ
market that allows the spike to be delivered onto the site. Meanwhile, Heron still waiting on a site, only gets one. Potter cleans
Spike
up the site,
planted.
and now the rotations come through for EDG. But Chichu, too far ahead, gets picked off, makes it an even 2v2.
Foxy's just so dialed in. What do you do now? Sets up a nano for the alley push so they can hold the stairs.
Yeah, and the alarm bot on stairs as well, so you don't really need to be
ผม
peeking
นึ
in.
กว่าทัวร์นี้จะได้ดู T1 กับ Gen G
Nanos
แข่งกัน
just
โอ้
to
my
keep them
god
at bay and then the 0 point to scout out. You know they're both close now. The alarm bot gets triggered. Munchkin only spots one. They don't know that Potter's here just yet.
Last
Potter in a
player
1v1 against the IGL of Gen G. Taps and swings immediately.
ของจริง
And
ว่ะ
Munchkin lands the shot. 13-3.
GG เลย สรุปมีไหมแมตช์ถัดไปเดี๋ยวรอดูแป๊บนึงก็ได้ ถ้าไม่มีผมก็ไปงีบก่อน มันน่าจะวัดกันที่ลาวดิฟปะแล้วก็มาเอาถ้วย
ใช่วัดที่เราดิ
แต่ว่าไอ้ T1 ก็ลาวดิฟเยอะเหมือนกันนะ TE แม่งโดนโคตรเยอะ อดดูครับ ไปกดแรงค์แข่งกันแล้วกันนะ รายการนี้ไม่ได้แข่งไปไหนครับ แข่งเอาสังคมไปเลยที่ดูบาสพี่เมียต่อใช่ไหม
ใช่เดี๋ยวไปดูบาสพรีเมียร์ต่อ
ผมไปงีบก่อนตื่นเช้าเกิน ไปแล้วแชทผมไปงีบก่อน
ไม่ได้
เจอกันครับ ขอบคุณนะครับขอไปงีบแป๊บหนึ่งเขาบอกว่าถ้วยไม่ได้ให้ใครผู้จัดก็เอากลับบ้านไปเหมือนเดิม
อ้าว
แค่เอามาโชว์เฉย เอามาต้มมาม่ากินปลาแชทง่วงๆขอนอนก่อนแล้วกัน เดี๋ยวมา